Hello everyone and welcome to Stretford Paddock and welcome to the watch-along of Manchester United versus Newcastle United in the Premier League. Now, City went 10 points clear of us in the week. Maybe 21 might not be coming, but a huge game for Manchester United, whether to close the gap on Manchester City or to extend that gap ahead of the top four and guarantee Champions League football for next season. Now, we had a little taste of it this year, but you've seen us in the Europa League. We need to get back into the Champions League. We need to be in the top four. Finishing second in a trophy, would that be a successful season? For me, that would be a very, very good season for Manchester United. Now, you can get your predictions in ahead of every single Premier League, Europa League, FA Cup, whatever game Manchester United plays, you can get your predictions in by sending them to paddockmatchday@gmail.com. And here are some of your predictions for today's game.
JF Stretford, Paddock. I'm feeling pretty confident about today. Don't ask me why, I shouldn't, because our form in the league has been patchy. But I think we can carry on from where we left off against Real Sociedad and give Newcastle a bit of a going over. I know they've got some good players. St. Maximin is probably the main threat, but I don't think they've got too much. Probably famous last words. So I'm going to go for another 4-0. I'm going to think we'll have back-to-back 4-0s. Come on, the Reds.
So Manchester United playing Newcastle. Again, as I keep saying, a game we should win. But Newcastle are a weird one because obviously, like, you see the thing of Steve Bruce out. Steve Bruce should be replaced with Rafa Benitez. Steve Bruce can't be in the job, and you see every time that happens, Steve Bruce seems to pull the result out of nowhere. So it's going to be interesting. We need to focus on getting that clean sheet, I think. We need to get that, like, maybe if it's 1-0, it's 2-0, that's what's necessary. We need to focus on getting that clean sheet. So I'm going to say 1-0 United with Rashford scoring.
So, once again, match day in the league, and yeah, I think we should be pretty positive going into this one after the Europa League game where we looked so comfortable. The only issue is, once again, our defence. If we keep a clean sheet or keep it, them scoring low and we get a couple, obviously we'd be all right, but I'm still concerned with that defence. Another issue is obviously Marcus. I mean, I love Marcus. I've got a little figure of him there, can you see? The thing with him is, he scored a good goal, but how many chances did it take for him to get that goal? Which, the good thing is he's getting them in them positions, but if you've got to rely on a goal and he only gets one chance, is he going to put it away? Hopefully, yes, but after that Europa League game, obviously he needs a few before he puts it in.
What idiot decided that this would be a good kick-off time for a football match? I don't know, but United are playing Newcastle tonight at the most annoying of kick-off times, to be perfectly honest with you. I think most people would want their football over with by now, but it's been consumed in every single way possible, so we have to watch it. So, should be a good game, mind, because Newcastle, they're not great, towards the bottom end of the table, not really playing very well at the minute, so based on everything, considering United got a great result against one of the best sides in Spain during the week, we'll draw 0-0 and drop more points. But I don't think United will do that. I think the result against Real Sociedad, was a really good result. And hopefully United can push on from that and get a good win. They should be, if they're going to play like that, like they did against Real Sociedad, that fast counter-attacking football, then they should get a good result. I was impressed, actually, with Rashford, Fernandes, a couple of other really good players in that team. So,
all right, lads. You know what? It was a good performance on Thursday. I was really impressed, especially with Dan James. I think he should start again today. To be honest, I think we should keep the same team out. We pressed really well and we opened the game up. So, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm feeling a big win today. Let's say 3-0. 3-0 United. Same team. Keep it going. Keep Marshall on the bench.
For my pre-match prediction, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. I think there's too many goals in the team at the moment, but I'm always a little bit nervous about predicting a clean sheet. Even though we did get one in midweek, we do always give up opportunities, and I feel like there's always a mistake in us. But I think 3-1 win. I had a feeling it might be tight, but I feel like the way that we're going forward now, the attacking players that we've got, I think we're always going to score goals, and I think it's going to be a 3-1 win at St James's Park, and hopefully we get back on track in the Premier League.
Hey everyone, Angelina here with my prediction for the Newcastle game. Very excited about this one. Really pleased with the win over Real Sociedad. So I am going to go for a 3-1 victory for Manchester United, And on the score sheet, I would really like to see Anthony Martial if he plays. Also maybe a goal from Rashford, and why not another one for Bruno Fernandes.
So I'm hoping that we have played quite well and have a few chances, because then I think we'll beat these lot. But I'm also thinking this guy here, he's been on fire, and not just the way he's been playing, but the way he's been scoring as well. So I fancy him to bag a goal. So yeah, I'm going to say 3-1. McTominay, Rashford, and I know it's aim out each time, but he needs a goal. He's Mason Greenwood, so I'm saying 3-1.
Should be a comfortable win this. They don't really have much going for them, Newcastle. I think the only concern is they might sit deep a bit more. They might maybe frustrate United in that sense, but they shouldn't really come away with any result. I know when we played them earlier on in the season, it was a comfortable win, and United have a good record actually against Newcastle under Solskjaer. I remember one of his first games actually was away at Newcastle, and United won. I think it was 3-1, 4-1, something like that, and it was a good performance, and I'm hoping for the same today. So I'm going to say comfortable 3-0 win to United.
Hi guys, Ellie Swartz here, giving our prediction for Manchester United against Newcastle. Last time we played the Geordies, we ran out 4-1 winners, in which was a stellar performance, and we're coming off some great form after the 4-0 hammering of Real Sociedad. I think we can hammer Newcastle as well, but let's be real with ourselves. Nothing's showing Manchester United, especially with the defence. But I feel like we will keep a clean sheet tonight. Hopefully we see Eric Bailly back in the team after his good performance against Sociedad, give us a bit of defensive stability and security, and hopefully we can get the job done. I'm going to go Manchester United 4, Newcastle 0. Hopefully we can get the job done and make a statement. Up the Reds.
Manchester United face Newcastle at Old Trafford. After a very good week in Europa League, United come back in the Premier League. What's most looking likely that the title hopes are over for this season. All United really have to do now is hopefully finish second, build on the points, and just cement our top 4 place. We come against a Newcastle side who like to cause problems, like to sit in a low block. Hopefully with United's quality we unlock that, and hopefully we get a couple of goals. So my score prediction, I'm going with a 3-1 Manchester United. Come on United.
Paddock match day. Notch here. Back to the bread and butter of the league in our quest to do better against the small clubs, like Leeds, Arsenal, Newcastle. Newcastle have just 2 wins in 15, but we need to stop these slip-ups. I remember Jamal Lascelles bullied Rashford a couple of years back. Hopefully El Matador will put him in his place this time. A 2-0 win today so we can get San Maximum points. Damn, I miss Late Night Live. Just a notch there.
So thank you to everyone who sent their predictions in. Make sure you're doing that every single game, every single week. paddockmatchday@gmail.com. Now the transfer window may have only ended a few weeks ago, but Stephen Howson, he's back outside Old Trafford, sifting through the transfer news to find out what's rubbish, what might be true, what's definitely not true. Here's what he had to say.
Next up we have got Max Aarons, Norwich. Looked all right last year, actually. And I do actually think that there's something in Manchester United being interested in a fullback. Is that to replace Wan-Bissaka? I don't know. Let's actually revise this a little bit. Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire was exactly what United needed when we were a team that played on a counter. When we were a team that could sit back and defend in numbers and sort of push back a little bit like that. That was exactly what we needed. Now, I think United have evolved. And United are a different footballing team than we were the day Solskjaer walked in and the day he decided he was signing both Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire. We do need someone that's better on the ball as a right back. We need someone that's probably quicker, and it might not even be Harry Maguire that we need at centre half. A lot of the talk about who's going to partner Harry Maguire, it might be who is it to replace Harry Maguire, and that might be the better question. Harry Maguire might be the one that needs replacing in United's defence. But here's a couple of realities. One, we're not Manchester City who can just sign 5 centre-halves for 50, 60 million pounds and just get rid of one of them. We can't do that. We just don't have the same sort of financial situation they have. 2, he is the club captain. It's political. As much as you may or may not like it, club captains don't just get dropped. And they certainly don't get replaced like that. If he was deep into his 30s, it might be a different matter. Maybe have a rest this week, lad, maybe blah, blah, blah. He's not. So you're not necessarily going to see that out of him in this situation. And 3, he's a record signing.
So that was Stephen Howson's transfer review. Also, on Friday. Jay Motti, Stephen Howson, Howson's Brew, one of the best podcasts on the internet. They may not talk too much about current football, but they like to talk about when we were mint. Here's what them guys had to say on Friday.
Me and you were talking the other day, wasn't it? It was like people saying, oh, he misses, 1 in 5 chances or whatever. He's got 83 for 84 goals for United. So if he scored all his chances, then he'd have 400 goals.
I think Messi's had 113 shots or something this year for 15, 16 goals.
Yeah. Well,
in the league.
Exactly. So it's like, and what was it's just these daft. Me and Joe were talking about in the preview, and it's like Rashford was trending the other day because Mbappe got an hat trick. Why is he trending because Mbappe gets an hat trick? Because people are using that as a reason to slag off Marcus Rashford. Like, look what Mbappe's doing. Why aren't you doing that? Well, hang on a minute. For starters, Marcus Rashford was joint top scorer in the Champions League when we got knocked out. Secondly, he scored home and away against PSG, who were the best team in our group. Thirdly, he got a hat-trick against Leipzig, who were the other best team in our group. So it's not his fault we're not in the Champions League anymore.
Mbappe
and his record was
pocketed by Axel Tuanzebe, who's fucking dishing goals out like you couldn't fucking get them.
It's like, what the fuck are you on about? Why is I'm watching Mbappe score goals thinking Marcus Rashford's rubbish. I don't even get that. I don't understand it.
When did this become a thing where you're not a fan of the club, but you're a fan of a player? Because I was having this conversation, I have a lot of conversations. I think it might have been in here yesterday, where we were saying, like, people, it might have been on the pre-match show yesterday, people will, like, if Haaland goes somewhere, there'll be Haaland fans. Like, there's Messi fans, there's Ronaldo fans. If Mbappe moves, he's going to have fans that follow him to wherever he goes.
I mean, I know you hate when I do these. I'll play devil's advocate a little bit in the sense that if you've not got a specific affiliation with a team, like me and you, obviously, we didn't have a choice in the matter. We're United fans.
So a bit like what I was doing with the NFL stuff.
Is that what you do?
I don't support it.
Nah, you just like a player in your
Well, I don't even like a player. I just like watching people hurt other people, Jay.
You do, actually. That's a very good point.
Now, the Howson's Brew podcast, along with all of our podcasts, whether it be the Paddock podcast, our youth reviews, and all that good stuff, is available on audio platforms. So make sure you're clicking the link below. Get over, listen on iTunes, Spotify, Google, whatever you listen to podcasts on, click the Pod4 link below and you can have a listen. Not long until kickoff, we have got on the Watchalong today. We've got Joe Smith, we've got Adam McCullough, and we've got Up the RH on today's Watchalong. Right, that is the end of the pre-match show. Make sure you are liking the video. Make sure you are subscribing to Stretford Paddock. Now, over to the team news.
Yes, guys, what's going on? Make sure you head over to stretfordpaddock.bigcartel.com. Check out all the new merch. Remember, members get 10% off. Go and do it now. See you later.
It's my partner in crime. It's been a little while since me and you did one of these together, isn't it, son?
We usually have that there, Stephen Howson there. But as you may have noticed on the graphic, Stephen Howson's on the watch-along. It is not Adam McCullough today.
It's very like Droylsden-centric today, because you've got Stephen Howson, you've got Up the RH, Ryan Upper on, haven't you? But it's not too bad, because you've got Joe to sort of balance it out. Also, as well, if you don't know who Ryan Upper is, he's a coach here based in Manchester, and he doesn't just coach amateur players, he coaches the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Joe in lockdown, Fred, Diogo Dalot.
And you can put your comments to him every time Fred has a bad shot. You have to blame Ryan Upper.
Exactly.
Because it's his fault, because he's the one that...
Or give him credit when Fred scores, which he invariably does.
He will do eventually.
Yeah, so we'll have the team news, we'll have all that, and then we'll take you over to the guys. So we'll have the full watch along for United taking on Newcastle. How are you feeling about this one, Baggers?
I feel like it is very, very important. Right, I feel like with the Scousers losing yesterday, which is well funny.
Mate, yeah. Do you know what? I love as well how giddy and excited the Everton fans are about it. I'm all about that level of shithousery.
Mark Dempsey, that plays for the Paddock team, and you know from previous work, he's a big Everton fan. He went so quiet on the group chat because he was like, "This might happen." This just went so quiet and then just lost it. But it's quality to see the Everton fans like that, and it's great to see Liverpool fans going, "Oh, why are you doing it? Why are you being so like?" Well, because you kept saying things like you were the best team in the world. So
the best team the Premier League has ever seen. You were saying they've not even retained the title. Not only have they not retained it, they put one of the worst title defences since Leicester.
Well, yeah, David Moyes.
Who is now 5 points ahead of Liverpool.
Mate, Jesse as well banging him.
Jesse's playing very well.
Don't come at me with him. Jesse Lingard's not a United player anymore. Starters, he is. He's still a player. And also, it's good to see him doing so well. He had a lot of issues. You know, we know he's struggling with his mental health. His family sort of situation changed and wasn't what it should have been at the time. Went to West Ham, given a second chance almost. It feels a bit daft to say that about a 28-year-old, but he was. Yeah. And he's been banging in the goals. It's 3 goals and a penalty. He's got him a penalty as well.
Done very, very well. There. But yeah, I think that this game's so important because what are we? We're 1 point ahead of West Ham. Getting that
Hello, was that West Ham?
4 point ahead of them. I think, what would that be?
Leicester won today as well, didn't
Leicester won to go above us. But just getting that little bit ahead of... Because whilst West Ham are obviously doing well, I'm not too worried about them getting past us. But like the Chelseas, the Liverpools, the Evertons that are just in that group behind, the bigger of a gap we can get ahead of them, that's the important thing. I think that guarantees... Because look, I mean, we've not got the Arsenal game on, but I'm guessing they've not scored because they're pretty crap at football.
What was it, 73 seconds or something until City scored?
Till Raheem Sterling, who's 4'10", wins a header against the centre-half. Great defending. So they're not going to help us out, and I think that ship has sailed, and I think that we need to... If we can get second place, it'd be a very good season, and to be as close to them as possible. If we can stay within this sort of 10-point range all the way through, it's not a bad season, and I think that's what we need to keep.
It's not even about this season in the Premier League anyway. There's no fans there. It don't even count. Just get it with an asterisk next to your name.
It doesn't count.
It's all about when the fans are back. That's when it matters. That's when we'll win it.
Absolutely.
You're in the comments there. What's everyone saying? Let us know what you think as well, guys. You're feeling confident. When's the team news out? How long?
The team news will be out in 14 minutes.
Let us know before the team news comes out who you want to see in the team. We've got a thing over on the old TikTok, haven't we? Is it Freddie Quinn who's done a TikToker for us? And one of the points he's made is that he'd like to see Dean Henderson start. Would you like to see Dean Henderson start for Manchester United? Who should start? Should it be Edison Cavani up front or Anthony Martial? Do you think Eric Bailly's got the legs in him to play another game, or should we bring in Victor Lindelof? Let us know what you think about who the team should be.
If it was me, I'd have Bailly in again because I think he's the better defender. And also, we can rest people in midweek. It's not as much of a worry now on Thursday.
Fucking close game now. It's on a knife-edged Sociedad game. You're mad.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look at some of the comments on that note. We got Chelsea and Man City back-to-back. We've actually got the Palace game being thrown in there in between them now because they can, which is some kind of rearranged game, or I don't know when it is.
Rearranged games?
I think it's because of the Carabao Cup. I don't know. Anyway, we have to play Crystal Palace in between them now, and I think that these next 4 games are important. I think if we can get 9-10 points out of those next 4 games, not only do I think that we'll have kept up with Man City, but I think that we'll have probably maybe distanced ourselves in that top 4 a little bit. I think these next, West Ham play City next week, so that's either going to go both ways for us. We'll either have a chance to catch up, or we'll have a chance to go back. Chelsea obviously playing us. If we can win that game, it'd be a bit of a 6-pointer kind of thing.
6-pointer.
Important game. Let's have a look what else we've got. Play by like Maguire every minute. If I could, you would, but he's not that kind of player, Eric Bailly. You've seen that he's just not going to stay fit. It's
Do you
not going
think
to happen.
today is a game where you could sort of get away with it anyway? If he arguably our strongest centre-back pairing will be Maguire and Bailly.
I think.
But if you're going to have one game where, in the league at least, where it's not your strongest centre-back pairing, would it be Newcastle? Because, I mean, you've got St. Maximin.
Bit of pace. That's the worry, is that they have got.
They haven't got a lot though, have they? They've got him. I think Callum Wilson, is he out?
He's out, so they could probably.
Almiron doesn't exactly fill me with dread.
No,
I mean,
not really.
famous last words here, obviously.
Of course,
but, he's a bit lightweight. I don't know. Yeah. They're a bit of a funny team, Newcastle, because they've struggled this season. I think they've been near the bottom all season, but they have pulled out a few results. But they're one of those teams that when they're bad, they're very bad. I mean, they've had a few hidings as well, haven't they, along the way?
They have, and they've kind of... Sam Maximin has kind of raised their game, and that made them... When he's played well, Newcastle played well. I think the Southampton game of the week, he was very, very good and got them... I think they scored 3 goals or something like that, which were all created through him. Yeah. Callum Wilson being out is also a massive thing. Yeah. There's also some comments because, again, in the matchday squad, or at least travelled to the Lowry, not sure exactly whether he'll be in the team or not, is Shoretire and Amad Diallo maybe on the bench. Don't think starting. I don't think starting, but it wouldn't surprise me. He had his little cameo, Diallo. Throw him in there. Or is it, I think, start for Thursday, do you reckon, for him?
I don't know. I was saying this the other day I think it was after the Sociedad game. I'd probably give him 45 minutes for the second leg. I probably wouldn't give him the first half. I'd bring him on for the second half. But I wouldn't be complaining if Ollie did start him. I don't think throwing him in for a start against Newcastle is going to happen, and I wouldn't really want it to. I think we have to be... It's difficult because you get excited with a young player, and he's obviously a great talent. He's the type of player that fans love, runs at defenders, wants to get on the ball all the time, got a bag of tricks, but you've got to handle him carefully. He's still only, he didn't play many games for Atalanta. I think he played, was it 3? Or something like that. So you can't just start throwing him in every week.
Someone's laughing at the Shore-Tire. That's how it's said in it now. That's what we've been told.
Me and Dave Pritt and Cameron, who knows him, have been over this.
That's it, it's Shore-Tire.
What is it? Is it Shore-Tire or Shore-Tire? Go on, I'm getting instructions.
It's Shore-Tire.
Shore-Tire. Right.
So it's Shore-Tire.
I've seen said Shore-Tire and he's not been.
But in interviews that Cameron's seen, he said
Shore-Tire.
say Shore-Tire and not been corrected. I've been saying Shore-Tire. I'm going to now go with Shore-Tire.
Until we're told otherwise.
Until we're told otherwise. And apologies, because it's annoying someone getting your name wrong. And it's not like it's the most complicated name.
Shouldn't
it's just
be.
There's been discrepancies with the commentators, so blame them, not us. Dave Pritt will be in here on Tuesday.
We'll have another discussion about it.
We'll have another debate about that. But either way, Shola, he's another one who's knocking on the door. Again, though, he's only 17, so you don't.
I don't think he's going to be starting or even anywhere near the starting lineup today. The other people on the injury list or not in the squad didn't travel to Turin to play Sociedad. Edison Cavani and Van der Beek not seen going into the Lowry as well, so looking like they're out. It's amazing how losing those two losing Pogba, how thin our squad almost looks. I mean, for as much as having Ahmad and Shore-Tire in the squad is great for look at these these talents coming from the academy. We've almost gone from, we had a pretty good bench a week ago, to all of a sudden we lose 3 of our lads that maybe haven't started every game but massive parts of the squad. And you go, who've we got? Dan James, maybe? Matters started playing, being on the bench again?
Do you know what it is though, Baggers? It's that number 9. I love Tony M. I really do. But he's not really firing on all cylinders this season. And we need a striker, and that's who Edinson Cavani's been.
What's going on here with Manchester City? Yeah,
it's just frustrating that he's obviously injured. I don't know, Kieran Tierney. We've got the game on in the background if you wonder what's going on. We're just looking here. Kieran Tierney.
Could have killed him.
He's
nowhere near
he's on the deck. But I wouldn't hold out much hope for Manchester City dropping points in that one because, like we said earlier,
they conceded 2 goals in like 6 months.
City scored after 72 seconds. Sorry, and Arsenal is shit.
Yeah.
So it's the Cavani absence worries me a little bit if that is the case. Van der Beek, I like the guy, but I'm not too concerned because he doesn't really tend to start many Premier League games anyway, even with Paul Pogba out. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see with that one. Hopefully, if Anthony Martial does start, it can get us.
I don't think there's many changes you could do in midfield. You could maybe bring Matic in to freshen things up a little bit, but it's probably going to be McTominay, Fred, and Bruno. There's not too many options there. Again, in that front 3, Mason's looked sharp the last few games. He hasn't got his goals, he's been playing a lot better, and I'd be happy to see him.
Just put Marcus Rashford on the left, right? I don't care about anything else. By the way, put Marcus Rashford. We saw him against Scousers on the left. He was mint. In midweek, people giving him grief. I don't know why. He got a goal. He got an assist, and I thought he played very well on the left. Stick him on the left.
His output from the left. I think people are underestimating how good. I mean, those 2 passes he's done. The first one, quality over the top for Bruno to score.
Against Sociedad,
and then Bruno's second goal. That pass he's done into Dan James, and then they scored off that. Unbelievable. Wow. He took out 4 players with that pass. Like, get him on the left-hand side, he creates more, he drives at players more, and he gets his goal, which he's done, and he gets himself into more attacking positions. It's not even like he misses chances on the right. He doesn't get as many chances on the right. And for as much as people go, he misses chances, on the left-hand side, he gets better chances. And yes, he maybe misses 1 or 2, but he usually pops up with 1. So I'm hoping see him on the left-hand side because that's what he wants.
I think that if Cavani's out, it would make sense that it'd be Martial down the middle, Greenwood on the right, and Marcus Rashford on the left, but we'll have to wait and see. As I said earlier, we'll have the team news out very soon. What's going on in the comments?
A few more people saying McTominay is not in the squad either. I may have missed that out.
No, that's goals galore gone out of the team, innit? No Cavani, no Scott McTominay. They're 2 of our top scorers.
So, again, midfield, it's looking pretty thin in there at the minute. No Donny, no Pogba, no McTominay. Fred and Matic, it's a slow midfield. It's not great, that, is it?
Fred played well the other night, man.
I know he did.
And he needed that because he's been driving mad. If I had any air, I'd have been ripping it out because he's shooting and he's passing. He's a a little bit erratic at the best of times, but the last few months, or last month or so, it's been absolute dog poo.
Yeah.
And also his tackling's gone to the dogs as well. But he played very well against Real Sociedad, so I'm hoping that he can not kick on, but build on that and get a bit of consistency going. Because if you're mentioning the fact that if you're right, and McTominay's out and Van der Beek's out, we know Pogba's out, then we need Fred to step up and do more than just shoot from daft places and give the ball away.
Yeah. Other one, people are mentioning it in the comments and the team news will be out in 5 minutes. Dan James scored a good goal, had a decent game on Thursday night. Do you reckon he's got a chance at starting today, or do you think that it's not the kind of game for him? Do you think he'll probably start on the bench, maybe?
I wouldn't mind seeing Dan James starting. I think he played well. He was a little bit unlucky last time, because I think he played against Leeds and played well, got a goal. And then he played against Leicester, was it? And then I don't think he played again for ages.
No, he didn't.
And I think he probably needs a little bit more of a consistent one. I'm not saying he should be starting every game.
No.
And especially not if Mason Greenwood, who I want to see starting on the right, plays and Marcus on the left. Those are the two places, the two sort of wing spots taken up then. How are you going to fit Dan James in? But I definitely think we can use him more from the bench. So I wouldn't mind seeing Dan James involved at some point. Not necessarily starting, but it was good to see him play well, good to see him get his goal. He gets a little bit of undue stick, Dan James. Listen, you don't get world-class players for 15 million quid in this day and age. And I don't think anyone thought a guy that had played 25 games for Swansea was going to come in and just absolutely smash it and be sort of challenging for the Ballon d'Or.
He showed the other night.
Yeah, but I thought that for what you paid and what you got isn't that far off. You've got a decent squad player, which is probably what we expected. I think part of the issue is he just flew out the blocks and was banging in a couple of goals or banging in some absolutely superb goals when he started.
Yeah.
People thought, he can do this every week, and he's not at that level. But I'm not giving up on him yet. We'll assess it at the end of the season.
Absolutely. He's shown that he can be maybe a useful squad player. A few people also asking a little bit around the COVID tests that have come out today. Obviously, United made a statement saying that it's going to be Nicky Butt and Mark Dempsey.
Our mate Mark Dempsey.
Our mate Mark, Everton fan, he's done well.
For Paddock FC
Paddock
Reserves.
FC Reserves, being a social media manager somewhere, to now being...
now he's in the Manchester United dugout.
Yep. But no, it's not looking like Michael Carrick or Kieran McKenna will be on the touchline today, or probably Mike Phelan, whether he was going to be there or not. They are isolating for some reason. People asking whether it was anything to do with the players, but from what has come out of the club and stuff like that, is none of the players are affected, and there is...
So it seems like it's someone, not to be, Hercule Poirot here, someone on the coaching staff they've been exposed to that hasn't been exposed to the players.
Yeah.
That's what we can gather from that, and also Ollie's not been exposed to the person who's got who's tested positive as well, because that's how it works, isn't it? It's if you've been exposed to them, not if you've been exposed to someone who has, if that makes sense. So, a bit of a shame we won't see Mike Phelan shorts, but hopefully it won't have too much of a negative effect on the game today. Guys, do get involved in the comments and let us know what you think about the potential teams. We're going to have the team news any second now. What are your score predictions as well? Do you think we're going to win? Do you think we're going to win comfortably? Can we afford to drop any more points? Baggers said it's a very important game, especially after the Hawthorns when we threw away 2 points, to be honest with you. And the way City are doing, we've got the City game on in the background, and I can't see them dropping any points against Arsenal today.
Holding on here as if Arsenal might do something, but I see either City nicking one, but City are too good at defence, and then Arsenal can't pass the ball either. So that's no good. There's a few comments saying 5-0, we've got 2-1, we'll concede early though. I don't like that. I don't want us to concede it. I want us to score early and kind of kill the game off. That would be the ideal thing. 12-0, that's not going to happen. What else have we got? Dan James definitely going to play the City game, people. There's a few people saying that Dan James maybe saved to play against Chelsea or City as sort of a squad, as the player he's been, kind of marking people, pressing and all that kind of stuff.
Do you know what? Dan James had an absolute... I won't say worldly, but a very good game against City the Etihad last season, didn't it? Do you remember in the league? It was him, Marcus and Tony M. Absolutely causing havoc, wreaking havoc.
But
against City.
I think the one worry this year with City is that they're more comfortable at going, do you know what? We're not going to let you do that anymore. You can have the ball more. Now, they do dominate most games, but they're more comfortable sitting back. They're more comfortable on the counter-attack this year with Diaz, as shown here as Arsenal. Try and get past them, but
How did we drop 5 points to this shower of shite anyway?
They're dreadful, aren't they?
Arsenal. It's genuinely the worst Arsenal team I've ever seen in the Premier League. And we
I don't know.
dropped
I think
5 points against them.
Both times before both games, we've convinced ourselves that they're not that bad. But they are. They're dreadful. Let's have a look if we got some team news as a leaked one in the comments here, but just need to wait and see once that comes through from Twitter. It will be coming through any second now. Jay's going to pull it up for us because I'll keep in the comments.
I'm just going to see if we can get the team news here. I know this is great viewing, watching two people messing about on the phone.
It is, but someone said Phil Jones starts. I really hope that's not the case.
They haven't tweeted it yet.
They've not tweeted the team yet, but let's have a quick look. Someone's putting an 11 in there, but...
Yeah, we want to be... I think I've got it.
We've got the 11 from Manchester United.
Right, well, someone's sent me a message with it. So it's De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Fred, Matic, James, Fernandes, Rashford, Martial. So yeah, you were right then. No McTominay.
Yep, that was the one.
Sorry, just go through the subs bench as well. Got Henderson, Bailly, Telles, Tuanzebe, Williams, Diallo, Mata, Shoretire and Greenwood.
Yep, so Mason not getting the start, I think that's probably the biggest shock in that, not getting a start. Dan James obviously had a very good game in midweek, so maybe forced away into that. Eric Bailly as well, not getting start back-to-back, maybe just easing him in a little bit. Maybe they're saving him for the upcoming fixtures against City and Chelsea. Because, again, fixtures don't seem to be... There's not going to be... We have 2-game weeks all the way through to the end of the season. There's not going to be any rest whatsoever.
So we're looking at that then. So just pick through the bones of that. Your back four, obviously, your back five speaks for itself. Fred and Matic maybe is a sort of two holding midfielders. I know it's not technically like that. Then would you have a sort of Rashford on the left, James on the right, Bruno Fernandes behind Martial? Is that probably how it's going to go? I know that'll change to a 4-3-3 and to maybe more of like a
I think it
back six almost when we're defending, but you get the gist.
I think it shows a little bit there. I think we have lost, losing 3 midfielders in a week kind of thing by the looks of things isn't ideal, or but we're not going to put a parade on like Liverpool have been doing, losing 3 centre halves. We've lost 3 midfielders, but do you know what? We can still put a team out.
Injuries, football and injuries. Who'd have thunk it? Eh? Never heard that before.
Things like that might happen.
You know what I mean? It's almost like you don't buy players and don't build up your squad or don't bring youngsters through at the right time.
Yep.
Then when you get injuries, you can't cope with them. Or it's almost as if you're unfortunate enough that all your players are asthmatic and they've got to take lots of asthma medication.
As well. Imagine if we'd have started the season with Harry Maguire, Eric Bailly, Rojo and Phil Jones as our centre halves. It wouldn't happen, would it? It wouldn't happen because we know 2 of them are going to be injured all the season. Yeah. Yet Liverpool do it.
Yeah.
What do you mean 2 lads that have had knee surgeries in the past 2 years are injured? You mad? Anyway, so we've got a bit of decent squad. Like I said, the 11th is out. We've got David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw. Midfield 2 of Fred and Matic, Dan James, Bruno and Marcus Rashford, with Tony Marshall starting in the number 9 position. No Cavani on the bench. The bench doesn't scream out. There's loads of options there. There's Mason Greenwood on the bench.
I think Greenwood is a player that, all right, he's not had the greatest season in terms of goals, especially in the Premier League, but he's always capable of creating something out of nothing.
Yeah.
He's probably the best finisher we've got at the club, I'd argue.
Yeah.
I know that might sound a little bit silly when he's only got 1 Premier League goal this season, but if you look at the goals he scores and the chances he takes, he's not one for missing sitters. He's the type of guy that tends to get goals almost from half chances. Yeah. So if he comes on, I feel pretty sort of confident he can get involved in that.
Got the Newcastle team for you as well, if you're interested. We've got Darlow in goal. Darlow, who's done a very good season for them. Every time I've seen him, he pulls a lot of
Blackburn
he does a lot of them kind of. He does a lot of them. Kraft at right back, along with Lascelles, Clark, and Lewis at left back. Joe Willock, Isaac Hayden, and John Joe Shelby, with Almiron, Joe Linton, and Sam Maximan as the 3.
Forgot about him.
The Longstaff's on the bench.
The Longstaffs, both of them?
No, just one actually, just Sean on the bench.
Oh, poor Matt.
Matt Ritchie on the bench, Ryan Fraser on the bench, Dummett, Dubravka. It's not a great... Dummett.
I thought you said Dummer.
Dummett. Paul Dummett.
Dubravka. Dumb and Dumber on the bench. That was your nickname.
Jacob Murphy. Andy Carroll on the bench.
Andy Carroll, is he still going?
He's still going.
Still a thing?
Dwight Gale and Jeff Hendrick on the bench for Newcastle. I don't think that's probably the strongest team they can put out at the minute with no Callum Wilson involved. Arsenal are in the box of City, but still don't look like they're ever going to score a goal.
So frustrating. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Newcastle is, like, you go through that team and you go, okay, there's some decent players there are, and
Yeah.
You know, you could have gone through the West Brom team, you could have gone through the Sheffield United team and gone, oh, it wasn't that great, but he still managed to take points off us.
Yep.
So you can never dismiss them. But looking at our 11 and their 11, you'd feel pretty confident, wouldn't you?
Should do.
Yeah?
We should do. Thomas Dickinson with the super chat. Sorry to ask, lads. It's all right. Who is doing the watch along tonight? Joe Smith, Stephen Howson, and up the RH, Ryan Hopper.
The
Ryan
coach
Hopper,
himself.
Football genius.
Football genius, eh?
Ryan Hopper.
The Sir Alex Ferguson of Droylsden.
The Droylsden.
That's what they call
Droylsden
it.
corner. Where they're going to take the mick out of Joe Smith for 90% of the time they're there.
Yeah, it's what he's there
So,
for. He don't
poor
mind.
Joe.
He's a big
Joe's
man,
there
take
to
it.
try and keep things together and usually
Try and keep him on track as well.
Keep him on
so
track.
He's going to have his workout. Also, after the game, you'll be hearing from Andy Tate, you'll be hearing from Baggers, myself, and a few others as well. So make sure you stay. We've got you covered from now until Christmas. So don't go anywhere. Just make sure you stick with us because we'll have the watch along. Then we'll have all the post-match reaction. We'll have the live review where everyone can get involved as well, give us your comments, and we'll have the fan cams as well. Just because we can't go to Old Trafford doesn't mean we can't do post-match reaction and fan cams.
Absolutely.
We can still have Andy Tate giving his opinion on things. We know he likes to do that, and we like to listen to it. To be honest with you.
there's a lot of people.
What are the people?
A lot
saying
of
about that
people
team?
talking about Eric Bailly and saying things like, you know, why isn't he playing? He can't do it twice. We can't play twice a week. I agree with everything there. He had a very good game in midweek and showed when they broke through. Eric Bailly's recovering runs is better than Victor Lindelof. He is a more physical player. He wins more in the air. You won't see what happened against West Brom with Eric Bailly in the team. He'll win headers for you. But he's been injured for 4 weeks. He's been injured since he's been at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
You can't just throw him in the team and play again. And you don't know what's going on in Ollie's head in terms of how he's going to plan him to maybe play. Try and keep him for a run of games towards the end of the season. Try and keep him fit for the cup competitions. Ollie definitely wants a trophy. You saw how strong that team was in midweek. He wants to win one of these trophies. I think he wants to keep Eric Bailly in there. Just because Eric Bailly is aggressive doesn't mean he's better. Nobody is better. Like that's not just the only reason. I think his pace. I think Lindelof offers something in terms of his ball over the top. I think his passing range is very good, but I do think he gets out of position a few times. I think up against a striker with a bit of physical presence, I think he really, really struggles. But you can't, like Connor just said there, you can't plan with Eric Bailly because he might do an overhead kick in training and injure himself, which...
Did you see scissor kicking in Sociedad?
After
that was my highlight of the game. Seriously. City. They've just missed a chance. We have got the City game on in the background just in case, Arsenal perform a miracle and get a result. It's currently 1-0 to City, which it has been since 70 seconds into the game. That's how long it took for Arsenal to more or less down tools and give up. But it's still only 1-0, so maybe I'm being a bit harsh there. There's still, the smallest of chances they could get some out of that game.
I mean, a point would be massive, especially if they nick a late point. I think it maybe changes a bit of momentum.
City just don't stop winning, man.
But if they keep doing this, it's going to be pretty boring.
I mean,
it already is.
You said Joe Willock there for the Newcastle team.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the Arsenal fans were raving about him as the next big thing?
He's not that good.
Aye.
He scored a couple of... Did he score 2 goals or 1 goal in his debut for Newcastle?
Really?
Is
he on loan now, or is he
he's on loan at Newcastle.
Is it? But they get so hyped, don't they? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, as soon as Saka or someone scores a goal, it's like...
The thing is...
telling Mbappe to come outside.
Like that Emile Smith-Rowe looks very good. Yeah. And he's getting in... If he's not getting into this Arsenal team now, you're pretty shit.
Yeah.
Like, Maitland-Niles and Willock having to go away on loan because they can't get into this team... Yeah. You can't.
This isn't a good Arsenal team.
This isn't.
This is why I'm annoyed we dropped points to them because they're that bad.
The dreadful.
You know what I mean? This is like even a relatively average Arsenal team has been in the top 4.
Yeah.
These are miles away from it. I don't think they've been anywhere
near
the season.
So mid-table. It hurts how mid-tables they are. They are just.
And I'm quite happy for them to be mid-table.
So much tense. So tense.
It's where they belong, man. They just.
They've done the wrong things by they made all that fuss about Arsenal. Let's have a look at the table a second. Arsenal are 10th. Wow. If after this game they are 10th and they would be 11 points behind West Ham.
That's ridiculous. That when David Moyes is 11 points above you, you won't sack him.
Oh, and Leeds can go above them if they win tomorrow night.
Jesus.
Oh no, Leeds play yesterday.
I don't know.
Leeds played yesterday. Leeds have a game in hand. If they win that, they go above Arsenal.
That's ridiculous.
So they could be 11th.
That's what annoys me, though, because at least Arteta, the one thing he's got going for him, he's won a trophy. He's why all he needs a trophy.
But he's 11th a season and a half in.
Even he's 11th.
And it's not like You know, when we were down in that 11th spot, or like we were down at the start of last season, 10 games, and you go, oh, we're going to get relegated. This is 25 games they've played.
Yeah.
It's the end of the season. And no 10. It's funny.
Imagine if this was under Wenger now. They'd be screaming from the rooftops, Wenger out and all that, wouldn't they?
Look, I don't,
because it's the golden boy.
It's nothing to do with the manager. He's got crap footballers playing for him. They're not that good.
But like you say, it's nothing to do with the manager. I don't want to make this, about Arsenal, but we'll talk about him briefly. Like, he's got to take some responsibility because even though those players aren't very good,
yeah,
as David Moyes got much better players than Mikel Arteta. No. I don't think he has. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, David Moyes is 11 points above him. Did you just say?
Exactly. I think what David Moyes do a great job here now because he'd get functional players for a mid-table team and get them up towards the European squad. Yeah. That's what David Moyes has been good at for years.
And also as well, I think Arteta has to take some responsibility for some of the signings he's made. Like he brought in Willian, brought in David Luiz, he brought in did he brought in David Luiz or was he already there? I can't remember. I think David Luiz was already there. Sorry, brought in Willian, brought in Gabriel Magalhaes, is it?
Yeah.
So I mean,
I think they made a couple of good signings. I think Tierney looks good, but not.
I rate Kieran Tierney.
I like Kieran Tierney. I like some of the youth players he's brought through, but at the same time, like that was sort of panic. He wasn't using them until it was like down the dumps, and it ended up we have to do something different. And he brought in Smith Rowe, he brought in Saka, and they seem to have raised the game a little bit. But it's a poor Arsenal team, and like you said, to lose 5 points to this Arsenal team this year, if we'd have lost. If you lose 2 away from home, you kind of go, yeah. But to lose the 3 points at home, I think we played the occasion a little bit. As someone said before, playing the occasion instead of the team, I think we did that a little bit. When they made it a big game, and they should have just gone, it's Arsenal, the 10th this year. Just go and beat them. Like, that's how it should have been.
What's everyone saying in the comments? Obviously not about Arsenal, but about the team, about predictions, about this game. What's
Someone's
got to tell
us? A worrying thing. Touch wood. If one of our midfielders gets injured today, what do we do? Greenwood in the number 10? Don't say things like that.
If one of our midfielders gets injured, we recall Jimmy Garner from Nottingham Forest and put him in there, not in the 10.
Not in the 10.
I don't think we do that, to be honest with you. I think we'll be all right.
I think the McTominay injury doesn't sound that bad. Not made a big thing. We've not said anything about Donny van der Beek, so we don't really know about that one. And Paul Pogba's back in 2 weeks or so.
I don't think we're too. Producer Cameron's just pointing out something here. Aubameyang's just been shoulder bars. Is that legit? That?
By John Stones.
Stones, Arsenal getting bullied. There's a surprise. I'm not too worried about midfield. I think we've got options there. Obviously, you're going to miss players of the quality of Paul Pogba and arguably, Scott McTominay as well, because he's been, like I said earlier, he's been banging in the goals this season. 7 goals in it this season, which is decent return. So you are going to miss those players, but we do have other options. You're right though. Like if we get 1 or 2 more injuries, then it might be something you start panicking. But we'll be all right. I think we've got enough cover there. I'm not too worried.
Not too worried. A few comments. I think Luke Shaw could play midfield. Let's not get on that.
Luke Shaw in midfield. I like it. Great idea.
There is a comment there. Did you see the Luke Shaw interview where he said that he was one of the best finishers at the club?
Right. For starters, there's several things about this, right?
Apparently Ollie said it. Not just him.
Yeah.
Ollie.
Right. He might have said this, and it might be true. Yeah. I'm not saying Luke Shaw's a liar, but one of the best finishers at the club. What does that? What was the context? When did he say that? Was it like, oh yeah, you're one of the best finishers at the
You've scored
the club
twice in your entire Manchester United career.
Or he might have said to someone like, Marcus has missed a sit in training. Marcus, Luke Shaw's as good at finishing as you, as a sort of motivational tool, having a dig. So you don't know. Maybe Luke Shaw is one of the best finishers at the club, but 2 goals in 300 games, whatever it is, makes me think otherwise.
Maybe think it is.
I don't know how many games it is.
I mean,
probably
he's
not that many, but
taking corners now. He can strike
listen,
a ball.
His corners have been all right.
He can strike a ball, but I don't think he'd have scored more goals if he was one of the best finishers at the club, or at least had a few more shots. Like,
I think, if we didn't care about results and scoring goals and winning matches, then maybe you could let Luke Shaw take penalties and free kicks. But
better finisher than Fred. That may be true.
Better finisher than Fred. Luke Shaw's mum's probably a better finisher than Fred. Right, Fred is genuinely one of the worst finishers, not just at Manchester United, but I've ever seen in football. And I like Fred. I know that might sound like a contradiction. I like Fred when he tackles and passes. I just don't like Fred when he thinks he's Paul Scholes in his prime, shooting from 30 yards out, going out for a throw-in, and then shouting at the person next to him like it's his fault. I don't like Fred when he stood over a free kick. When Bruno Fernandes, who's one of the best dead ball takers in world football, is stood there and he's just getting in his way and also whispering in his ear like he's got any advice to give him.
The best was Bruno giving me a bit of stick in the interview after the game, didn't he? He went, yeah, so it's me and Tellez stood over the ball over a few of them, but Fred's there as well, and just for a bit of a laugh, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, imagine you getting told that. And then,
do you know what, though? You say that, but do you remember the Etihad last season? Where we needed a goal in the last minute, right? So, if you don't know, we played City in the Carabao Cup semi-final last season, lost 3-1 at Old Trafford, we're 1-0 up at the Etihad, so if we get another goal, I think it goes to extra time. Last minute of the game, we've got a free kick, 20 yards out. Juan Mata, who's the second best free kick taker in Premier League history behind David Beckham, is stood next to the ball, and Fred moves him out of the way, takes it, obviously misses, and that's the end of the game.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
No.
That wasn't good. Ryan Burns, welcome to the Academy. Make sure you are getting onto the membership.
Oh.
We've got loads of membership videos coming out. We've got all sorts.
You've been at it, haven't you, with that Joe Smith? It's a really funny video, actually.
Me and Joe had a bit of a podcast where we didn't talked a bit about football, talked about Rich Keys, being sports, about the weight loss challenge.
Have we spoke to our lawyers? Have we hired some lawyers? We haven't got any.
No, nothing liable.
We'll get his lawyers.
I think Joe stopped himself for us as something liable. Allegedly. Yeah. We've got the allegedly button that can come up still.
Yeah. Apparently, allegedly gets you out of all sorts of things. Allegedly.
But yeah, so make sure you're checking out that membership video. We try to have a bit of a laugh. But we've done the weight loss challenge in the office. Make sure today, all I want you to comment today in the video, especially if you remember, is just +4.
Right, what's this about? +4. Come on.
So Joe Smith,
watching here
just +4. So Joe Smith has started the weight loss challenge.
Right,
he's told me today he's had like 12 calories. That's what he's showed me. So I've done this. I've not done anything else, and I've been on a 5-mile walk.
Yeah.
And since the start of the weight loss challenge, he's put on 4 pounds. So
do you know what I mean?
Joe's head has just gone.
There's some nefarious shit going on as well.
Don't do it now. Wait till Joe's here.
Baked a load of cookies and brought them in because he's trying to get everyone on the cookies, and it's worked with me because I've had one.
Yeah. Peter Keller's saying one activity. Watch the members video to find out what all that's about. But me and Joe had a bit of a laugh about some of our co-hosts and all sorts. Not you, Jay. You didn't laugh.
I'll be watching that later and taking notes.
That. It wasn't you. It was another presenter. But yeah, someone's saying. Muscle gain, it might be, but it's probably not going to be.
Muscle gain, oh, that's nice, isn't it? I like that, muscle gain.
In 4 days.
For him. Yeah, muscle gain.
Yeah, so just wait for those comments, put it in later on in the chat, just to take a bit of that. That's Mr. Stephen Howson's arrived.
In the background there, Mr. Stephen Howson, Crash Band Wallet, what a picture, they're all coming into their
position.
Rosedon's finest is upon us.
Yeah. We've got the team graphic up. There is the starting 11. Run through that very quickly for you guys. That's David De Gea in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Victor Lindelof is the surprise. Everyone was thinking Eric Bailly been there alongside Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw, probably the best left back in the league. Maybe he's playing well. That's about it.
No, I mean, midfield. It's open to debate, isn't it?
Matic and Fred, not my favourite midfield, but anyway, that's about all we've got at the minute. 3 behind our striker of Dan James, Bruno Fernandes, and Marcus of Rashford, with Anthony Martial starting up
Tony
Martial up front.
Needs to score again. Oh,
there it is.
Little side there
of the weight loss challenge.
Lovely. That's one for the album. Also, who's on the bench?
We've got on the bench. I can't read that.
Oh, yeah, I can do this.
Can you?
I can read this.
It's like a Specsavers
Henderson, Bailly, Tellez, Tuanzebe, Williams, Diallo, Mata, Shoretire and Greenwood are on the bench there.
Well done, that. That's impressive.
You won't know this on camera. It's miles away now. For a 41-year-old man like myself to be able to read that far. Just there. Don't give me that shit, you're lying. Cam Waters telling lies off camera again.
Miles
as
away.
Usual. So, strong squad. Do you want to give the Newcastle team just before we
I can find
start
it
wrapping
for
up?
you.
Have you got them on your tabs?
I can get it on here. Line up. Newcastle's team, Darlow in goal, Kraft, Lascelles, Clark and Jamal Lewis is the back 4. Then we've got Joe Willock, Isaac Hayden, John Joe Shelby. Front 3, Almiron, Sam Maximan and Joel Linton.
Do you remember John Joe Shelby when he got sent off against us when he was playing for the Scousers?
No.
Do you remember?
Forgot
he had a mad row with Fergie on the touchline. Do you remember? He apparently had a go at Fergie because Fergie was whinging to the ref and to the fourth official about John Joe Shelby.
Doesn't sound like Fergie.
Yeah, I've struggled to believe that. So, eventually John Joe Shelby got sent off, and then he had a go at Fergie as he was getting led away, and Fergie told him to, board off. And then John Joe Shelby, remember in his post-match or whenever he did an interview later on, he was saying where I come from, you don't grass, like he was some sort of gangster. Yeah, all right, mate. Just take your medicine.
Don't grass.
I know.
Okay.
But yeah. Joe Shelby. He's one of them. He's a bit of a dark horse in John Joe Shelby.
There's so many people
easy to dismiss him, and then
still people in the comments not understanding that Shoretire or Shortire, that's how he's been. Someone said that's how you meant to say his name. We're not making this up. We're not.
Why? What are people saying in the comments?
Someone said the way you said Shola's name has me dead. Ha ha.
Right. We've been told to say it like this.
We have.
I think we're making
from
a big
reliable
thing out of this
sources.
now. Yeah. So we'll just call him Shola.
Shola's on the bench.
We always call Marcus, don't we, anyway? So
yeah, exactly.
Does it matter?
Sir Marcus.
Sir Marcus of Rashford. Living Shaw's finest.
A few more people saying Ollie doesn't learn about Maguire and Lindelof. We've not got that many other options, have we?
I mean, you could throw Tuanzebe in there, but he's had a very patchy season, if we're being brutally honest. I like Axel, but you know, he had a worldie against Paris in Paris, stinker against Istanbul when he got subbed at half-time, and then since then it's been very up and down. I don't think he's forced the issue where you go, Tuanzebe's got to start. I also don't think, I know people going on about Lindelof after the West Bromwich Albion game, I don't think he's been as bad as some people make out.
No, it's just, I think it's just a case of I've just seen David Luiz just.
Yeah, if you don't know, Arsenal are losing to City, which is the least surprising thing in the history of Association Football.
Isn't Lindelof injured?
Well, that's a bold strategy. If he's injured, playing him.
I don't know. Like, I don't think.
I don't think he's playing injured. I don't know. He might have a little bit.
If you had a fully fit, Eric Bailly, you'd play him, but he's not. Obviously.
Yeah, I think
there's something not.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We know with Eric Bailly, right? Listen, I love Eric Bailly. I think we all do. And we saw it when we had those 3 or 4 games where Eric Bailly played alongside Harry Maguire. Yeah. That was probably our best centre-back pairing this season, certainly in terms of the run of form he had. But invariably with Eric Bailly, he gets injured, he misses games. Look at his record. If you can be bothered, Google his record and his appearances for United since he's arrived. And he very rarely plays more than sort of 30 games in all competitions. He's not a Harry Maguire who'll give you 50-odd games a season. He's not that type of defender. He likes flying in, he likes to sort of get stuck in, and I don't know whether that's the reason why, but he does suffer a lot of injuries. Yeah. So, in a sort of perfect situation, you'd have Eric Bailly, alongside Harry Maguire from now until the end of the season. But
it's just not happening.
Yeah,
it's just not happening.
It isn't. Arsenal and City's almost done. I think we're in the 93rd minute of a 94. So, yeah, you see my eyesight's getting better with age. I'm like a fan.
Arsenal have not even looked like they were going to score the entire way through.
That's the most Arsenal performance you're ever going to get from them. So yeah, we didn't expect them to.
What time's the match start? The match kicks off in about 40 minutes or so. We'll be showing on to the lads in the next 5 or 10 minutes. To start the Watchalong, what else have we got in the comments?
Let us know about your score predictions as well now. You've got the,
here we go. By his appearances for each season. This is from Rob. So, Rob, if you're wrong, look,
Rob's never wrong.
Rob's never wrong. Right. 38 games when he first came in.
In all competitions.
In all competitions. Then 18, 18, 11, and 12.
I mean, that's like, that's not.
That's not.
Consistent enough, and you can't rely on a defender who plays. No. And let's not forget as well, you can look at someone's numbers and go, okay, he might have been dropped, he might have been rotated or whatever. Everybody for a lot of those seasons would have been picked had he been fit. He just wasn't.
Ross has also made the point about Dan James against low block. I don't think Newcastle are necessarily a low blocking team. I think they get caught out of possession very quickly, and we can transition very quick on them. I think they've tried in the past few weeks to try and play a little bit more expansive football.
Arsenal just giving the ball away there, just kicking it out of play. Last kick of the game now, just typical.
The thing is, that's full time. City have won. That's their 18th game in a row that they've won. That's 13 in the Premier League.
Pathetic.
It's looking very, very good. And like you said, pathetic. This is the thing against
winning every game.
We've kind of been looking at. We looked at the Tottenham game of the week. I watched the Arsenal game. And you went. They have looked good, City at times, but these so-called better teams haven't even put up a fight against them. They've been really, really poor. Arsenal have been very poor today. Liverpool very, very poor. Really, really rough. Also, one more comment is about Van der Beek. Yes, he is injured. He's not been in the squad.
Feel a little bit for him because you think with McTominay out and with Pogba out, he might have got a game today.
But maybe it was go and do fucking 2 weeks of fitness and come back in and play. Maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe there's something there with that. We don't know. But Van der Beek's not been in the squad for the Sociedad game and today's.
He's got a lot of fans, hasn't he, on social media. Van der Beek. A lot of United fans really rave about him. And lose their minds when he's not picked and sort of that sort of stuff. Where do you stand on it?
Very, very good footballer. I think I've seen glimpses of him being very good. He's obviously very good at Ajax, But
see, this is where I fall down. I didn't see a lot of him at Ajax. I saw him in the Champions League, but I wasn't watching Ajax every week.
This isn't Ajax. This is a very, very good team to get into. You've got two very, very, very good players ahead of you in Bruno and Pogba. And even Scott McTominay's been doing very, very well this season. You have to force your way into that team. And that's the thing. Steve keeps talking about you always hear words in trade. You hear things about Cavani being, he's way too fit for the age he is, and things like that. He's forced his way to being a starting player. You've not heard Van der Beek's putting in extra training sessions. You've not heard he's absolutely bossing it in training. You've not heard him lumping people in training, going, I'm going to take this spot. He just seems a little bit. It's a little bit. You're not going to give me a chance.
The thing with Cavani, right, it's a good analogy because you mentioned Cavani and what he does in training, but Cavani sort of took his chance when he got in the first team as
exactly.
Well. He forced the issue there, and okay, he's been a little bit fortunate in the sense that Anthony Martial's form's sort of gone to the dogs a little bit compared to what he was last season. But when Cavani came into the team, you could see straight away. You look at, say, for example, Southampton away. He gets the sort of goals that other strikers don't get. You think this guy needs to start. You look at the game against Southampton at home as well. It's that type of goal where you go, our other strikers probably aren't getting those goals. So that's why he's in the team. Van der Beek's had chances and he's had good performances, but he's had performances where you go, that's probably a 6 or 7 out of 10. It's not an 8 or a 9. It's not like, okay, I need to drop Paul Pogba or Bruno Fernandes needs to take a back seat. Or even Scott McTominay needs to step aside. Because as I said earlier, Scott McTominay's having a very good season. Very good season.
And Bartek's made a really good point here. He said bench players often become heroes in people's minds. I think that's been the case for Manchester United all the way through since Fergie's left us. Why is he not playing him? It should instead of him, because that's going to fix everything.
Do you remember, going back...
Angel Gomez.
Angel Gomez. Do you remember, you said about when Fergie retired since then, I remember Juan Mata when he weren't getting inside. Everyone was losing their minds, even over Rooney. Juan Mata in. And I remember Rooney got a ban. He got a red card against West Ham. Juan Mata played in the 10 for the next 3 games, didn't do anything. Rooney comes straight back into the side, and it's not a criticism of Juan Mata, I love him, but he didn't force the issue of him replacing Wayne Rooney in that role. No. It just didn't happen. Everyone always does it, you're right, and there's a touch of that with Eric Bailly. People want to see Eric Bailly playing every game. I'd actually like to see Eric Bailly playing every game. I think the difference between Eric Bailly and Van der Beek is Van der Beek seems to be often he's just not preferred because of form or because Ollie's got better options. I think with Eric Bailly, it's fitness that lets him down, because I think if he was fit every game, he'd probably start every game.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Eric Bailly showed enough, but at the same time, he's not been fit. And he's not been mistake-free, he's not been perfect since he's been in, so I think that and Lindelof has had very good games. I think people are underestimating how good Victor Lindelof has been, especially going forward. We are not long now until we hand over to
Just give a bit of an update, Bags, let everyone know on the watch-along.
Who's on the watch-along? We've got Joe Smith, he's always there. He's the staple in that group. He sorts things out, he makes sure everything runs smoothly. Remember, +4.
Reliable.
+4 in the comments all the way through today. We've also got Stephen Howson over there, and also our Ranger League coaching, the main man, Ryan Hopper, is here. All that.
Joe's just said, why are they commenting his shoe size? Shoe size off camera there. Joe, I'm not involved in any of this +4 nonsense. You can keep me, I've not said anything, mate. I think it's a form of workplace bullying, personally.
I've had a lot of Botox over the week.
You've got RHV. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah. Ryan Hopper, if you don't know who he is, he's the man who's responsible for Bruno scoring all them goals.
And Fred shooting.
Yeah, he's the man responsible for Fred shooting. So me and him will be having a chat later on. We're doing a 4-hour podcast to talk about Fred shooting.
To analyse all of that. No Adam today. No. Make sure you get in the comments. What are your score predictions in? Get all them in. What are you going for, Jay?
I think I went for 4-0 on the preview. I know, I like to get carried away.
Well, I'll go 3 as well. Yeah. I'll just be slightly less.
Do you know what?
But we are playing Newcastle. I do fancy it today. I fancy
3-0. And all that malarkey.
A little bit. It's one of them. I've been nervous ahead of these games all season, but I think we've done actually quite well. Yeah. Up the RH in the comments. 3-1, 2-1 in the comments. All that kind of stuff. 7-0 Man United. I'd love that. 5-0 Rashford hat-trick.
Oh my God.
Please.
Oh my God.
That would be great.
Who is that?
That was Cosplay Gamer 907.
Right. If Marcus Rashford gets an hat-trick and win, what was it, 7-0?
Yeah.
Then you're getting a Rashford poster.
Dara's put a super chat in, and we will end on this one before we hand over. Why aren't the media bleating on about all our injuries like Liverpool? Pogba, Van der Beek, Cavani. Do you know why, Jay? Because it means more.
This means more
when you scouse. It means more to the Scousers.
When you get, and plus, Liverpool are the first club in the history of Premier League to have injuries.
Yeah.
It never happened before.
To 2 very injury-prone players, it's shocking. I mean,
I've never seen that
madness.
in all my time watching football. It's
absolute madness. Players that have played 25 games the last few seasons, they should be able to play 40 games. I don't get.
He was asthmatic.
He were asthmatic. He were asthmatic. Right. I think that's all from me and Jay. I think the lads are ready over there.
Enough of us now. We'll throw it to the professionals.
The professionals. Speaking of them, there is Mr. Joe Smith. Over to the lads. That's still me.
Yeah. How many times have we done these changeovers and it still fucks them up?
Couple.
One or twice. All right.
I'm all right, mate.
RH is here.
Up the RH in the comments. Let's go.
If you're doing an RH drinking game where he says up the RH every time, you'd be fucking dead before we kick off.
Stevie would love that, wouldn't he?
Excuse me. You have got like proper up the RH Tourette's, aren't you?
Nah, bad, mate. It's bad when I'm on here. My symptoms usually go through the roof.
The Simpsons. I used to like the Simpsons. They were just talking about the Scousers there, and obviously the likes of Van Dijk passing away and stuff. Very sad. I am reveling in it, Joe, and I am unashamedly loving it.
It's great, isn't it? No, I didn't think this was going to happen. When they started being a bit shit, I thought, oh, they'll be shit for a few weeks, and then they'll be back. Because they've actually been good for like 2 years or whatever. They've just carried on being shit for ages now. They just keep losing at home every single time.
I think they might be like a point ahead or a point behind where David Moyes was at this point in the season we sacked him.
Well, they can't be ahead because they were level with it last weekend, and they've lost since then. So they're either equal to it or behind it. Also, if I think if it's Everton and Villa win their games in hand, they go 8th, Liverpool, after 25 games, 26 games.
Keep talking, I'm nearly there.
It's great, isn't it? It's great. Ryan Hopper, coach extraordinaire.
I know, mate.
Have you done much coaching lately?
Yeah, how's that been?
It's been in terms of the business side of things. Obviously, it's 18 and over, so I've just been working with the pros, working a lot with the agencies, obviously, which you can't really talk
That's the
about.
secret shit that you don't tell us
Yeah,
about.
we can't really talk about the players there. But listen, I wish I could tell you about the players because, yeah, ridiculous. But you just got to crack on, mate, haven't we? Got to crack on. It's difficult times for everybody, but up the Reds, up the RH, up the Paddock, let's go.
Do you think you say up the RH more than what's his name says? Let's go, champ.
No, not a chance.
What's his name again?
Shannon Briggs.
Shannon Briggs.
Let's go, champ.
That's it.
Briggs. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Up the RH. Let's go, champ.
I met him, you know.
Did you?
Yeah. He's got an hand like a lion.
What does that mean?
It was like
His hand. So are you saying that his hand looks like a lion's hand, or are you saying that his hand looks like a lion?
Listen, and I'll tell you.
All right.
Do you know, like a lion's got like a pad on his paw?
Yeah.
He had like that kind of vibe going on.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think that is? Just years of.
I think that's
just punching heads.
bags and stuff for just decades because he's about 94 years old, I think.
Was he loud and was he out there when you met him?
Oh yeah. He said "Let's go, champ" 47 times in the 34 seconds. With him.
Would you say "Let's go, champ" at this point has become sort of a symptom of a problem rather than a catchphrase?
I mean, brain damage, Joe.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, I would. I think it might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be that. Yeah.
Shall we have a look at the team lineup then? Manchester United are playing Newcastle tonight, famously so. They play them every year, twice. That's how good they are. Here's the lineup. De Gea, straight away, let's start at the back. Let's start at the back and we'll work our way through what seems to potentially be a bit of controversy. Did you think De Gea would play, and did you want De Gea to play still?
Yes, no.
Right. Would you care to elaborate?
Okay. I thought he would play because there's a lot of political kind of decisions in team selections and stuff like that. And I think when you've got your highest earner, unless they're making horrific mistakes, they play.
Yeah.
And he's not made horrific mistakes. I think he's kind of being edged by Henderson at the moment. And I thought, was it the third goal the other night? Doesn't happen with De Gea because you don't see him alert enough to be able to start a counter-attack from the back.
Yeah.
But he's not making catastrophic mistakes.
Go on.
Sorry, just if you're Henderson, for example, how are you feeling if you're Henderson?
He must have known the situation was going to be, this is either a slow burn or we got to wait for him to drop a clanger.
Yeah, but even when he has his opportunities, like, you know, he seems to be in and out, doesn't he? Obviously, he must know that coming back.
But if, like you said, if at the start of the season, De Gea, Ollie said, De Gea's first choice, we want you back here. We think we want you. We like you for the future. You're going to be playing cup matches. He might be sat there thinking, "Oh fucking hell, that's good. De Gea's not playing well. I know I'm not going to get my chance no matter what this season, but this just improves my chances for next year. For next year.
Keep doing what I'm doing, man.
Yeah. And he's on a new contract as well. So obviously that's
Yeah.
financially he's looked after as well.
Lucrativo. Right, moving on to right back Wan-Bissaka. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Maguire always going to play. Lindelof. Do you think? I mean, a lot of people prefer Bailly, but Bailly just played on Thursday. He's been sort of injured for a couple of weeks. It's understandable that Lindelof's playing, isn't it?
It is, but I still don't agree.
Who would you have played?
I would have played Bailly if he was fit, but if he's not fit, then obviously you're not going to play him. I would also consider Tuan Zabi for this game because you're dealing with the pace of Sam Maxim, and that worries me. And if it doesn't worry you, you're not paying attention. Like they're literally going to have a couple of areas where they can hurt us. That's one of them. If you don't think United are going to have somewhere in the region of 68% possession tonight,
they're going to keep the ball.
And Maguire and Lindelof are going to live in their half, and you think, how are this Newcastle team going to hurt us? They're literally going to be hitting us on the counter with Sam Maxim running into that right channel behind Wan-Bissaka into the space, asking Lindelof to chase him.
Do you think that's why Dan James is playing on that side?
It might be.
Defensively.
But do you think what he's going to do offensively?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the right decision.
If Bailly's fit, he's got to play for me. I know we spoke about it, didn't we, Joe? But like Steve just said, it does worry me with them two playing because, let's have it right, they've not got great pace. They're not blessed with pace, are they, both of them? But yeah, for me, if he's fit, he plays. And I know what you're saying about playing on Thursday, but he's got to be in if he's right.
But Maguire plays week in.
I know,
but there's a difference.
He's a leader,
though,
and he's a captain.
Maguire played the most minutes of any human being in professional football last season, so he can play week in, week out, game in, game out. The thing, I agree to a certain extent with your point about if he's fit, he plays. And let me know, people in the comments, what you think about this, because I agree. I think Maguire and Bailly is our best partnership,
definitely.
But you know that Bailly is going to miss at least 10 games a season with injury. At least that's if it's a decent year for him.
He does.
So then, what does that do when Lindelof inevitably does have to come in? Is he not just going to be rusty off the pace every playing 2 of every 6 games because Bailly is out again?
Yeah,
is it not better to have a more consistent, slightly worse centre-back partnership than an inconsistent one where you get a shit Lindelof worse than normal because he's been out and a Bailly that's coming back from injury? He also, Bailly, made 2 mistakes in the first 90 seconds of the game the other night.
Yeah, no, sloppy. It was sloppy, but get what you're saying there, Joe. But
the point is about the consistency, that's all.
If you've got to play your best team, for me, and obviously no disrespect to Lindelof, I don't feel like he's anywhere near Bailly, if I'm being honest.
Jesus Christ, Joe, this is Manchester United. Let's stop making an excuse for mediocre players to be playing.
Yeah, but
I get your point about fitness.
But Lindelof is going to play 25 games a season, even if Bailly's first choice, because he's injured all the time. So that's how you do it.
No, here's what you do. You go, you're my second choice.
Yeah.
If Bailly's fit, he plays in front of you. Do you know why? Because he's better.
But then how many choices? But then how many points do we lose by having a rusty Lindelof playing every month?
Well, if he's not good enough to do that,
as a professional as well, if he's not in the team, it's important that he keeps ticking over himself.
And do you know what? Right,
doing his bits.
On any game-to-game basis, that might be a problem and it might be an issue. And it needs addressing in the windows.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You don't want to have that, and that's not something you deal with. But you've got to have standards, and you've got to say, right,
correct,
if you're not going to be the guy, we have to find the guy that is.
Yeah.
Phil Jones is still here, for Christ's sake. Like, how long's he not been the guy for? Is it 6 years?
You're going to his testimonial, if we can have it.
I don't think he's going to his testimonial.
But for this season, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? At the end of the summer, look at last year, Pereira played pretty much every week. But we knew Fernandes was the one to come in, or we knew that there was someone to come in. It turned out to be Fernandes. Pereira is no longer here. The same may be the case for Lindelof. But this year, we've still got a chance to win trophies. And you have to kind of think, what's going to win us the most games throughout a season? Is it playing Bailly when he's fit and dropping Lindelof for the sake of it?
I think so,
or is it having more consistency? I don't know. I'm asking
What
you.
consistency you get playing Lindelof? What consistency are you getting out of Lindelof, De Gea, and whoever at the moment?
You've
conceded more goals than any team in the top 10. If that's the kind of, it's consistent.
Yes, but Steve, we had a laugh on the way. Exactly right. We've got some super chats. One from Sondre Rigg. He said, "Appreciate the hard work, lads. Top bloke shoes up the Paddock and the RH. Also, Steve F.
Show me.
Do you want to see if we can read that one out?
There's people about talking about ball bags. There's ball bags, mate. People
Always
are going to be
ball bags, isn't there? Dan_Andy said, lads, that's 3 injuries to our midfield. Where do I sign the petition? Where do I sign to start the petition to pause the league and start crying like our good mates down the M62? It is pretty sad, isn't it, at the moment? A vigil will be held at half-time for Manchester United's midfielders. Who's out? So Pogba's out, McTominay's out, and Van der Beek are all currently out.
Yep.
3 pretty big hitters in there.
One's a World Cup winner, Joe.
Yeah.
It's more than Liverpool are missing.
That's true. That's very true. Holland have never won a World Cup, have they?
Null and void it.
Famously. Are you worried about this midfield then? Obviously, we are kind of down to the bare bones of of Fred and Matic. Fred, who I think has been pretty poor in the last few weeks, that's all we've got left now. Like, it's these two every single game until they come back.
Do you want to talk about the weight loss challenge?
We can in a minute, but answer that first. I'm happy to talk about it. What you reckon out of them?
What's your question?
We've only got 2 fit midfielders, Steve. How does that make you feel?
Have we, though?
Yes.
What's one matter?
He's not a defensive midfielder, is he?
No, he's not an holding midfielder.
Doesn't have to be a defensive midfielder. He is a midfielder.
You think there's a possibility we played Matic and Mata in front of our defence? Think of that.
Not a
Joe,
chance.
did I say that? No, you said
I've seen ice cream melt down my wrist faster than them two fucking tracking back.
Today, it could get a little bit naughty. Used
You
to
can
at the
shut
minute.
them all.
And I'm not.
See, he'll dish it out to
Wow,
whoever.
here we go.
It
Here
just
we go.
happens
It's
to be
getting
me that's in
naughty
front
here
of him.
now. Hey.
What do you reckon that
But equal
midfielder?
opportunities arguer.
Yeah.
Still argue with anyone.
He will.
I will
Loves
argue
an
with
argument, doesn't he?
Go on then, Steve. Get into it. What are you talking about?
What we're talking
We're
about?
currently undergoing a weight loss challenge here at Stretford Paddock.
Yeah, Adam's just done a workout. Is it a cycle, that, Cam, then?
Between 500 calories.
So, 500 calories.
Which is about the same as what's in that Red Bull, isn't
we
it?
weighed in today, didn't we, Joe?
No.
I mean, we did.
Well, we're still on the scales. The only official weighing will be on Easter Sunday. So it's
So we
between
had,
now.
an
So
interim.
let's, for people who don't know, between now and Easter, we're seeing who can lose the most of their percentage body weight in the office. That's what it is. For anyone who wants to lose weight, not everyone wants to lose weight.
Now, what Steve's doing is drinking every day and seeing if I can make Joe's head fall off by beating him while drinking. Last night I had a £1 burger. Do you like you get a quarter pounder, a half pounder?
Yeah, that's not the cost of it. That's the fucking weight of it.
I had a pounder burger.
Oh,
do you know what? It was too much. Should have had a 3/4 pounder. However, I had a pounder. Right?
You enjoy it?
Did about half a bottle of rum in. Good night was had by me at least, and I'm drinking every day just to spite Joe for forcing me into doing this pissing weight loss challenge. And here's what happened. Yeah, he was nearly. You saw it before, didn't you? His head was on the tipple.
I'm sitting on the fence a little
Joe's
bit.
put 4 pound on, and I've lost 1.5 pounds, and I've not even tried.
What have you got to say about that, John?
What have I got to say about it? It's these are vanity numbers. It's water weight. Do you know what I mean? It's water weight. I took all my clothes. I took all my clothes off and I've lost.
Well,
and
you've
I've
been
lost 5
crying.
pounds,
Wouldn't
mate.
you have lost more?
Excuse me.
With the amount of crying you've been doing, shouldn't you have lost more?
I haven't cried at all. There was a little bit of anal leakage because of all the sugar-free gummy bears I've eaten, but there's no crying from my eyes.
I'll tell you what,
that much.
you snapped at me though. You're going to talk about that?
I did snap at you actually because I came in and I got some grilled chicken and broccoli for dinner, and I thought you were giving me the eyes of hello fatty with his Nando's.
Nothing like that, mate.
Okay, and I snapped.
But you apologised, didn't you? When we
I
moved
apologised.
on, didn't we?
I've been lightheaded for a full fucking weekend, and I come in, I've put 4 pounds on. How's that meant to make a man feel? I don't know what's going on, Steve.
I do. I'm going to make your head fall off. It's 42
I
days left
here's
of
the
it.
thing. Over 42 days, I've limited my calories to 1,400 a day. That is the calorie intake of, I don't know, a Yorkshire Terrier.
A bulimic?
So I'll be fine. Over the days, it'll all even out eventually, Steve. It'll all even out eventually. Austin B with the super chat said, Steve, are you feeling as optimistic as Fred on a free kick today?
I mean, there's some optimism there.
Yeah.
Isn't there, Ryan?
How many questions are going to go through here about Fred? I said it last time.
Hell of a footballer.
For those who don't know,
shocking finish.
For those who don't know, you've trained Fred, you've coached Fred privately before. You know a little bit more than most about Fred, up close and personal.
I was on here a while ago, and I get what everyone's saying about his finishing and stuff like that, but it probably needs to improve, but that's not his game, you know what I mean? And
Would you
everyone
say
gives
then
him
it's maybe his decision making more than his finishing? The fact that he keeps taking those shots is the problem.
Don't shoot.
Yeah.
The thing is, I get what you're saying.
Because it's like De Gea coming out for corners and heading it out. And you're like, you can't blame his bad heading. It's not his game. But why is he heading it and not catching it?
I get that. But all the other side, you've got to look at all the other stuff, like the ugly stuff that he does and wins the ball back. I understand sometimes he's a bit sloppy and he gives the ball away. But in there today, you're looking at Fred to be doing all the ratting about and the ugly stuff because Matic can't get about the pitch like Fred can. So I understand what you're saying about obviously his finishing. Yeah, he needs to improve. what a moment if he scores when I'm on air today,
Oh,
by
it'd be
the
so
way.
good. We
The
texted him.
scenes,
We texted him
mate,
if he done.
unreal.
Text him.
Unreal. But yeah, like I said, let's talk about that pass for Rashford's goal.
Yeah, that was
let's
a lovely
talk
pass,
about
wasn't
that. Let's not talk about the
I
negatives.
think Fred's
you know
got
what I
a
mean?
brilliantly well-rounded game, apart from the final third. And that's it. And
Yeah,
I don't want him in
I
the
don't-
final third because I don't need him there.
But like I'm saying, he's good at giving it the likes of Bruno. He's
Yeah.
got a great understanding with Bruno.
Yeah,
if
that's
he's
true.
if he's in the holding midfield,
I think
and
that's
he's
come from working together with him.
Yeah,
Obviously, they're
they're
spending
close,
time
aren't they?
outside.
Yeah, they're
of
close.
club
They
training.
speak Portuguese.
Yeah, the
and
Portuguese. They're very, very close. Him,
I like when he
Dalot.
shouts "fuck you, Fred" in English as well,
Yeah.
just so we can get another joke.
Yeah.
Some more super chats here. Tay Y says, "I hate that we've got Ahmad, Hannibal, Mason, and probably 10 others in the 23s, but yet Dan James still plays. He doesn't belong in this team." It's bold. I don't necessarily disagree with you, brother.
Yeah, but he did get a goal and an assist 2
We
days
talked
ago.
about this
Joe,
before,
you
what we-
can't really
He did get a
put
goal
much
against
weight
Leeds.
in that assist.
Well, I
It
mean,
was
you
a
can't
bad
put too much
touch
weight
and
on
Bruno
it,
was
but
like,
he
"I
got
got
it over everyone else on the pitch.
There's a reason why Ollie's playing him today, though, isn't there? Whether it's because he's had a good game the other night or tactical or whatever. For me, it's a little bit of a weird one, but there's a reason why he's playing, and he'll be one of them. If he's not doing it, he'll probably be coming off after 60.
Yeah.
So.
Can we spam the comments with +4, please? Thank you.
Their vanity numbers that way up before.
Yeah,
and
whatever.
after.
So
you have to go up.
Steve
to come
Davies
down.
says, "Steve, that Irish guy prediction about the caffeine going to decaf after 3 years was proven correct." I had a journalist on my podcast back when Liverpool were top of the league, by the way. So some of the comments are hilarious. Given
So
what's happening
when was
right
it?
now.
End of December, wasn't it?
September, I think.
Was it?
Mate, it was so long ago.
What was it? What was the
way
comments
after
like?
that.
Bad.
Yeah, like, well, we're top of the league, so this guy's full of shit. Obviously, things changed since then, didn't they, Jurgen? Let's have a look.
So
Loads of
the
+4s.
suggestion was that Liverpool have been achieving some superhuman
Well,
standards.
there's some facts, and one of the because like you got to be very careful here because you accuse people of taking performance-enhancing drugs, and you're in the shit.
which no one's doing.
No. So here's the facts. There's like 10 times. I don't know if it's 10 times, but there's a significant like. Are you kidding me? Amount of asthmatics in the Liverpool team, and albuterol is what the Tour de France guys use to go bananas.
Is this a known thing, or is this a conspiracy thing?
No, it's a known thing.
Oh,
It's-
right.
Whether Liverpool are doing it or not, they've got a hell of a lot of asthmatics in the team versus what the general population is.
They're having a hard time at the minute.
And there's some suspicion. I don't think you can get in trouble for saying that because there is some suspicion that that's what they've been doing and that they've been overdosing on caffeine. Whether that's provable or not, I don't know. But the fall off has been significant. And like they were saying in there before kickoff, it isn't just you're missing a centre half and now we can't score. Don't really.
No, it's not like that. No.
And I think there's more to it than that. But it's something.
Yeah, there's something not right in there at the minute, but you don't even know. Obviously, the manager's going through a little bit of a tough time at the moment as well, and you don't know whether his head's in it and other things. But the lads are not staying to them levels that they have been. But as a United fan, it's nice to see.
Ross nailed it. Hi, Ross. He says Dan James against a low block isn't really his game. And that's what I was sort of saying to you before when the team came out. It was something I wasn't really exactly happy with. But we'll see how it goes down. And, also, Tony Marshall, the amount of minutes and game time Tony's getting is he needs to, you're right, he needs to actually
do a
produce
bit
something.
today.
Because it's little hokey cokey the players are doing now. I like that. Just hopping
Miles
in
got a
and out on
super
one
chat
leg.
here. What will it take for Axel to break into the starting 11? A centre-back crisis a la Liverpool, a chance in the Cups, or maybe the RH Golden Touch. You ever worked with Axel?
Nope, never. Menga, not Axel. Still time.
Did you watch Mengi last week at Derby?
I did. Yeah, I love him.
Getting caught out a little bit with there's a lot of early balls in the game, wasn't there? I don't know if they thought because he was pushing on a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, but also obviously yourself, Steve, from going to play 23s football, then being thrown into the Championship, it's going to take him a few games.
He coped
for
physically. I
pace
thought. It was just there was a couple of positions where I think they hit early balls behind him. But
he's a young lad and he'll only improve from that experience. And
Was
working
he
with
19?
Rooney,
But they also moved a right back to centre half and him to right back who's a centre half, which I think that'll get corrected. Just getting his debut out there, I reckon.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's done overall though. He's done well as a young kid playing in a difficult league, and Rooney being his manager is all going to benefit him.
We spoke to him.
Who?
Menga.
No, not spoke to him.
He said Rooney's mint.
Love that.
Did he? What, as a manager or just
No, he
to
said,
be
yeah,
around?
mint. He goes, as a manager, mint. Proper mint.
Love it.
Wow.
Like, really, like, enthusiastically saying it as well. Like, not just like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he's good. Like,
The thing is, he's just coming out of his playing career, so he'll be with the lads, won't he? I think he'll have a ruthless side, though. But as I say, he'll
I like
care
the
about
little
the lads.
set piece plays that they're doing.
He loves
It's
it, doesn't
funny. It always seems funny and like cheesy until it works, and it did
Yeah.
work like last week,
Yeah, I
didn't it?
know.
So
Yeah.
they can't be too cheesy and too bad. But you talked about Martial there. I was going to bring him up. Cavani is injured, so presumably that's why he's playing.
Is he though?
But would you have played ahead? Would you have played Greenwood ahead of Martial today? But then you can't play Greenwood ahead of Martial and ahead of Dan James, I suppose. So
can I?
You would play
Just play with 10 men.
Greenwood over Dan James.
And play Martial
And
up
play
front.
Martial. That's what that's what I would do.
Yeah, because I think you've
And that
arguably
goes-
blunted two of your three prongs there.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Well, that's Robert John's comment there. Should Greenwood start ahead of Martial with the super chat? Yeah.
Directly over Martial, I still think there's a lot of work, especially in Premier League and especially against what's going to be a physical Steve Bruce low block.
Yeah, they love it.
Not necessarily you're looking for Greenwood to start down the middle. I think he needs more time down the middle. I don't necessarily think starting in this particular game is the one. But him playing from the right-hand side, giving him the license to move in between, there won't be a lot of room in between them, but in between those lines, that might work. You know, but maybe you go, I mean, I'd be tempted to do something weird here with the injuries that are on the cards at the moment. I'd be tempted to maybe throw Juan Mata in a 10 and put Bruno in a 9. So that wouldn't work.
Well, the thing is, he gets as many goals as a striker anyway, but if he's further forward, he can't link play quite as well.
Then you got Juan Mata behind him.
Yeah, who can do that? But gets turned over a bit
But
more
then,
on the ball, doesn't he?
from a coach's
From the right.
point of view, has he ever played a 9 before? You know, does he know how to play that position? Where he plays in the 10, he's clever in his positional play.
You've seen him being the second striker in certainly out of position. We line up in a 4-4-2 quite often. Certainly did on Thursday night.
Yeah.
And he can play in that area. And arguably, when it was Greenwood the other night, he was more of a 9 than Greenwood was because Greenwood's still away from the line a little bit.
You look at, and when you look at the sort of average positions and stuff after a game, it's almost always Cavani or Martial, and then like Bruno to the side and very slightly back, but essentially on the same line in terms of
He's
attack.
all over though, isn't he?
Isaac Hopson with a super chat says, "Cheers, Joe, for always playing the Red Devils advocate. Whether it's right or wrong, I appreciate how you bring a counterpoint to an argument. I'm more trying to just ask questions of people that people are talking about on social media, get a reflection of what's going on, get your opinion on things. For example, we haven't had you on since Luke Shaw became the best left back in the league. No, but a bit of an upturn in form from Luke Shaw. I thought Tellez looked good the other night though, and tracked back defensively as well. But Luke Shaw, since Tellez has come in, has undoubtedly got better, hasn't he?
What are you laughing at? Is there something wrong here?
No.
Have you changed your opinion on Luke Shaw or what? Nothing. I'll cheers, Joe. Thanks for the question. Cheers, pal. Just ignore him being unprofessional.
Do his thing.
Luke Shaw, he's had to up his game now with him coming in.
Yeah.
He's had to. Otherwise, he finds himself out of the team.
It's just as simple as that. It's just shit. Someone's here to take my place. Fuck that.
Honestly, how fucking pathetic is that, Joe?
But it happens all the time.
No, but listen, that if you get too comfy and you know that you're going to play every week, if you bring a left back
He
in,
wasn't fucking playing every week. Ashley Young took his fucking spot.
yeah, oh fucking hell, that's a good shout that. But yeah, I think so. He'll have a kick up the backside. He looks great at the minute, but again, Tellez looks technically brilliant.
I thought Tellez looked really good the other night.
Yeah, his deliveries are fantastic.
Tellez seems to be tracking back a lot better now than. The one game that stands out is the West Ham game away, where Jared Boehm just sort of ripped him up a little bit. But other than that, I think Tellez is better defensively than he gets credit for. Because
He's also there in the defensive line more.
His positional play is good.
My main gripe with Shaw is that literally saying as Ronaldo. Ronaldo's like, why are you watching that and not the ball? I'm like, because that's what's going on. You have to look at what else is going on outside of the ball. Tellez finds himself in the line, looking alongside his centre half and looking at the opposition, where too much Luke Shaw's running with the opposition back towards our goal.
Speaking of watching and following the ball, do you remember on old FIFAs when the default camera was called action and it just followed the ball? You didn't see the full pitch like you do now. The old camera just used to be called action and it followed the ball around.
From a weird corner angle as well.
You couldn't make passes based on where players were. You just had to see like one
going
player
left
at a
and right
time.
and stuff was sensational.
FIFA, what a game.
Do you know what, Callum? We will have the pizza on air because I think Fatty Jojo needs to come and get a bit of pizza in him.
Wow.
Steve's got 4
Why are you
pizzas for
considering
himself.
yourself like you're losing weight? You're not. Just accept it.
He's unreal. Pizza.
Come to the dark side.
I've been eating really well.
You get
I've been
spoiled
eating
when
really
you come
well.
on here. Don't you? You look after your guests, don't you, on here? Pizzas.
Some guests.
Nice one. Love that.
No
Put the RH in the
Jordan
comments.
Hobbs with a super chat says, "Is Dan James there to help with St Maximin defensively?" That we kind of suggested that before. I think
Cheesy
he
garlic
is.
bread?
No thanks. I think that's why he's on there, because he does come back more than Greenwood does. And you saw the other night some of the best United's best counter attacks came from Dan James nipping back in, winning the ball back. He's not going to have as much chance to do that, but I think he does offer a bit more, doesn't he?
He's very energetic, isn't he? So in terms of his, but at the same time, Greenwood's quality in the final third is, touch, bam, finish. James is a bit more different, but that energy today, he's in the team for a reason. So let's see. Oh, jeez.
Steve, sorry to stop you there, Ryan. Have you bought a gravy and chicken nugget pizza?
Is that chicken?
Kinda. But what?
Chicken
where's my
dippers and
dips?
everything. Hey,
I've just thrown up.
have you got chicken dippers here? Chicken dippers.
Anyway, we've got another
Someone
super
else
chat.
has had a chicken dipper.
Let's Steve sort that out off camera. Aaron Quinn says, if Henderson is our cup keeper and we win the FA Cup and the Europa, it could be easier to sidestep the political stuff and have him be the number one. That's a good point. Being successful in the cups when he's our cup keeper, there you go. That's his
it.
chance.
He's got the opportunity.
No,
You've got to take it.
But you look at Romero. He was playing, and then it come to what game was it where we got replaced and we got beat.
Yeah.
So it's all right doing things in the
Severe
cup,
game, wasn't it?
But when it comes down to the big games, is he going to play?
Yeah.
Because Romero got shafted, didn't he?
I know. I think it's slightly different, isn't it, with Henderson? You hope.
Yeah, because I think the word seemingly is Henderson at some point you will become our number one, where I don't think that ever happened.
With Romero, was 4 years older than De Gea, so that was never.
He was
quite
always the backup.
on the
Anyway, I'd just like
Good
to fill you in
keeping
on
on.
what I have got.
Show
Have I
the-
got
perhaps show the
gravy and
camera.
chicken nuggets?
If you can.
Right.
Without sliding it onto the table.
Unfortunately, they're not sponsoring us, but maybe give me a call.
I mean,
This is the collaboration to end all collaborations. It is the KFC, Pizza Hut, gravy.
Maybe hold it on that side because where the team is. There you go, look.
KFC gravy, KFC popcorn chicken.
Love that.
Admittedly, the sweet corn they've gone a little bit bananas with. But it's a collaboration between KFC and Pizza Hut. And I thought, you know what? Hopefully I'm dead soon. So I just want to try this first.
Good lad. Fergal McClements with a super chat. He says, Joe, 6'4" and 1,400 calories. Joe is trying to be like Joe's trying to be completely like Jesus and disappear before Easter.
Yeah, it's not working because he's getting fatter.
I'm actually not. It's the vanity numbers. I'm telling you, Steve. I had a lot of water today, and my hair was still wet when I weighed myself. The teams are coming out. We've got 3 minutes. Get your score predictions in the comments.
Should we do a taste test?
Go on. First of all,
Stevie,
can
man.
I ask if there's any tomato?
Tomato?
No.
What's this one there?
Pure gravy.
How is it?
Ooh.
How is it? Is it any good?
You actually going to eat on here? You're not going to wait till half time?
That's no
Well,
good.
I was thinking of waiting until half time, and then it came 45 minutes.
Yeah,
too
like
soon.
I said it would.
Yeah, you
well,
did, to be
previously
fair,
it took
John.
2 hours to come.
Is that any good?
No.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Don't bother. It's not quite like
But you've not had the
ours.
piece of the chicken yet, though, have you, with the pizza? There you go. What are you saying?
Yeah, shit.
Oh, right. Got to give it a bit of time, Steve, you know what I mean?
Oh, fucking
Give me a score prediction for Man United versus Newcastle.
2-0, the Reds.
2-0 the Reds,
Yep.
Steve?
That's fucking shit. Good job about sides, innit? No dips, though. Cheers, Pizza Hut. Good job this wasn't an endorsement either, as well.
Well, you just would have actually lied, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Pizza hole.
Great. Score prediction.
Yeah.
This could be anything from fucking 4-0 to 2-all, this, couldn't it?
Well, that's where the prediction comes in.
I'm going to say 4-1.
Wow, I'm going to go 1-0. I think it's going to be fucking
Tighter.
horrible. I think it's going to be horrible. I think I just heard the last 2 times we played them, it was 4-1. Which, third
Goals.
time lucky. Parag Sharma says, we really need to buy a class centre-back because there hasn't been a single game where I felt confident with Lindelof and Maguire, TBH. There have been a few, but generally speaking, I think we can all agree
Bit
we
rocky.
can improve our centre-backs.
Yep,
Come on.
correct.
Steve's face is fantastic right now. In this
Shoulder
big-
Short Tires squad number 74. I love that.
That's entering basketball territory, that, isn't
It's a
it?
bit
You know,
excessive.
in some basketball players, the number 0.
It'd be great to see him get a few
Fun, isn't
minutes, wouldn't it?
It would.
Bit giddy, though, isn't it?
It is a bit giddy, but...
I mean, it's hella giddy.
Yeah, but just...
Diallo's a bit giddy. Shorty is like
Yeah.
proper giddy, isn't it?
Like,
Yeah, but if
fuck
you-
it, go on.
Yeah, but if you've got a cushion there,
Also,
3-0, 2-0...
If you're Joe Hugill and you see Martial been very poor all season, and you're scoring fucking thousands of goals for the under-23s. And then there's like some 17-year-old that's played about 4 games in a header. You'd be like, what have I got to do here? You would be a bit pissed off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because hang on, Shola plays the exact same position as fucking Ahmad does.
Yeah, I know.
You
Weird.
bringing us both on? Doubt it.
Slightly weird, but you know. One quick last look at the team before we kick off then. 3-1, a lot of 3-1s in the comments. And this Joshi says +4 to United. Piss off.
+4.
I'm telling you, the vanity numbers, at my size, you have to gain before you can lose. It's like putting the scaffolding on the building.
Works, pal.
Here it is. I've got a bit of scaffolding on at the minute. But once that comes down, Steve, you're going to see my...
If it weren't for the popcorn chicken,
Love it.
I'd be fucking devastated here, right?
7 goals this
If
season.
it weren't for the popcorn chicken, you might have a chance of winning the competition.
All comps.
There's the team. We haven't really talked about Rashford and Bruno. I mean, at this point, can we stop saying that Rashford's wasteful but he gets goals? Because we know that's what he does and that's why he's good.
He's not wasteful.
But he
But
runs
it's
at defenders
wrong.
on and
You
gives the ball
gotta-
away.
Yeah, but how many times is he running at them? That's what we're looking at.
Exactly.
innit? You know what
I
mean?
agree with you. But there's a lot of... Rashford gets a lot of shit for giving the ball away and missing chances.
The concern is when he stops running at them. That's the concern.
I
Isn't it?
completely agree with you.
I think I saw a stat as well. He's gone past more defenders than like anybody else in the league or something similar like that.
You love a Rashford stat, don't you, Steve?
Almost as much as he loves the taste of chicken being peeled off a bag of shite and injected into his gob. Ari Dara with the super chat. Do you think Milinkovic from Fiorentina could be an option at centre back? Almost 6'5", 23 years old, a Serbian beast like Vida. Is the era of the 6'5" centre back coming to an end a little bit, or do you think someone like that could suit us?
As long as he's got quick feet, I think
And,
you're all right.
yeah, and depends if the ball players as well. You need to have a ball player playing centre half.
Yeah.
Can't, especially in a team like us. You know what I mean?
We've kicked off, by the way, so we'll get the countdown and the score on there as well. Tarash Abatia says, if Luke Shaw assists, Steve has to eat the entire pizza. I mean, that's like saying, you know, if Luke Shaw assists, Steve has to go for a weird poo that smells like popcorn. Because that's going to happen no matter what now, isn't it? You've eaten that much popcorn chicken. Mick Kingswell says 5-2 with a Dan James double. Ahmad, Fernandez, and Maguire / Lindelof from a corner. I'll take that. I'll take a Maguire goal from a corner. I thought Maguire was very good the other night as well against Sociedad. And
getting caught there, though, taking chances.
No, he won it back, though. Just about. That's all that matters, isn't it? Give it away, win it back.
Here we go, 1v1.
That's
That's a fucking foul, mate.
Yeah, it is. Just swung and missed straight through his legs.
Is he going the right way?
Someone said, I'm expecting 5-0. That's according to Steve
5-0
Saxon.
would be nice.
That'd be really
Love it,
nice.
that. Love
Really
that.
pull ahead on the goals scored front as well.
Shaw.
Yes. Sure.
Great pass.
To Tony. What do you want to see from Tony today, Steve? Because do you think I've sort of got to the point where at the first 10 games you start going, if he wants to turn this season around, he's got to do X, Y, and Z. I don't think he's turning this around now.
there?
If he wants, it's sort of like, you know, damage limitations for this season rather than the ability to turn it around. Do you think that's the case?
Remember when I used to say I don't think Ollie's having him and everyone was like, pfft. Remember that?
He needs a good game today, him. He needs to produce, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, definitely.
He just needs to
but even if
produce.
Ollie doesn't like him, he still scored 24 goals last season with the same opinion of him. Like, what's gone wrong this year, do you think?
I don't know, it's difficult. I think when there's so much has changed, and like, again, not an excuse, but maybe a mitigation. There's all sorts of changes happened, and Ryan will tell you, pro athletes are creatures of habit.
Yeah,
and they've
routine's
got
massive.
Yeah, and their routine, whether you like it or not, might be to go and get absolutely off their box on a Saturday after a match, right? and try and lay all the pipe like British Gas. You don't know that's not the case. Now, you can go, well, he's married. Never mind, right? The simple fact of the change of that was his coping mechanism, because I don't think any of us can fully comprehend the pressure that you're under playing for United.
No, massive.
So
it must be massive.
when you've got that sort of pressure, you need some sort of a release. Not everybody, but maybe, and again, this is pure speculation. I have no insight into this whatsoever, except that this could be a thing. Maybe, and it might not even be going out. It might just be going and hanging out at a friend's house. It could be something as simple as that. That if Tony doesn't get to do this, like, it affects his performance. Like, that could be a thing. George Best needed to go and get smashed.
Near a miss.
Right, that was one. Like, other players might have needed something else as a coping mechanism. Maybe Tony just isn't dealing well with lockdown. You got to remember, he's got a young baby at home.
He's got a young family, hasn't he?
I think he's got a young kid and a baby as well.
Right, from experience, like, it's not fucking easy having a baby at home.
He's defo up at night doing the
lockdown.
night feeds, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's not even the night feeds and that. It's like,
chance.
what the fuck can I do with the baby
Oh, what a
today?
save. Great
Jesus.
save.
Under pressure here, lads.
Yeah.
Great save, David.
Those sorts of things, even a baby could have changed his routine enough. Like, we were talking to Rio about it. Like, Rio's just had a little Anante. He's got a newborn. He said this is the first one that he's done the night feeds with.
Yeah.
Because obviously his missus took care of them all while he was playing. So he never had to deal with it. This is the first lot of baby that he's dealing with the night feeds. He's like, Jesus, it's hard, isn't it?
Is that what you said, Jay? Is he getting up in the night?
Yeah, it's like I get random texts at like 3 a.m. and you're like, oh, he was on the night feed, I guess.
Oh.
He's just been sitting there in the dark, probably bored. And
Yeah,
just
bored
thought,
out of his head.
Just text. So, you don't know if there's
It's hard work, innit?
something like that, yeah.
And it's weird, isn't it?
Go on
That
then,
some
James.
people seem to have been affected more than others by it, which I suppose that's not weird because
It's just
everyone's
natural,
different,
innit?
aren't they? But it's one of those things that you'll never, I mean, not credit, but you'll never be allowed that's the reason why you weren't very good
The
for a
human
year.
beings,
No one
footballers,
will
some
ever
people
allow
think-
that, though, as an excuse.
Everyone thinks they're robots, you know what I mean? They should... But
You get paid too much money to be sad or shit or anything like
to
that.
be honest, though, he's never looked like he's happy. He's got one of them faces anyway. He just looks like he's just dead.
That's just
dead
that's his
upset
look,
all
though,
the
innit? That's
time,
what
and
he
it's
does.
his personality as well, isn't it?
Cameron Matthews says, baffles me why we play two defensive midfielders at home to Newcastle. Need more expression and creativity, in my opinion. Fred and Matic too boring. We ain't got anyone else, really. We ain't got loads of number 8 sat on the bench. Van der Beek's injured, McTominay's injured, Pogba's injured.
Come on, man. This is the same argument that we had the other day, and you're like, why are we playing too many?
Yeah, but what do you want to see from, what you're saying is too boring? What do you want to see from your two older midfielders?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to see? Like, you can, like you said, what do you want to see from them? They're there to protect and to link play off the back four and play and get Bruno on the ball. I don't know what you're expecting to see from them.
Height as well, because they're going to go direct against you at set pieces. So you might have Matic in there as a screen for height. Is he going to be creating from deep? No, probably not.
No, he'll get it moving though. He'll get it off to Maguire and Lindelof, and he'll get playing.
People are just far too simplistic in their view of this.
Who's that down there? Maguire down, holding his face.
Joe
Looked
Linton,
yeah. Went for a header. I think he went over the top.
Oh, is that backing in shy again?
Yeah, he looked at him there, seen where he was, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's not left the floor. He's done no attempt to jump.
Who did that?
The
The Harry Kane, wasn't it?
He always does it. Harry Kane's the one who's been sort of called out for it on
Yeah.
Twitter, isn't he? But the thing he did earlier, who did it? In the City game, someone did it and just
Backed in.
leant underneath someone. Which I
Dan
suppose
James.
it's hard, isn't it?
Good.
Well done, that's
Free
a foul
kick.
there. That's a foul.
See, that's what you want to see from Dan James. Don't you? Being direct and he's not blessed with the skill, but he's very quick, isn't he? And
Yeah.
Run
that's
at
what he
Shelby, mate.
needs to
Run at
express
Shelby, 'cause
himself.
Shelby will
And he can
launch it.
disrupt this defence because it's not that good a defence. I know they're going to sit back, but they're not. They concede a lot of chances even when they do sit back.
Marshall's link-up needs to improve as well. I think he holds on to it too long. Like, the obvious pass is there, and sometimes he makes it, but you don't see him pass it early.
Yeah, his decision making.
I think, and
It's
again,
often behind people.
I was literally just going to say the amount of time he plays balls to all
Not
the
in front of
players
them.
in the attackers. He plays it.
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
have to
It's a
stop the
feat.
run.
Someone's got a theory on that.
Someone's got a theory about that.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you who because it'll be in the papers.
Okay.
Someone has a theory on that because they think that he does that, so you give him the ball back.
So he can't run. So you can't run straight through on goal.
Yeah.
So he has to
So
pass
he's
it back to you.
a bit of a selfish.
That's
Surely
that's
that can't be
sneaky
right, though,
selfish,
can
though,
it? That can't be right.
That's
can
not
it?
just selfish. Like when he gets the ball, he tries to run past everyone. That's sneaky
That's what an
selfish.
unnamed person thinks.
Austin B with the super chat. Do they fabricate fan noise on the UK channels like they do in the States? It's such nonsense. You can have it on or off. I think default is on,
Yeah.
but you can have it on or off. Yeah, it's a weird thing, that
could have
isn't
been
it?
a foul, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't go down though, did he, Almiron? And it's good tracking by Fred. And then good recovery from Maguire, won it to intercept the pass.
And again, that's what he gives you. That's what Fred gives you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Fred is good at that. He's
See,
good at
Matic
tracking. He's
there,
always running.
collected it, drove it forward 10
That's
yards
what
or
he's there
so,
for.
linked
He's-
it towards Bruno.
He's very deep, Bruno, though, isn't he? Needs to receive
I think
it.
that's a good idea, though, because otherwise he'll just get he'll just get marked. He'll just get gripped hold of and marked.
Just go everywhere like a free roll. He needs a free roll, doesn't he?
This is where you want United to win the ball back. So the back line of Newcastle has come about
surprisingly
20
high
yards.
line.
Yeah,
that.
it's come a bit high. That's where you want to win it now.
35 yards out there when United have got the ball on the halfway line, rather than sitting right back.
Bit of a break with an injury here.
Yeah, Almiron rolling about and then, he's fixed.
Yeah, he's all right now.
Well, what even happened there?
You know what? He could have killed him there.
Literally nothing.
If anything, he kicks the ball, and then
how's he landed?
Maguire's knee just touches the outside of his knee.
Mate, have some shame.
Yeah. Carla Novo got 60 quid on Newcastle. Sorry, 70 quid on Newcastle. This will be interesting. That's a better's bet.
70 quid for Newcastle to win?
I guess.
Must be mad odds. What was it?
Some dog.
Tell us the odds,
Must have some
I'm going to
dog.
guess it's 5-1. I'll have a look.
I think it's
It
got to be.
It can't be much more than that. There's
For
only two
Newcastle?
teams. There's only 2 teams playing.
It's got to be 8 or 9.
Move it,
8 or
Lindelof.
9.
Relax now. Look at this. This
Wow,
is that.
De Gea.
Honestly, this
Is he
is
trying
poor,
to get a
mate.
fucking assist there?
Lucky Shelby
Mate,
over
that
the bar. You
distribution
know what though?
from De Gea
That's
is
poor though.
shocking.
That's poor. That.
That's awful. I mean, he's not even under pressure here, I don't think. Let's have a look at it. So
Lindelof needs to be quicker
Lindelof
though.
turns round.
He's got all the time.
Yeah,
in the world.
it's a bad ball
Nah,
because it's
it's
slow,
fine.
but
Who's
he's
that
under
even
no
to?
pressure.
Luke Shaw.
He went to switch to play Shelby over the bar.
Wowzers.
But listen,
That's how you concede.
it is against teams like this anyway. But Lindelof needs to make better
What's the
decisions
odds,
there.
The odds.
9s. I'm saying 9s. They've had 3 attempts. We haven't had any yet.
Man United to win to 0 is 6-5.
Keep it moving.
I mean,
switch the plate.
This is
Great pass from
some
Matic.
person's opinion on
Someone
the odds,
just
not the actual
tell
odds.
us what it was
Yeah.
in the chat, and we'll get it. What was the odds
Go
on
on,
Newcastle
Rashford.
just to win today? I'm saying 9s.
Let's view the markets. I'm on an exchange, which I know is slightly different odds, but we'll get it roughly right, won't we?
Newcastle was 4 points.
Newcastle is. I mean,
Play.
I don't even know what this means.
Play.
This is on.
Why would you
backward.
go on the exchange for that?
Okay.
Because
Free
I
kick.
went on the other ones and it didn't show anything.
That's better though. Tempo's
Just go
better
back
now.
into the chat. Someone had wrote it already.
6-1 in play. Exactly what I said.
play,
Exactly what I guessed. That's because I've got my own bookies. That's why I know those sort of things, Steve.
Till when? Till about Easter when you go bankrupt.
Well, I can't really explain it, Cam, because it's illegal. So I won't be explaining that.
I'll explain then. So Joe's created a...
Gizzen allegedly, please.
Created a fictional bookies. For,
Yeah, fictional being the key term there.
Just for entertainment purposes
Yes, we're using... What money are we using again?
Theoretical.
Thank you. Theoretical dollars.
only. Where he's given odds
Bruno,
on who's
free
going
kick.
to win the weight loss challenge.
Yeah.
There you go, allegedly.
And then I'm taking theoretical...
Is he shooting here?
Alleged
or is he
dollars
delivering
on
it?
those odds. Free kick to United. Bruno,
Delivering
back
it.
post.
Won it.
Straight to the
Oh.
goalkeeper. Matic was there for it. But yeah, the goalkeeper collects that. Who is it? Is it Cardalo in the net for them?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, he's got a clanger in him, he has.
He hasn't he?
He's one of them, he can be absolutely
Unreal,
sensational.
can't
And
he?
in other
Oh,
games, he's
Paul.
like, oh, he's just made 5 mistakes in a row.
Yeah.
Just gone full Allison.
Oh, he's having an hard time, that lad, isn't he?
Allison?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't.
Everyone's
Relax
talking about him
now.
like he's the best goalkeeper of all time.
He invented goalkeeping.
Play.
It's nice. Do you know what? The best thing about seeing Liverpool, or equally good, or equally as good as seeing Liverpool,
Second ball.
lose ever, which is what we're seeing at the
Free
minute,
kick.
is the fact
Oh,
that it is
yep.
off the back of what everyone's been saying for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
About every single one of those players. Salah's the greatest winger in the history of English football.
Yeah.
Firmino's the best
Everyone was
defensive
amazing.
striker.
Everyone was amazing.
Yeah. Wijnaldum's
Defensive
this.
striker.
Trent's the best attacking fullback. Trent's the best fullback that we've ever seen. Alisson's the best goalkeeper. All of this shit, none of it's true.
Nah, Bruno, come on, mate.
And it's lovely.
And he's look, Fred. Good man.
6-1. It was 10-1 apparently.
Ha!
Although I can't imagine those odds have gone down to 6-1 in 8 minutes.
In play changes it.
Yeah, but not by that much.
Fred, it's wasteful, that, mate. Keep the ball, man.
Yeah, they've also had 3 shots to nil.
Need
Who
to
have?
keep the ball.
Newcastle?
Just cage you. Just keep it.
Interesting. Thomas Dickinson, who's I think caps lock is permanently broke because I've seen him on other videos as well.
Good shot.
Steve, if United are going to play a high line in the future, who should United go and get to play CDM in a single pivot so that we can overload and create more in attack? And do you agree with the fact that if we are playing a high line, we need less defensive midfielders?
No. But there's two arguments. And me and Jay was talking about this before. Jay was talking about Ndidi because he was watching the Leicester game.
Good player, him.
And I said, there's more ways to skin this cat if you're into that. People seem like Kante has kind of like made people believe that you have to have some sort of a destroyer as your defensive midfielder. Whereas, and United used to have that in Roy Keane, who could also play just a little bit. But we replaced Roy Keane with Michael Carrick. And Michael Carrick was not even close to being a destroyer. He was a cultured, ball-playing midfielder, an excellent reading of the game, would block off passing lanes, would tackle when he needed to, but like
wasn't his game.
Boiled a lot of piss by not being Roy Keane.
Yeah. What a career he had, by the way.
Have you just nearly been sick there, by the way, Steve?
It was just a burp.
Felt like a sick.
Oh, I threw up in my sleep.
What?
Right,
That's not a thing.
No, that was Friday
I've
night.
heard of a few things happening in the sleep. Grinding your teeth, maybe a bit of sex
reckon
fluid.
I'd do it
too much rum
once a month.
Good lad.
Am I going to die in my sleep? Do you know what? I hope I do.
Yes.
It's peaceful,
Good
isn't
way
it?
to go, that. Hopefully.
So you throw up in your sleep every so
probably
often?
about once a month, yeah.
Have you ever had a Rennies?
What?
Great tackle from Luke Shaw there, by the way.
Very good.
Sticking a
Anyway,
bit
the
of
point I
bastard
was
on it.
making is you don't all need to be Ndidi or Kante or Partey or someone that's a big unit. I think you can be a Neves.
Neves is a top player,
I would
innit?
go with Neves because I think if you're wanting to play a high line and you're wanting to be a team that
He can do both as well,
wants to
can't
be
he?
possession, I think you need a guy that's going to have 100 passes a game in him. And for me,
Comfy on it.
Ndidi's that guy.
We've got a super chat from Lance Vance. Joe, get my COVID vaccine tomorrow. If I get a side effect and become a Liverpool fan, can you ask to make sure I'm put down like the family dog? Lance,
I'll do it.
Still do it. We've got just the man.
I ain't killed for years.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I had another question there, but I can't read it now because my head's gone. I don't know how we delete what Steve just said, but
Yeah, show me, I'll read it.
we'll find a way to delete it.
What? You don't like the truth?
Sometimes no, absolutely not. Mr. Big Nut says heroin makes you throw up in your sleep. Thoughts?
All right. Oh, I've never tried heroin.
Oh, okay. Ryan Weston says, shout out from Dublin, 20 years old today. Here's my birthday money. Why do you think Dan James has started, and do you think we'll ever drop De Gea? Ryan Weston, happy birthday, first of all.
Happy birthday, bud.
20 years old.
What a name.
That's a rough year to have had lost by COVID, isn't it? The 19.
Yeah.
Mate,
I mean, they're all rough. Fuck it. They're all
you
rough.
should have been doing so much pipe laying in this year.
Yeah.
Mate.
Dan, why do you think Dan James started? We said before, probably to help defensively with St. Maximin and Wan-Bissaka on that side. And do you think we'll ever drop De Gea? I do think we will, but I don't think it's going to happen this season.
It's a long-term.
It's a long-term transition rather than just as soon as De Gea makes a mistake, we're getting rid of him. But I think that is happening slowly.
Matic, come on, mate.
Yeah,
Sloppy arcade.
Yep, keep the ball.
Matic straight to Joe Linton, I think, who tracked back well and fucking hell has gone
And
past
just danced
Bruno
right
there.
past him,
It's just gone, yeah.
Dan Coomber says, this is a game for McTominay. Well, it might be, but he's injured,
fit, is it?
which is the problem, yeah.
What have you done, age 19 to 20? At your mum and dad's, I assume.
Yeah.
Just rip the head off it for
Right.
for a whole year. Completed Netflix.
Yeah.
Completed Tinder.
Completed Warzone.
He's a cannon,
Completed
Steve, you
FIFA.
know. What a cannon. You love it, you.
Tim,
What are you going to do, sack me?
I don't like the term rip the head off it is problematic for me.
Why?
Good.
Because it's the
Fred.
fucking truth.
It's funny, but it is weird. It's a weird thing to say.
I think we're just giving the
Read the
ball away
comments.
too sloppy
They're
here.
going to be fun now.
No, they're all right. You can read them yourself.
Give me the comments.
I can't share the tablet with you for
Love a
COVID
super
reasons.
chat.
Thomas Dickinson says,
I've got
cheers,
a
Steve.
spray.
Fantastic answer. Ruben Neves is awesome shout. Great player. And yes, caps lock is buggered, Joe. Sorry, mate. I mean, you must be fucking great on the work email thread.
I said I'm ready!
Everything seems like an emergency all the time. Yes, I'm ready. I'll be coming in a sec. Just screaming all the
Further
time.
to my last email!
Yeah. Oh,
Which
God.
is basically calling you a see you next Tuesday
It's
already,
not even
innit?
passive aggressive. It's just aggressive, isn't it?
Honestly, we need to keep the ball better here. Keep giving it away sloppy.
Yeah, we are. We're not kept it.
No, it's
at
just
all
a
well
bit
in midfield.
scrappy. It's scrappy.
Yeah. Newcastle on the
Let
attack.
Newcastle play football for a bit.
Yeah, I know, Steve, but you got to keep the ball better, mate. It's not good, mate.
No, Newcastle got the ball on the right, left hand. Well, their left, all right. Chipped it straight into De Gea. Maguire looks like he's stretching his hamstring a little bit there. I don't know if he is, but there's when the ball went to De Gea, Maguire just sort of bent over, Like he's
Good.
testing or
Right,
stretching
this is where
something
he needs
out.
to be direct here now.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one in the fucking
I know,
box, though, is
that's
there?
the
So how
problem,
direct
innit?
can he be?
There you go. That's good.
See, that
nice,
is good. That's
good.
that is good.
Good.
It was out in the
Great
middle there with
delivery,
Tony.
that.
Yeah.
Great delivery
Well, at least
as well.
he's in the right spot. Good
Just
on him.
about.
Right,
Should we
let's read
move
some commentos, if you want.
Yeah.
Get this off the table.
Lorraine
Yeah.
Gray says, piss poor so far.
Yeah, it's sloppy.
I'd agree with that. I think everyone's got an issue with that. Martial jogging towards the box there. Someone to comment?
But then that's it.
But he was in the right spot, so...
Yeah, but like if you look at all the top strikers, like they busting the gut to get in there, aren't they? With him, he needs to sort his head out. Him.
Tara says, #question for fun. He's got cap locked as well. And
he?
it says, anytime thought of coming to India, huge United fan base.
I'd
here.
love to go to India.
Yeah.
I've always
Ditto.
wanted to go to India, to be honest.
Notch says, keeping tabs on you lot. The fuck does me keeping tabs mean, no, Joe?
I don't know.
Who said that?
You've not watched the video,
I
have
like
you?
it. Which
Keeping
video?
tabs.
Yeah, obviously not.
Well, what are you doing?
He's not watched it, has he, Callum?
What video?
Definitely not fucking watched it.
What video? So I can
Will you
watch
tell
it.
us, Steve?
Is it one of your videos?
Steve, mate, was you in the army and would you recommend it? Right, let's get serious here. Do you like sleeping at night?
No.
Because if you don't, crack on. If you like to go to bed and sleep right through to morning, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Really?
Yeah, I've only just started sleeping the last few years.
Do you regret it?
Nah.
Because you talk. I know you liked it, or you didn't like it, but there's parts of it you enjoy and
Oh,
miss.
Bruno.
Bruno!
I'm
Oh,
glad I did it and I'm glad I
brilliant.
left.
Yeah. Cool.
What an honour, though.
Not really an honour, is it?
It is. What? We country?
Nah, it's not an honour. You get treated like an absolute fucking nugget. Yeah.
Do you? Do you get treated bad? Yeah.
Boy, yeah.
Wow.
You're like, do you go, imagine like if you said to your missus, I'm leaving, and she'd go, no, don't, right? You tell the army leaving, you go on then.
It's in a bit.
There's another fucking 2,000 idiots here waiting to take your place, son. And they spend a fortune on recruitment and zero on retention. Because there's like, everyone's got targets and they just want to wash
But don't you have a
millions of
contract that
people
you
through.
can't leave once you sign up, though?
No. You can leave. Yeah, you can leave.
Can you?
Yeah, there was a lad that
Gone
signed
are the
for-
days you have to shoot
Hey,
yourself in the
cheers,
foot and that.
There's a lad that was
medical reasons. Get out.
that I went through training with that got signed by Bayer Leverkusen.
Did he?
Yeah, and he was like, anyway, I need to fuck off because I'm going to play for Bayer Leverkusen.
Class that.
He never,
Good show.
He never played a first team debut, so
At least have the audacity to shoot
He got
yourself
out.
in the foot.
so they let him out of his contract.
Come on.
You have to do 4 years, but it's up to 22. So anytime after 4 years, you can leave. But it's a brutal notice period. And I suppose it needs to be. You can't be like, right, I'm out 2 weeks
Yeah,
later.
What is
see you in
it?
a bit.
One war.
You know what you're signing up
One
for,
war's
don't you?
worth.
12 months.
Is it? That's pretty hefty, isn't it?
Yeah. Luckily, my regiment was
More than you have to do at the Carrefour
going
warehouse.
back and forward from Afghanistan and Iraq loads. And when I signed off, like everyone who knew me was in the sandy place. So I just played Pro Evo for 9 months.
Pro Evo, what a game.
Where were you playing Pro Evo?
In my room.
At home? In England?
No, well, I have a room on camp. You have like an ensuite room.
Ensuite?
Yeah.
Well, but I thought you meant to have. I thought it's like four
It's like a
sticks
si-
with a bit
it's
of
like a
tarp
sink and
across
a
it.
mirror.
I thought you
you
were
piss
meant to
into.
stay in the same room, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like,
Cabin
is it not
boys
like
and
that?
that. What's it
Films and
called?
all that.
I don't know what you've been watching.
No, I've been
Where it's
watching
like a
some
room with like
belters,
10
mate.
people in. You've got your boots at the end of the
Yeah,
bed.
That's basic
and they wake you
Your
up
little
at
locker.
early
Basic
hours in the
training's like
morning.
that. Otherwise, Jesus, mate, you want to see
For
the
a
amount
run.
of kit that you have.
You get an actual room.
Yeah.
Jesus. Although it's funny that we're saying this, isn't it? Because when people who are in prisons get like a bunk
Good.
bed and,
Mate,
and their
right,
own room,
direct
we're
now.
like, can't believe army people get such luxury.
Come on,
Like that's
direct.
literally basic. You could
Good,
expect.
Do you know what it's like?
good shot. Oh,
It's like university
Okay.
halls where you have like
That's
a
better
corridor
for
with
me,
like
that.
6 of you.
Yeah, yeah.
You share a kitchen and a shit
Oh,
and
yeah,
a
yeah.
bath and
No,
that.
come on.
Yeah, so it's like 6 of you to a wing.
Good tracking back there by Wan-Bissaka.
Yep. Get Fred on it now.
Yeah.
Play. Nice. Keep the ball.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Good.
Isn't it a bit degrading that they call it basic training as well? Because it's quite tough,
Yeah,
isn't it?
come on.
And they're like, oh, this is basic, this.
Well, it's the basic.
Pace.
See, we're
Look,
talking about the
this-
pace on the run.
Look, pace. Okay.
He stuck with him,
Oh,
and he slowed
mate.
him down,
He didn't stuck
and
with
he's
him.
won the ball
He
back. What
pulled
more
him
do you want?
back.
Fair play.
He
Right, did
fouled him.
Lindelof or did Lindelof
I
not
would have put him into
track
the
him down
stands
and
there.
win the ball back there?
I would
He
have put
got
him
it,
into the
but
stands.
Let's
Right.
be honest, he had about a 10-yard head start on him and still
Pace.
lost.
But that 10-yard
Good
head start
shot.
came from good positioning.
Good shot. Keep going. Free kick.
So far, ref.
Go on,
Rashford.
Shots.
Bruno.
Bruno.
Of course he
Oh,
should.
yeah, it was on his, yeah, it was on his wrong foot, wasn't it?
No.
Aye.
Love that though.
Excitable.
Love that.
Bit more from United.
Yeah, it's a little bit better last couple of
But
minutes.
this is it. Like they've attacked, left a bit of space in behind for us. We've had to push,
They're not fully parking the bus, but we got to choose our moments to be able to open them up.
Definitely.
And that's why, is James and Martial the answer? I think one of them maybe, but not maybe both of them.
Both of them.
Joelinton, yeah. Look, he's got one of them looks of, I'm injured, but I'm going to take as long as I can to go off.
It's like, have I feeling my belly?
Yeah.
Does it look like I put £4 on?
Lovely.
Who's it from? We've got a Charlie Lean with a super chat said, what's your favourite Coldplay song?
It's like the fucking video, or I'll
Fixture.
come out of your house and shout at you.
Fixture.
Fixture.
You got a favourite Coldplay song?
Viva La Vida.
I've got a little bit
Viva
of
La
me, Cam, to be
Vida.
honest.
Really? Gone upbeat?
Don't know if you want to hear it though, Cam.
Yeah, it's not Scientist or something, is it? Good tune, but what, am I going to kill myself to it? Fucking hell. Something just like this ain't bad either.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a bit
Yeah,
new
it's
though,
alright,
isn't it?
that.
That's modern Coldplay. I'm surprised you've gone with that. That means you've kept up the listening.
You a Coldplay fan?
I wouldn't call myself a Coldplay fan.
No. Joe?
Ginny wants to go watch
I
it.
won't say I'm a fan. I don't know.
I let her look at the price of the tickets. I was like, go on then.
Yeah.
Treat her to a little concert, little wifey poo. How
What's
much?
that?
£225 fucking pound.
Really?
Am I playing guitar? What the fuck are you talking about?
Where was that? MEN?
What was that? No, I don't think it was local.
In My Place
It's in
is
England
pretty good,
somewhere.
actually. That's not bad, that one. They're not coming through on here, so I don't know what's going on with that. Joe Swarbrick, do you think that Haaland is truly generational, or do you think he's comparable to someone else you've
That's not
seen?
what he said.
I know.
He also said that he'd be trouser happy if we signed
He ripped
Haaland.
the fucking head off it, didn't he?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And do you know what? Joe, I think, doesn't get enough respect in the world of football.
Gary Lineker?
Gary Golski.
Oh, sorry.
I think there's a lot. I think he's a pacier sort of looking Lewandowski. Like he's
they've
big,
him
he's
left.
powerful, he's got quite tasty
Defend.
finishing.
Good first.
And I also think he's
Get
probably
there.
got
Lindelof.
levels and
Good
experience
defending.
to add to his game as well, which is what really excites me with Haaland. Because he's come out of the gate and he's been playing
Looks good, doesn't he?
played in Norway, bagged a few goals. People go, wait till you get to a fucking big league, son. Then he went to Austria and they're like, all right, see what you got now, son. Oh, yeah, exactly the fucking same. Then he goes to Dortmund and they're like, right, now we'll see. Exactly the fucking same.
Bruno did, hasn't he?
Wait till you get to the Champions League, though. Can you? Oh, no, you fucking, yeah.
Do you reckon Ollie's got enough pull to get him to United?
I think he was on me until the agent thing. And I know he's come out and gone, oh, he's wanted to go Dortmund. But he's not going to say anything other than that.
No,
once
not when he signs there.
So
Going against everything if he did.
He's
wouldn't
never come out and said anything negative against Ollie. But you got to think, though, this is a Leeds fan.
Yeah.
Or a City fan born
City
in Leeds.
fan, yeah.
Like, he's got every
The odds are
reason,
against it.
Yeah, I was
every
gonna say,
reason
yeah.
for him not to be a United player. But a minute if he become a legend, though. Because Ollie was a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, seen that on
The
social
bastard.
media.
Fahad Khan has said, from Afghanistan here, Steve, since you've been here, thoughts on the Afghan food? Ever had mantu?
No, never had that. I had some bread with nuts baked into it, which was fucking belting.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Never had Afghan food, though. Thomas Dickinson, Steve, Joe and RH got a good little read for you. Even the defeats by John Silk. It talks about how Sir Alex used setbacks to inspire United triumphs, and the forward is by Rennie Muhlenstein. Is there any other you would recommend? Steve's a big reader and listener of books. Have you read that one?
Which one is it?
It's called Even the Defeats by John Silk.
Can you tweet me that, and I will buy that tonight.
Okay. Thomas Dickinson.
Because I like that. Because
Steve does read a lot. It's not alleged. He does read
why
a
are you
lot.
throwing that on there? Yeah, I did it.
Love a book, don't you,
I
Steve?
do love a book.
Audio book.
You read audio book, or
Audiobook
Hang
is
on.
the same.
You
No,
just
that's not
read-
true.
you do
I
read,
the
don't
fuck
you?
out of books. Do you think I'd buy books or just put them on the shelf behind me?
Some people
Fucking
do
hell.
that.
just listens to us.
No, I do a lot of reading. Do you know what I actually do a lot of?
Bruno.
Is I listen to an audio
Go on,
book
Daniel James.
while
Shut.
looking at the
okay.
book. Does that make sense?
Say that
like
again,
a read along like kids have, where you press the button and it makes the cow noise, like down the side.
All right, yeah.
Press chapter 1 button.
But usually, like a lot of the books, especially coaching books, they usually have like diagrams in and
Nice.
stuff, and I like to look at the diagrams and that as well.
Steve likes the pretty pictures.
Why am I being mocked here for educating?
You're the only
myself?
one who reads, and you're the one that's getting the piss taken out of you. It's funny that.
But like
Good.
I do
Dork.
listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Dope.
But again,
Dope.
referring to my previous comment, I like,
Good
do you like to
Wan-Bissaka.
sleep at night? Like
Shots.
I need
noise to
Easy for the
even get
keeper.
close to sleeping at night. I can't sleep in the dark. Not in
Really?
the dark. In the
Can't sleep in the dark.
no, my head's up my ass here.
Do you think
You can't sleep with no noise on.
You think you could sleep in the bath, Steve?
In a bath?
Yeah.
Don't know.
I'd love to do that. Sleep in a bath.
I've
People
got-
always gone about it being dangerous. I reckon you'd wake up as soon as you went under the water.
I got
Let's
really
be
bad
honest.
tinnitus.
You don't just
so I
stay
have to
asleep.
No, you're not.
Sorry, I know that I'm
I
not
have to,
interrupting you, but
I have to have something on in the background. The tinnitus is painful.
Wayne Rooney used to like the Hoover. I remember reading that in his autobiography, although he didn't write that, so maybe the author actually had the Hoover on when he was
Hoover.
asleep. Do you remember that? Did you read
Keep
that
it reading,
autobiography? Yeah. Do you know
Apparently
when
it's a particular brand of Hoover and all on it, which
Really?
smells like a sponsored post.
Yeah, it does.
Dyson.
This book sponsored
Yeah.
by Vax. Yeah, there's no way if you're falling asleep in the bath and you go under the water, you just stay asleep and
Nah, I
die.
don't know, I'm
You
not
wake up
doing that.
immediately.
100%.
I'll watch you, Joe.
People are like, don't fall asleep in the bath. I'll be right. If
That's
I
better
just
football.
bubble
I won't
under
let
and
you
just
sleep.
stay
I
down.
won't let you die, Joe.
Thank you.
No problem.
I haven't bathed with you in a long time. Andrew with the super chat said, I had some lads try to say Haaland is on par with R9, Ronaldinho, Zidane, so I deleted Twitter and I agree with Steve. What do you think? He's not on par with them
Nice,
yet.
Rashford.
Yeah,
Go on,
You got
Ed.
a win
Go
sheet
on.
first.
He's very,
Rashford on the
very,
left.
very good, but don't put him in the bracket of R9.
Shots.
Rashford!
Yes! Get in there.
Get
That's
it!
class.
That was
Brilliant.
a fucking
Get in there.
pinpoint accurate finish.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant, that.
Cut
Little
inside.
meg nuts there as well on the left-hand side. A little bit of a meg nuts there. Love it.
In true Rashford fashion, he's fucking battered it.
Keeper's fuming though there, innit? Keeper
Mate,
front post is
have you
fuming.
seen
innit?
There's one against Tottenham
how
that he scored
tight
very
this
similar
is.
to that, where he cuts his
Fuming.
That's classic Cristiano Ronaldo type of goal. That in it, left hand side, cut back inside and smack it
The
near
skip-
post.
this bit here now,
how's
the
this?
little megs.
So Aaron Maguire
With the
draws.
assist.
Yeah, Rashford,
Whoopsie.
one defender, meg nuts. We're past him.
So
What's
sweet.
happening now? We're gonna beat him again just for shits and
Bam.
giggles and.
Half a yard,
mate,
boom.
what a finish.
The keeper should be,
What a
should be kicking
finish.
himself though, the keeper there, Steve.
With
Oh,
that pace though,
Kicking himself and that fullback, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Mate, he beat you twice in one move. Get
Nah,
a
it's
fucking
front,
grip.
It's a front post though, isn't it? That's all I'm thinking of. I'd be fuming
And
with
he tried to
that.
foul him.
Brilliant from Rashford though.
me.
Brilliant from him.
I'm gonna.
Boom.
He's always coming back
Bam.
inside, mate.
Brilliant.
You should have
Yeah.
known that. Show him on his left because he's doing
1-0 the
fuck
Red
all.
Men.
That's outrageous finishing.
Brilliant.
lovely goal.
There's literally one spot he could have put that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna put it right there.
Love
He was
that.
like, oh, fucking no, like, bastard, fucking near post. He's fucking done us a bastard.
Not bad, that. Is
I could do an accent, me.
that alright, that, Joe, or not?
I mean, I
What do
don't.
you mean?
I thought
What
that
do
was
you mean?
alright.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
That's not a bad accent.
I thought that was
For
alright.
a very sort of entry level basic accent.
Entry level.
There's no way you can do an accent.
But I literally just did an accent.
We're not answering that. Aaron Quinn with the super chat says, favourite player, chant or song outside of the United team?
I know which way he moves.
Sideways. I just sidestep out of it. Mine is the Sanderberg one from last season. Have you got a favourite non-United chant?
What was the Sanderberg one?
He's from summer. It's on John with some summer. Bastard, 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 Sanderberg. You know the one. Playing in
I
Europe
don't know
next
if he knows the
season.
one.
No.
I do. You know it.
What, favourite non-United chant?
Yeah. No, it was to the tune of She's Electric, and it was something like he's playing in
Free
Europe
kick.
next season. He played alongside John Egan. It's Sanderberg, something like that. And he's playing in the Championship next season, which is funny, isn't it? But yeah, that was that one. I don't really know that many
I don't know
non-United
one.
ones.
Non-United.
Any good England ones? No.
Remember.
Fuck off. Hit the drum. Imagine
England
lugging
tunes
that
are bad,
drum
aren't they?
around Europe. How do you get one of them fuckers into the stadium?
Mate, I can't
You
have a lid on
take
me
a
lil.
bottle of water.
Can't have a lid on me, Lil. And
It's
you can bring a fucking drum and a trumpet in.
Yeah.
Get to fuck.
It's
God,
insane,
yeah.
that, isn't it? But we're the Barmy Army, sir. You simply must let us in. Fuck off. Mitch Bennett says, play him on the left and he scores. Simple.
Yeah.
Rashford.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've got to prioritise our best players, I think.
Yeah,
rather than
don't accommodate
Exactly. Play your best
shit
team.
for your
Nice.
best fucking players.
Yeah. Ole Christian Felt says, I think Solskjaer couldn't compromise Haaland. He would be our number one striker when he was in Salzburg, but Dortmund, he was promised that. Thoughts? As in, we couldn't promise Haaland the number 10 or number 9 spot outright,
pretty
but
sure we
Haaland
could.
could.
No, you
Pretty
could.
sure we
Dortmund
Yeah,
could.
you could.
Yeah,
You think we
If you're
could?
signing him, you're signing him on that, aren't you? He's the main
Pretty
man.
sure we would have done.
Yeah.
Ross Murphy says, "Can you do a Steve Bruce accent?" You kind of just did one, didn't you? I suppose in
Steve
a way.
Bruce has also got he's got more of a whisper.
Oh, that sounds a bit predatory.
Aye.
If you don't mind me saying.
He's actually very softly spoken, Steve Bruce, for someone that would headbutt a brick wall.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
When you say he's got a whisper, you mean the Chocky Bar?
No, he
Do you
doesn't
like
carry
them?
it. Whisper?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're good, actually.
Yeah,
aren't
Whispers
they?
are good.
Go under the radar a little bit of Whisper. For those who don't know, Whispers basically
you like
like
Whisper Gold
Cabri's
Cam.
Yeah.
Brian Swarbrigg says, I was going to comment earlier that Marcus takes too much time out of the ball these days with an extra touch. He needs to shoot more and go more on instinct. And boom, he listened. Love it, Marcus.
He listened to the thing you didn't say.
He listened to the comment you didn't write. Braden Moore says, interesting. How many of our
nice.
goals come from a
Newcastle
direct
on the
pack?
Look how slow he is to recover. Come on, man. Is anyone else watching this?
A direct pass from
Yeah,
our
this from
defence.
Shaw, you're on about.
Well, I couldn't possibly comment on him.
Comment on him. Dig him out if you want. You,
Couldn't possibly comment on him because people aren't willing to see agendas. See that? Caught
Yeah.
ball
To
be
watching.
fair, yeah,
Caught
it's
ball watching.
Yeah,
intelligent.
But look how
often they-
slow he is to recover, though.
Yeah.
He's jogging.
Yeah.
Please don't jog while you've just lost your man.
He literally stood there like, for honestly this time.
Nah, he did jog then, to be fair.
He was completely.
That's my issue with him. I don't mind what
Lovely
he does on the
intelligence
ball.
from them, though. That
What
pass
he does
was
on the
nice.
ball's not a drama, but that does me in.
Corner to Newcastle.
Shot. Whip.
Shelby.
John Joe Shelby. I don't
Plastic.
like it.
Headed away by
Nice.
Tony Marshall at the back
Tony.
post.
He looks like he should be a bad guy in a film.
Good.
Shelby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
save.
that would
Great
have been a
save.
fucking great goal.
I think it was a relatively comfortable save, wasn't it?
Yeah, he made a meal of that, didn't
I think he did make
Reckon?
Camera save that one.
Comfortable save?
Camera save that
We'll
one.
see in a minute, yeah.
Let's have a look. Shift. Bam. Yeah, he can. It's a camera
maybe,
one, that, isn't it?
maybe.
Has it got a bit of dip on it? No, it's comfy, that, Steve. Probably would have caught that.
Easy
Could have
save.
catch that.
Straight at him.
Not that easy.
He
Yeah,
couldn't
could
have,
have caught that,
he couldn't have
Stevie.
possibly let that in if he tried.
Don't know about
Far
easy.
post, good. Away. Oh, no, 1-1.
Well,
1-1.
how about that, fellas? Was that Sam Maxim
Maximin.
on the fucking volley inside the
Half
box?
volley, side
Was it
foot, finished.
Half a cleared fucking header from Slabhead, and then second balls, lads.
Second balls
Fucking
against the
Christ.
basics. It's the basics, that. Wow. It's a good finish, though, from the lad, to be fair. Nah, get up, mate. What are you doing? Oh, jeez.
1-1.
1-1.
Nicky
So
Butt's
it's a
ready to
deep
kick
cross.
that
So it's
fucking
Shelby.
tosser.
Let's have a look. Yeah.
Almer on. And then he goes back to someone. It's a deep cross.
Away.
Maguire nods
It's a-
it back and then...
It's a good finish, to be fair to the lad. It's down. He hits it down, doesn't he? So it bounces up.
But
Down.
what?
Head it
he
out for
hits
a
it,
corner.
actually.
Head it out for a
Nah,
corner
wasn't
there.
it?
Just
No, it's a good
Just-
one.
Yeah, it's a good finish.
it's
innit,
a
to be
shit
fair.
clearance.
Yeah.
When you're dropping it into
Yeah.
our own
Yeah,
box,
head it out
You
for a
know,
fucking
what he's tried to
corner.
do, though? He's tried to head it back, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not.
Yeah,
and
put it
he's
over a fucking
mistimed it.
bar.
Yeah, head it out for a corner.
Yeah.
That's poor defending.
Ah, man. 1-1.
Loyal Kuzma says, imagine if Rashford was any other player, people said we're better than him. From Iwobi to Gabriel Jesus, where would we be? Yeah, you wouldn't have swapped him for any of them, would you? Ian Nacho put him on the list. All those players that
I
you
wouldn't
got
swap him for
compared to.
Mbappe.
Really?
I wouldn't know. Wouldn't know.
Wow. That's a big comment, that, Steve.
It's not necessarily that I think he's any significantly better or worse, but I wouldn't swap him for him.
Mark Scholes with a super chat. Saw an interview where Ollie said, when he was a player, he played Football Manager. Do you reckon he managed United? If so, did he sell York, Cole or Sheringham?
That's class.
Get them all out.
That's
He's on-
kicking off here.
Fred's in there.
Fred loves it, mate.
Fred and Bruno are in there. Wan-Bissaka's
The
in there.
boys. Aiden, yeah, the skipper, innit? No, the skippers. No,
Bruno's
the skippers.
fighting with
No,
someone.
no.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a video of him when he was at Mulder.
I don't know what he's pushed him
I
for.
know. I don't know what's he doing there.
Bruno's getting pissed off with Hayden. He pushed him, but you need to see what
Fred
happened
loves
before
it,
that.
you know. Look at that.
You need that, though.
Yeah.
You got to
It's
have
his
people
boy,
that
that,
put the
innit?
steam in.
Yeah. Ryan Weston says, here is more of my birthday money. All that came from Luke Shaw getting rinsed and then jogging back. Can't wait to watch us draw on my birthday.
He's put that in for Steve, and so Steve has a little bit of a.
So Steve can
just
get
weighs
excited.
it, yeah, weighs in. Go on, Steve, weigh in.
I've said all I need to say.
He already said it. He's the one who pointed it out in the first place. I've read that one. Carl Hagen with the super chat. Says, where do United rank for goals conceded from set pieces? I don't have that stat at hand, but it can't be particularly low, can it? Because we're shit.
Depressingly high.
Yeah. Ryan Weston says, here. Oh, I've read that one already. Yeah, I'll read it again though. Here's more of my birthday money. All that came from Luke Shaw getting rinsed and then jogging back.
No, Fred, come on, mate.
We may have seen that. We may have commented on it at the time.
Oh, no.
Nah, it's a poor
No,
cross.
it's over
Go on,
it.
Luke. Deal with that. See, in that situation, you know he's going to do all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he can do
Pop
that.
it off. Free kick, is it?
It's the concentration stuff and the
Yeah, switches off, doesn't he? He does switch off.
The intensity of stuff sometimes.
Mm.
Of course, he's dealing with that.
Yeah.
But when that run
See, that's good. This is good.
Yeah, that's a
he was
good-
well out of
good
position
recovery
there,
run there.
and he's fucking ran. That's what annoys you because you're like,
And
I know
then-
you can do this.
Yeah, and that one there, you'll back him all day, like Joe
That
said
was
there.
great. That was really good defending because he was 20 yards ahead of Joe Linton then. And he's recovered fantastic. But it's the other ones where it's just like, fuck me.
Yeah, it's a bit laboured, isn't it? What we thinking, lads? Here is it? We're a bit dull.
I think
out.
I'm fucking bored of
It's a bit
conceding at set
boring,
pieces.
isn't it?
Yeah, I'm bored of conceding at set pieces. I'm
Fred.
bored of losing.
No, he's got away with that, actually.
Shit header from Maguire. No one's on their man in the box.
It's a good
which is
finish
also
as well,
shite.
isn't it, to
Second
be
ball
fair?
is shite. Good finish. We haven't held the ball particularly well.
Not
We haven't
sloppy,
made
have we?
many chances whatsoever. That's a good pass though.
Wow.
That Rashford straight up to Tony.
Good.
Hold the ball. Hold the ball.
Needs options now.
That's a good pass.
Shoot!
Don't say that.
Hey! Oh, imagine if that went in the
Fucking hell.
scenes.
It was on target
The
for once.
Do you know,
scenes.
right? Do you know what though?
The scenes,
we don't
Joe.
need to get your comments on this, right? Because I know
I'll
you.
answer.
I know you're
Percentage
biased.
wise, one's flying in, isn't
Not
it?
even percentage wise, but like that's
He's
the
scoring
best
a
shot he's
worlder.
done all
No,
season.
he had one the other
Honestly,
day. He had
listen.
one the other day. Was it? What was the game the other day where he had one?
Yeah,
There you go.
that one.
Where did that one go, Rose?
Arsenal was it? Where he side-footed it and the goal had to tip it around the post.
Might have been.
He's had about 35 shots from the edge of the box and not really looked close to scoring any.
Yeah, but I could tell you, I did about 4 weeks with him, and he must have scored about 3 in all the finishing drills. It's not his game.
I know
mate.
it's not his game,
not
but why is he
like,
freaking doing it?
I know,
Swear,
but
right, you have to go. Come here, son. Put an arm around your shoulder.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you know this?
COVID though,
One,
wasn't it? Couldn't
two,
do that.
give and go. You're fucking top at that. Shoot
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Other people do that.
Yeah, but Ollie should be saying, listen, don't even cross this area. Stay in there. Let the lads do it.
50 grand fine every time you have a shot, unless it's inside the 6-yard.
You know what's coming, Steve? It's not come for a while, is it? You know what's coming, don't you?
Penalty.
Not the RH.
Fucking hell.
It's not come for a while. We've got to have to do it.
They have to. You got to hit the quota.
Yeah,
haven't
I've
you?
got to do it, Anna.
You've sold. He's
He's
sold his
nowhere
life
near-
to that catchphrase.
He's nowhere near the level of brain damage that Cannon Briggs has got.
Let's go, champ.
Allegedly.
Let's go, champ.
Luke Shaw, corner ball.
Good delivery.
So it is a good delivery.
Ah, go
good
on.
defending as well.
And then Fred was winding one up. Go on, lad.
Joe hates it, doesn't he? He just knows,
I
doesn't
don't
he?
hate it, and I like Fred. I think he's been a bit shit recently, but I like him as a player generally. I just it almost
It annoys
makes
you,
me
doesn't it?
think like it's stupid how much he shoots. It's actually it seems to either be
It's percentage-wise for
I don't know
shots
what he's
and-
doing it for. Yeah, it's just wasteful. It gets to
No.
the point where it is wasteful because he will score one eventually.
It'd be a worldie if
What
he
have
scores
you
one.
done? You buy ice cream with your pizza?
Came for it.
Did it though?
Complimentary.
Yeah, when you spend 70 quid, they give you a free
Do you
Magnum.
want some ice cream, Fatty?
Why are you talking to
Oh.
yourself though? as well? He says that crying
Hey,
in
one
the
of us is
shower
an
by
athlete,
himself.
according to my Twitter, Instagram DMs.
One of us is an athlete.
Well, that's what the whole thing that started this off was Alex wearing that bra thing that holds your phone. And they've inboxed me saying, "Would you like one of them free bra things?"
You're very
that hold
much
your phone?"
the sandwich artist compared to
Matic.
Da Vinci of athletes, though, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? The Subway sandwich artist.
The Subway.
In comparison to Da Vinci. That is you as an athlete in comparison to any athlete.
Well, darts
That
is a sport.
ball. Good, great defending.
Yeah, but you're not good at darts.
I didn't say I was.
I know, but
literally
you're
just said darts was
yeah,
a
but
sport.
you've just picked a fat lad sport. You ain't even good at that. You got to be good at it. Darts is a sport. Are you any good? No. Right. Competitive eating's a sport, but you're not even good at that. Come on. Have you noticed all the competitive eaters are actually quite slim?
Yeah, what's all that about?
Because fat doesn't stretch. Muscle stretches. So if you've got loads of fat on you, you can't stretch your belly out as much. That is true.
I'm not having that.
All right. Anyone want, if anyone else has watched dozens of hours of competitive eating videos on YouTube, they can tell me the answer. JT says, how many times do we have to watch our players not close down a man and then turn around and blame someone else? They just freeze. It's so frustrating. And Egbert with the super chat. Up the RH.
Up the RH. Love that, mate.
Yeah, very good.
Keep him coming. He's buzzing, Joe. Keep him coming.
S. Mackey says, just fed up with Fred now. The bloke's a liability. I don't think he's a liability going...
Honestly, they hate that the
Come
guy
on,
gets
Tony. Marshall with
crazy,
a
you know.
terrible touch there.
It's actually crazy how much like people just jump on him and think he's dreadful. It does my head in, you know.
Fred?
Yeah, it does my head in.
You
have to see the game. See the game and what he contributes to the game. His energy levels and stuff like that.
Sam Potter with a super chat says, who drops out of the McFred field if we sign a Neves?
Both of them. You go Pogba until you sign a replacement because he's defo going, so probably won't ever play with Neves. Although it's not out of the realms of possibility that he does sign an extension when Raiola's finished hawking his ass across Europe and comes back and goes, no one's got any dollars, mate.
I don't even think it's out of the realms of possibility that he just plays a year and leaves on a free. I don't think that's impossible either.
It's possible.
Yeah. Because we'd get, 40 million quid for him?
Neves, Pogba, Bruno holds possession brilliant. If you get a defender that's all right, also playing out and also also coping with the inevitable high line that you're going to deal with, I think you could probably get away with it.
Neves is a player, isn't he?
He's only 23.
Very good player.
I would have said 25, 26.
Yeah, I thought he was 23 when he. I thought he was like 22 when he joined Wolves, and he'd been there
like
4 years.
18, wasn't
He adds everything though, doesn't he? His passing range, he adds goals.
He's
top.
I mean, he adds shots from the edge of the box. It's not about goals.
No, when he hits it, stays it, doesn't it?
Imagine you swap Fred for Neves, and then you'd still be getting that PTSD when someone tries to take a shot from the edge. You'd be like, no, you're like, actually, no, it's quite good. You're allowed. It'd take a while though, wouldn't it? Philip Mershon says, serious question: what does Martial offer off the ball when he's not scoring?
Nothing.
His link-up's not awful. There is some link-up in there. Some people have over-egged his link-up because I don't think they have a fucking pot of glue what they're talking about.
Paul Maguire's it now, player.
But he does knit the play up nice, and you need that when you're playing against teams with low blocks. I don't think his movement's elite. I do think he can draw attention from defenders, and if other people are moving around off him, there's
Space
stuff you can do. Yeah, when he pulled over to the left-hand side a little bit before. If Marcus had spotted it, he didn't. But if he'd have spotted it and swapped, that's intelligent forward play. And I think that he offers that because if you're marking him, you're marking him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're staying touch tight with him, or you should be. Speaking of which, did you see Haaland's overhead kick the other day?
Yeah.
Did you see what postcode the fucking defender had moved to while he let him do that shot?
So weird, wasn't it?
And he just like, honestly, do you not think that in the pre-match meeting, it'd have been like, right, anyway, you might have heard of this Robocop-looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
We're going to not leave him, right?
Yeah.
Tonight, you're going to be touching him all night long.
And here's the thing. He's going to try and do some moves so that you aren't near him anymore. You have to stay with him anyway. You can't just let him do one little half step forward, step back and have 2 yards around
Not
him.
only that, though, the guy dropped off the defender, went, hey, I'm open! Yeah. And then waited 5 seconds for the ball to get to him, and then jumped up and overhead kicked it into the net, and the defender was like, fucking hell, where did he come from?
Can't believe it. He's only 6'5" and the best striker in the world.
And blonde as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Offside.
how are you not getting
Rashford.
blinded by him? Jesus, titty fucking Christ.
Andrew says, Steve, would you take us winning the treble again if it meant you had to do stag on in Brecon from 2 a.m. till 4 a.m. for a month? I don't know what that means. What is that?
So stagging on
Yes.
is basically anytime you do anything on exercise or on operations or anything like that, you don't all just go, okay, it's bedtime, let's all get our heads down. Obviously, some people have to stay awake.
What? So it's like a waking night then, is it?
Well, you do 2 hour stags where
is it?
usually, and Brecon's usually fucking Baltic even in summer, you will basically just be lying in a ditch for 2 hours, and you'll get, here's what happens, you'll be asleep, someone will kick your feet and go, you're on stag, and you go, I'm not until 6 o'clock, mate. And they'll be like, you're like, someone's changed the order, I'm not on. Basically just stalling, thinking, I'll try and get another 3 minutes of sleep where this guy's just fuming and like, get up, you dickhead. And you'll get up, you'll go and lie down in a ditch. After an hour, your little teammate buddy, he's going to fuck off and go get someone else, and then after that final hour, you're going to go and kick someone else and have an argument with them about whether they're on or not. basically, it's just keeping watch, essentially.
So
sounds great.
It's half time, by the
Sounds
way.
very fun. Yeah, half time 1-1. What do you think of the first half, Ryan? We'll go with you first.
Sloppy. Tempo's not very good. It's a bit boring to watch, to be honest. They need to keep the ball and they need to increase the intensity for me.
Yeah, what do you think, Steve? Similar?
I've got garlic bread. Yeah, I would agree. Sloppy. I mean, we give them the opportunity to score. We've had some opportunities to score ourselves that we've not capitalised on. We've had some great play in the final third. The final ball's not quite been there. We haven't had enough shots. I would say you get 2 or 3 more shots. This keeper's fucking arse. He's letting you have a win. But you have to meet him halfway by doing some shooting.
Yeah, we've not done enough, have we? We've not put enough pressure on them. Not done enough in front of goal. Not really done enough of any of that. Are we ready to go through there? I believe we are.
Who is it?
It's Alex and Ronaldo for the halftime show. We'll be back for the second half in a few moments. What did you make of that, lads?
Bit crap, wasn't it, Ronaldo? That was...
Not going to lie.
Go on, talk us through it. Vent your frustrations out to the
it was
people
dire.
who
I'm
felt
not going to vent too much because at the end of the day it's still 1-1 and we're still in it. But it seemed a little bit drab. Not much urgency. I think it was breaking down a lot in the final third. And if I'm looking on it like objectively, I would say Newcastle look a little bit more dangerous than we do.
Yeah, I think
when they do attack,
they've kind of spotted our weakness, which is the same thing every week. We kind of get caught on transition a little bit, and especially, I mean, set piece is really, really poor again for United to concede another goal. But I absolutely agree. I think there was the excuse to start with. There was Jermaine Genius boring everyone, but making this excuse in commentary that coming off a European game. Maybe 25 minutes in, you can kind of see them a bit leggy and all that kind of stuff, but they'll grow into the game. We got the goal, but then just looked very, 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 very poor. We not really controlled the game after that. We should have just gone, all right, 1-0 up against a team that are fighting for relegation. We should just boss the game from there.
but we know at the end of the day, there's no easy games in the Premier League. But it just, I'm sick of us with these slow starts and just going through the motions, and it's like, the players are almost playing as if there's nothing to play for, and at the end of the day, it can't be any further from the truth. It's like it's not finished until it's finished. I know people say that is kind of theoretically, but we need to start worrying about the people behind us in terms of top four. It's a lot tighter than people think.
Yeah,
being runners-up's not even a sure thing at the moment, and we can't afford to be slipping up against the likes of relegation fighters, Newcastle.
Yeah, we can't
the table.
That. We can't do that in the slightest.
And it's as you said. It's defensively is where we are getting caught out. I've said time and time again, week after week, we've conceded well more than a goal a game. Steve's showing us ice cream like we care about that.
Steve's putting it in front of the camera and he's trying to kill him. Or he's trying to take him out of the challenge of the weight loss challenge. But we've got a super chat here. I'll get to is from Abhishek Paddy. He says, what exactly is the tactics here? This team seems too nice to win anything, losing every 50-50, unconvincing clearances, 2 CDMs against a side in 17th spot. What do you make of that then?
I agree with him. It's just stuff that I've been saying. I might come across like I'm being a bit moany and just a bit, but I can't help but feel just extremely underwhelmed watching that.
I think we all had that feeling at the start of the game. With the injury we've had in midfield, I think that without, I saw a comment in there before saying no Pogba, no Paddock. Without Pogba in there as an extra creative outlet, without McTominay even in there alongside Fred, who's been doing a lot more going forward, Matic and Fred it's probably our worst midfield 2 out of the first choice midfielders we've got.
In terms of being forward thinking, in terms of being progressive.
Exactly, the passing has been sloppy by them too. So I was always worried about that. Again, there's not too many options for Ollie. Ollie could potentially throw another striker and just go, fuck it, we'll go for this. But that then means that Bruno has to come back. You can't just have everyone going forward. You have to be a little bit of balance.
There were many things wrong in that half, but we spoke about the defensive issues and the fact that we look there to be got at. We don't deal with crosses well. We don't deal with set pieces well. We don't deal with pace very well. We don't deal with movement very well. What do we deal with defensively? Not really anything, but you countering that with the fact that we're being so pedestrian and slow going forward, and then Martial's not holding the ball up. He's carrying on in his run of form, which is being very, very, very under par. Rashford has shown bits, as he always does. Obviously had a great goal. I'm not seeing anything from Daniel James.
Not really. I think Dan James had a couple of opportunities which ran down, but nothing spectacular. Kind of what you'd expect from Dan James. Martial again, really poor. Just giving the ball away, like you mentioned, just not doing the simple things of just bouncing it off him, giving it to someone else, letting the play continue. It almost seems that he's maybe trying too much. There's that point where everyone, Jay's kind of lost it upstairs, where he had the ball, he had the option just to lay it off to Luke Shaw, and he just takes too long on it and ends up losing the ball. I think it's a bit of indecision, a bit of bad form that's all causing that. I'll just jump in a couple of super chats here. Peter Kelly, when's Maguire going to step up and own up to his mistakes? Shocker after shocker. I don't care if he's 80 million and captain, he needs dropped. And we've got another super chat. Offer Dortmund 200 mil for Martial for Haaland and Sancho in the summer. Just please get rid of that non-working fella, Martial. I think everyone right now...
That's what is annoying everyone. It's all right having a little bit of a dodgy run of form, you're not playing well, things like going for you forward, but the lack of desire and work rate bit is not something.
And I see this all the time on Twitter and in YouTube, and all the comments, people saying, you can't just be a passion merchant, you can't just keep running around. But when you're playing shit, you can.
That is the type of thing that I can't say it on camera.
No. There's disturbing things happening in our shot here. So we're going to gloss over that. But
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Like you said, the thing with Martial is, you have to just keep putting that effort in. You have to keep pushing it more and more. Do you know what? He hates feeling the Watchalong, but look at the mood he's in. He's in a great mood, is Mr. Stephen Howson.
How can you be in such a great mood watching that?
You've watched that. It's been crap. He's winding Joe Smith up.
Yeah, I know, that's probably
That's the only thing going for us at the minute. But then, going back to Peter Kelly's point, I do think, whilst it's not maybe an individual mistake from Harry Maguire on that corner, you have to have a centre-back that can organise and command us at set pieces, which we just don't seem to have.
I think he's got to head that over the bar.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can think you can generate enough power to head that out of the box going into that stance. That's one way you just head it over the bar and then But then again, would have been a set piece in the corner. We probably would have scored from it anyway.
Zachary has been putting another super chat in. Thank you very much, mate. James off for Diallo or Mason. Martial is done here. His head drops every time another striker is brought in. Bailly benched is a joke. Glow Man United. 3-1 he's still going for. I do think that seeing Diallo, Greenwood and Shoretire, or however you want to say his name because it keeps being the topic of conversation, warming up after about 25 minutes was a big sign to say, there's three lads here that are
that shows 17, Ollie were happy with
18 to 20 year olds here. These lads are going to come on, are willing to come on and are willing to try something new. And I think that we'll definitely see one of them. I don't think it will be straight away after kick-off. I think it might be until 60 minutes.
I do want to speak about the Greenwood one because I was not happy to see him not start today because I know Daniel James scored. He scored 2 against Real Sociedad on the weekend.
Yeah.
But one good game out of the very underwhelming kind of way he's played for the majority of the time that he's been at United. I feel like Greenwood doesn't deserve to be the 4 guy all the time.
No, I don't.
Benched. And the issue that is with the Greenwood thing, what's bothering me, I think we're never going to see Greenwood progress the way we want to see him progress if we don't give him a run of games. I don't think he ever gets a run of games. People are talking about statistics and that this season, but he's been very bit part in terms of he'll start a game here and there, he'll come on for 5 minutes there, he might start a game once every 4 games and then he plays half an hour and then plays 20 minutes. He's not going to get that level of elevation and progression doing that, and it's not even like when he does play that he's not worthy of it because he might not be getting the goals, he might not be getting the assists, but he looks very sharp and he plays very well and he shows a little bit more urgency than sometimes.
And I think even if you'd have gone, we're going to keep Dan James in, he's had a good week, start him as a 9. Start him as the 9 again. He played well there in midweek, he linked up well with things. Leave him, Marcus and Dan James as the front 3 that did it in the week. I don't understand why you take out Mason, who I think had a very, very good performance, to replace him with Martial, who's been underwhelming for most of the season now, if not all of the season so far. What else have we got? Well said, Ronaldo is the comment there. I completely agree. What you think to Mata and Bruno as 8, Matic as CDM?
Do you know what? Who else are we going to play in that? We're so light in that midfield area that Fred and McTominay, people might not think that's a title-winning centre-mid partnership anyway. And then, but the fact is, we've not got that much depth in that position either. So it's there to Matic, and then who else after that? There isn't anyone. Or
There is no
Pogba
one.
maybe when he plays, but again, he's one that'd be a
Yeah.
little bit more further forward. So it's definitely an
There
area of the
really
pitch that we need to
isn't
reinforce.
anything there. Right, let me have a quick look at these stats because that's miles away now. I'm going to read that. Newcastle 6 shots, 4 on target, more than United's 5 shots and 2 on target. United with 73% possession, 87% pass accuracy, which I think flatters Man United, to be fair, how they've done it. 70% for Newcastle, no clear chances for either teams. Yellow cards, they've had a few more corners. They've had 4 corners, we've not even created enough to get a corner out of it so far. It has been a really poor half. Brian Swarbrick has said, bring on Greenwood, Diallo. People correcting me and saying he wants to be called Ahmad in the comments. Greenwood, Ahmad, Showtime now. Did Martial play in that
I
first
bet everyone
half?
wants to be called their first name when they're playing football. You don't always get what you want.
I don't quite know what that is there. But again,
You
it's
called Ahmad.
Martial a fluke last season. I don't think that's true, but I do think
Nice.
that he's dropped off massively this season. I think he's well low on confidence. What else do we have? I hate Martial. Bit much.
It's a bit
Like,
steep.
no need to
It
hate
might-
him.
I don't think it's to do with like just confidence. I think it might just be in terms of character. He's one of those where when he's not doing well, he might not have it in him to kind of get himself out of it. He's one of them where things have to be going easy and rosy for him to perform. He doesn't seem to have like a bit of that fire or guts to think I'm gonna try and work my way out of this. It's just things that go my way, I'm gonna sulk.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm saying? That's not.
I think there's a little
Yeah.
bit to that. I think there definitely is something to that. Sean Wilkinson saying, do you think that we're having to accommodate Martial despite his terrible performances because of a certain board member's liking of him? What do you reckon to that? For me, I think that we're having to accommodate.
As well.
It's investment, but I think we're having to accommodate him right now because Cavani isn't fit. I think that he wouldn't have.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have come back
Cavani
into-
was
I think
starting over Martial.
Cavani he had been dropped. There was no buts or maybes. Martial had been dropped for a few weeks. Cavani's just
But
obviously not
Ollie's
fit.
been put in that unusual position because he's obviously seen how bad Martial's performed.
Yeah.
But he knows that Cavani wasn't brought in at 34 years of age to be playing
Yeah.
2 games a week or playing every week and starting up front for us either.
Yeah.
He was meant to be a second option or a backup option
Yeah.
to Martial, going off what he did last season. But it's almost come to the point where Cavani's outperformed him.
Yep.
And Martial's become more of a liability.
Yep.
But then again, you don't want to be playing Cavani every week, like starting him every 2 days, starting him every 3 days. That's the
Because
problem.
for as fit as he is, at 33 years old, you do need to manage him.
He's
You
got a
can't
lot of
just-
miles on the clock.
He's got a lot of miles in there. There's a couple of comments here. Put Brandon Williams in the midfield for the Park. All I care, this midfield pairing just doesn't work. Bit harsh, I think.
But the thing is, I think Fred and Matic as the midfield pairing today is not what Ollie would say.
Ollie
that's
would
the,
never
that's
have
the choice
gone
I'd put. It's basically has got no other choice.
I think it'd have
You
been
know what I
Matic. I think it'd been Matic and Pogba with everyone fit today, out behind
Yeah.
Bruno. I think it'd have been something
I
like
don't
that.
think there's any chance that he'd start them 2 out of his own.
I even
Do
think
you know what I'm saying?
maybe Donny would have started today. I think he played. If he'd have been fit, I think he'd have probably started one of these kind of
Yeah.
games. De Gea becoming a problem. I don't think it was Clay's fault, and he has pulled off a couple of top quality saves in that first half. Keeping us in.
Do you know what
they
it is?
could have
It's
scored
easy
a
to
couple of
blame a
goals.
keeper, but he's playing behind 2. Not going to say it, but he's not playing behind the greatest centre-back pairing. That is my opinion.
Pogba and Fred probably would have played. I completely agree. Something along that kind of combination. How is Donny not fit? No idea. He's just been. He didn't travel in the last game. Neither did Edison Cavani. There's no details been put out about those two, but both of them not in the squad for Manchester United today. Barry's never going to play. He was not ready. I completely agree. Why has Mata not played? He's played half an hour in the last 6 months, so I don't think you can just start
I
him.
personally thought Mata was going to start today.
I
thought it was
kind of
because
saw it, but at the same time, he's not played enough football to
Yeah.
be starting a Premier League football. I think he might be eased back into the season and maybe play towards the end, but I do not see. Does Donny have the Rona? We don't know. Maybe there's something in that. You know, we've got the coaching staff out. Cavani and Donny both seemingly out.
Maybe they had contact with someone.
Maybe they've had contact in training. Maybe it was their bubble that kind of got done in training. I don't know. There's been no confirmation about this kind of stuff. But
second half
is about to start. Manchester United are out there alongside Newcastle. This guy will be back at the end of the game. No, you won't. There'll be fan cams at the end of the game. We'll be doing a review after the game, so make sure you tune in. But now, over to Joe and the lads.
Yo, The lads.
All right, lads.
The boys.
The boys.
Lads.
The second half is simply kicked off.
Yeah, no changes by the looks of it.
No, looking at those stats at half time, they've had more shots and shots on target than us. That's pretty shit, isn't it?
Yeah, we've had
they went 3-0.
the possession, but they've had more shots. They've had one more shot. We had 5, they had 6.
Yeah, you see on the screen there, we've had 2 on target, they've had 4. United 73% possession, that's the only stat that matters. Quite famously, I don't know. The Louis van Gaal
further
stat.
to what you were saying, and I can't remember if you said it on air or not, we was talking about City playing Arsenal, and City wore the Paisley kit rather than blue, because blue might be a bit of a clash with red.
Yeah.
Newcastle, famously playing black and white, playing in security guard yellow.
Yeah, it annoys me when teams wear a kit that isn't their home kit when their home kit wouldn't clash with the other team's kit.
Yeah.
It's like you should wear your home kit as many games as you possibly can, and if it doesn't work, you wear your other one. Black and white and red, fine. We've played against Newcastle in black and white and red loads of times.
Yeah, but Old Trafford,
Like, you mean all the times?
Yeah, so it's just stupid that they do it. And before
Daft.
Man City were playing Arsenal, who play in red at home, and City didn't play in blue for some reason. They played in the worst kit of all time instead. But it's a free kick to Newcastle. This is where United just look shit, isn't it? Presumably.
Correct.
Free kick on the right hand side.
Got no one to attack the ball and make good decisions. Yeah.
That's the reason you got the likes of Matic in there, is to get his head on stuff.
Shelby with the ball.
Deep.
Oh, he's tried it again.
No, that's what he wanted to do the first. That's what he should have done the first time. He's glanced it on. That's better. That's a better header from Maguire. He's done all right there. He's glanced it on the time
First
before.
one he tried
to head it out, and that's where he fucked it up. But that's a decent defensive header. He glances it back, and it's a throw in on the left hand side to Newcastle. But yeah, if he'd have done that the first time, we probably wouldn't have conceded.
1-0. Good.
Luke
Give it
Shaw.
it's a tackle that, you know. You think? Got the ball there, didn't
Yeah, he did get the ball. It looked like he got a ball the step after he'd fouled him, though.
You see, he's just jogged back into position there, though. Which
way
is,
over the bar. Thanks for that.
If you'd have noticed there, Maguire was right on the left touch line because he's had to go and cover for where he was. Watch this from behind here now. So Maguire is literally the left back spot there.
Yeah.
And you look at how much of a gap that there has to be across the rest of the back line.
Yeah.
It makes us weak as a unit when he does that, when he doesn't rush to get back in position. A lot of people don't see it as a major drama. For me, it's a fucking massive, massive issue. That.
What, the positional play?
Yeah, where you are in terms of the position.
Yeah.
I don't know who said it, and I completely stole it and love it. There's no line, there's no defence.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from with that one.
So you're saying Luke Shaw's got to track back quicker there, or do you think he shouldn't get drawn out in the first place?
Well, no, he wasn't drawn out. He was trying to win a ball and advance it up the pitch, and that's fine. They've found something that works now, haven't they?
Yeah.
And
just delivering balls in that, Maximin. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, unsurprisingly, Maximin
Great feat,
Dan James.
He's an handful, he is.
He is, but, Dan James ain't a right back, is he?
Shelby always has a good game against United, doesn't he?
I hate him, mate.
I hate him, but he's a good player, isn't he?
Mate, he's twisted. Wan-Bissaka's so good at that, though. So it's Dan James gets launched. It wasn't him I was talking about.
Sent him alone.
Watch Wan-Bissaka here, though. So he does. Oh, it's not showing it.
But he's great at that, isn't he? He's great at the 1v1 situations.
Apparently, it was CJ McNally says it was Rennie that said that about no line, no defence.
Was it? Love it. Love Rennie as well.
Top Rennie.
Matic just chucked fucking
come on, mate.
someone on their arse there.
We are making our own issues for us here. Our absolute inability to play out from the back makes me want to fucking headbutt walls, honestly. It's infuriating.
It is annoying.
How can't we play out from the fucking back? How?
Not got the
now,
players
I
to
also
do it.
understand, we have another issue, which is that, do you know, if you can't play out from the back, you have to have an option to bail out, right? We have to bail out because we're getting pressed here. So go direct to, Dan James.
Yeah.
Nightmare. So we don't even have a plan B on the fucking pitch. Yeah, what's our options?
Shelby, back post.
For that hang it up on the edge of the 6-yard box and see what happens.
Maximin.
Win the second ball.
Great save.
And it could have been 2-1 Newcastle.
Good save, De Gea.
Honestly, we're fucking giving them the game here. Get a fucking grip, lads.
Like you said there, they've identified the crosses
It's right there, just outside the edge of the frame of the net. 6 yard box. Let's just start dropping balls.
And the thing is,
on
they
the
can hang them up in the air as long as they want. There's no need for them to be whips. There's no need for them to be good quality balls because they know De Gea's not coming out to them as well.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of defensively, we're not heading them away well enough. They can overload at the back post, and Wan-Bissaka's not great at that.
Yep.
And then they know
Second
you don't
balls
have
as
to be a great cross. You just fluff it up and wait for someone to win it because De Gea's not going to move to it either.
I've had a text off Rio Ferdinand here. Says we are getting Reebok pumped.
Reebok pumped.
Yeah, it's
class.
The start of the second half has been.
I also don't
worse than
understand what
the
he's
first
saying
half.
here. He says
maybe you shouldn't read out private
I know,
messages.
yeah.
It's not a private message. It's a group message. It's fine.
That's still private, Steve. It wasn't a private party. There was loads of us there. Yeah, that's still private.
I want to know what he means here.
Okay.
He said, short going out, let them change the angle for the corner and send 1v3.
What, send 1v3 out to the corner?
I'm not sure what.
Yeah, well, they're playing short corners, aren't they?
Yeah, they line
they're
up
putting
with-
the ball in
yeah.
from the corner of the 18-yard box rather than from the corner flag.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're changing the angle there, and then when they pass it back, we're only putting one man out onto there.
We're also not getting our line out either. That's something
Yeah, but
that's definitely
that's
on Maguire.
basics,
It
isn't it?
is.
That's
You know the shouts. We all know the shouts.
Squeeze.
Yeah,
it's fucking out.
Yeah.
Squeeze. No,
These two
I'm not
in
over
this
it.
other room, by the way, have been talking about this fucking ice cream for
No,
about
they're
20
weighing
minutes
up,
now.
aren't they?
Either eat it or throw it in the fucking
Weighing
bin.
that up.
Eat it or fuck it. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, lads.
Talking about it like it's some fucking The Mask.
You what? You seen how many
Incredible power, but it's dangerous. It's a fucking tub of ice cream.
Yes. So
He's
for anyone who's
crumbled.
not aware, what happened is obviously we got delivered an ice cream.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Because everyone just gets an ice cream delivered all the time.
So what I did was strategically place a spoon and an ice cream on Cam's desk, knowing the inner child in him wouldn't be
coffee.
able to resist.
And also, for the
No.
backstory of this, for anyone who's joined in
No,
the last
is it half
hour,
of it?
is that we're doing a weight loss challenge here at Stretford Paddock, and whoever can lose the most weight gets a 3-course meal of their choice bought for them
Nice.
by the person who lost the least weight.
Yeah. And I'm having so much fun making everyone else.
But you are going to have to spend 50 quid on someone's meal, you know
Do
that.
you know what though? For how much? Yeah, Cam brought cookies in trying to sabotage everyone this morning.
But he also made
Well, then,
himself
bump
and
it
ate
up.
about
Big up.
6.
Yeah. See,
Here we go.
on then,
Come on,
drive,
count.
the one who's
Oh.
nailed it here the most is Ronaldo. Ronaldo did 2 of them cookies and he was also eating pizza before.
That's really poor from Martial, though. We're trying
Yeah,
to do have a
driving them,
fucking
aren't we?
counter-attack, and he can't control the ball. There's a time at the start, in the first half as well, where the ball was played up to him in the edge of the
Deliver.
box. It just went under his foot. Like two
James.
just amateurish miscontrols.
Oh, James, come on, mate.
Shit
Come
ball
on.
from Dan James. Not reading the run of Bruno at all.
Oh,
there, but
great
he's won it
reaction,
back.
no.
Well done
Great
there.
reaction.
Right, come on now.
Oh,
Tony's a step
He's a-
behind
yeah, he's
everything,
a- he's
isn't
a
he?
bit-
He hasn't
he's
read
off
a
it
pass
again.
once. He's a step behind. Everything that comes to him, he goes, oh shit, the ball's coming to me.
Oh, I'm playing.
He's not reading the game well at all.
Oh, am I playing today?
I don't understand where that's gone.
Yeah, he's not at the races again.
He's
is he?
not. It's like, oh shit, yeah. Oh, the ball's there. Oh, I better move to that. Like, do you know when, like, someone who's shit
Great
at football,
pass,
like
Fred.
me, plays football, and every time the ball comes at you, you have to watch
Sharp
it
ball.
all the way and then make the steps accordingly. These players are usually making runs already, or they
Yeah.
can read from the shape of the body angle. Like, do you remember that thing where they were putting crosses into Cristiano Ronaldo and they turned the lights off before they even hit the ball, and, he still fucking headed it in because they're reading body shape,
Yeah.
they're reading all of that. Martial's not doing that at the minute.
It was amazing. That was it. A
Yeah,
Castrol.
class that, wasn't it?
Incredible.
I think Castrol YouTube video that I did. I thought Castrol sponsored it or some shit. They
That's
put
a
him
great
through a
video,
series
that.
of tests. They had him sprinting against a sprinter and
Yeah,
all
no,
sorts.
it's
And he
class,
lost
mate.
in a straight line, but then when they did zigzags, he obliterated
Yeah.
it because he just got them stupid little short little paces. that he's got.
Good play.
Joe's
Good
Kindle
ball.
talking about our weight loss challenge. He says, assume you're doing that by percentage of total mass, should be easy for Steve to lose a stone. That same stone
Nice,
would kill
Rashford.
McCullough. Rashford on the ball, quick, I'll answer that in a
Good.
second.
No, it's a goal kick.
Goal kick.
You see, you beat the first man then, and then rather than delivering, he tried another step over.
Yeah.
Just put it in the box.
We are doing it by percentage of total body weight, which still isn't particularly great, but we ain't got like percentage
There,
body
deliver.
fat checkers and stuff. But yeah, and also McCullough's not doing it because he's also very slim already, don't need to. Anyway.
So Adam's not doing it.
No, well, there's a few
I think
slim lads
morally
in
we
the
wouldn't be
office.
allowed. Him, Callum, and Deji. There's nothing on them.
Yeah. They don't need to lose weight.
We couldn't encourage them to lose weight without, like, I don't know, RSPCA being on us or something.
NSPCC.
No, my voice just broke. I don't know what happened.
That's good. That's all the pizzas. You are going to put weight on. I envisage this.
Do you know what?
coming
The thing
on.
is, I don't care.
I know, but you're going to have to buy someone dinner.
And I don't care. I'm just doing this, and Opera will attest to this because, like I said, day one. Nearly made you cry already.
You didn't nearly make me cry.
Really? Are you sure?
Well, I mean, I think the whole don't cry thing is very route one in terms of wind-ups, isn't it?
It was working, wasn't it?
Not really.
You was irritated, wasn't you?
I was upset. I was upset to the point of tears, but that doesn't mean I cried. United need to fucking shape up here.
No,
don't
they
we?
do.
Are we
All I know
expecting
is-
early subs or what?
I'm just
60 if he
playing
doesn't
mind games, Joe. That's all I'm doing.
If he
Mind
doesn't
games, Joe.
fix up in 60,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna have
come
to.
in wearing a sauna suit. I'm not gonna have done anything.
It's
is
not
it?
going to be turned on.
No.
Did he turn them on?
No, you don't turn them on. It's just literally.
Oh,
like,
what are them ones where they turn them on? There's like a little fan inside, pumping hot air around you.
It's a sumo suit.
Oh,
Looks like he's injured, or has he seen his backside? What's he done?
don't know.
Looks injured.
Joelinton's been half injured all game. He was on the floor
Yeah.
holding his ankle, then holding his back. Then he got a little tummy rub from the doctor.
Tummy rub. Nice.
That's a
Good
lovely
drive
flick.
now, Shaw.
Rashford, go on, Shaw.
Get yourself in the box.
Right, look at the
Stop,
movement.
why did you delay
Watch as we coming into the box. Watch Tony's movement. He
Go on,
isn't
Harry.
moving side
That's
to
a-
side. He isn't
that's a
trying to
good ball,
engage
that.
a centre half. He's kind of just ambling forward. Are you watching him here?
Yeah.
Just watch
Good.
him off the
Go
ball.
on,
That's a lovely
Go on,
turn by
mate.
What are you doing?
Matic.
Go
Go
on,
on,
touch
Dan.
it, touch it. Yes! Good
Dan
man.
James to the goal.
Love it, you.
Oh, good lad. I fucking love it when he
Yes,
scores, you know.
I love it.
I love it. 2-1 Man United. Matic with the assist. Dan James
Mate,
found a bit of space at the
Keeper's
back
been
post.
done near post again.
Twice.
The
You know
fucking
what?
Fucking
Useless
good lad.
prick.
You know what? He's played and he's scored. So
Yeah,
you know,
piss off.
Yeah, he's played. He's scored now.
Fucking hell. Well done,
That's
lad.
what everyone will
See,
say.
that's the thing, right?
Great
I think
finish.
Greenwood should have started up front, number 9, by the way. But I think Dan James deserved a game.
Just
anyway.
watch Marshall. Just watch Marshall.
2 in his last 2. Touch, bam. Goes through his legs, Steve, innit? He tried to
I'm
spread
not
it.
even looking at him here. I'm just looking at Marshall, just going, "What are you fucking doing, mate?"
Matic's done very well there,
There's
by
no
the way.
Matic's
lateral
done
movement.
brilliantly.
There's no attempt to pin a defender.
Touch
There's no
back.
attempt to drop off a defender.
Yeah.
Keeper tries to star it. doesn't he,
Matic
as he
does
comes
really
out?
well. The
Yeah,
run
very
from
well.
Rashford allows the space
Bam.
for Matic to turn into, but he finds the space.
2 in 2 for the boy.
Oh, it's Bruno's assist. Bruno gets the touch on
Did I
that.
touch it?
Yeah,
he
he
did,
does,
he
and it
touched
takes it through the defender's legs as
He'll
well.
defo be claiming
That
assist
touch from
on that,
Bruno
innit?
is
You
the
know that,
one.
innit?
Well, no, but that makes the difference
Yeah.
because the defender would have cut that out otherwise.
Yeah,
that
correct.
touch was the difference between that being cleared and it going through the defender's legs. So yeah, rightfully the assist.
Brilliant. Good on the boy for
Dan
scoring
James.
again. 2 in 2.
Yeah, you can't go wrong
Thanks
with
for
that.
coming.
Yeah, can't read that out. People saying he had a lot of space. Yeah, because he was in it. He didn't make.
Yeah.
There's plenty of space on the pitch. You have to be in it. Like,
Or make it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, make it.
You can't be
Be
mad at him for
intelligent
being in
with your
space.
movement.
That's good.
Do you know? Do you
Yeah,
ever
Matic's
deal
done brilliantly.
Yeah,
with
really.
any of the lads that you're dealing with? Do you ever do like the circled quadrants? So you divide a little circle up into 4 to try and manipulate whatever the defender's doing. So you want to talk about underlaps, overlaps, you
Yeah,
want to
right.
maybe separate, drop off, the different
Just
sort
creating
of movements.
angles and stuff like
creating
that, yeah,
angles,
yeah.
creating shapes, creating spaces.
Body shapes, receiving on back foot.
There's a great
Stuff
video
like that.
of Harry Kane playing for England, and Sterling's come along the right wing and he's come into just sort of that half space towards the outside of the 6-yard box on the byline. Harry Kane is marked. The defender's not checked his shoulder and not seen where Harry Kane is. Harry Kane's moved.
To create the space for...
If you look at the quadrant, he's moved into the quadrant, found the space, shot from the space and scored. Can't remember which England game it was that it was from. It was a coaching video I was watching. He was looking at the movement off the ball and then associated coaching drills to try and come up with that. I see none of that predatory sort of movements inside the box.
From any
Cavani's got it in spades.
Yeah. Yeah, Cavani's movement's
Greenwood's
unreal.
getting
isn't
it, but he's still a wide player in his head, I think. I think he's not fully learnt it yet.
Good.
Good,
Good,
Tony's
Martial.
brilliant.
Good.
Go on, lad.
Boom. Oh.
Lucky straight at the goalkeeper. Good,
That's
that's
the problem,
better
though.
from him,
Good
innit?
running.
That's what he's amazing at. His close control dribbling is elite.
Yeah,
which
proper,
is why
yeah.
a lot of people are mad for him. Why he's got a whole fucking fan club because he does things like that. There's not many players who can do things like that.
Yeah. That's
But
what he's good at, isn't it?
His
That's what he's
movement
good
as a
at.
striker,
No, he's not.
someone that's got to feed off other people's work.
He's not a 9, is he? He's not a
Do you want
number
to hear a
9.
pretty startling stat? apparently the commentator said that we obviously didn't hear. Dan James has got 6 goals in his last 9 appearances for Man United.
No way.
Go on, lad.
You love him, don't you?
I don't
You
think
love
he's
the
that
underdog,
good.
innit?
I like the underdog.
Good
I
little
think,
purple patches
I think
on.
that he offers more than people care to admit because he's a bit basic, because he's a bit one-dimensional.
He's not Flair,
People think
is
we're
he?
too good to have a player
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I think, like, look at that. That's good.
His work rate
Stopping
is
fucking
very good,
counter-attacks,
to be
just
fair.
sprinting back and running into St. Maximin. Someone needs to do that sometimes.
His energy levels are
Energy levels are
fantastic, aren't they?
fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's not a great player by any means.
Significantly better than what he was
The
last
thing-
year.
Yeah.
Last year, I think he had 4 goals in 40.
The thing is, if he had Martial's feet, then you'll be talking about a different player, wouldn't you?
Well,
Because he's quirky, you know, stuff like that. But he's not. He's very basic.
But with that, he probably wouldn't
Goal
have developed
today.
the work rate. He probably wouldn't have, he wouldn't have evolved the same way. I don't think he's great, but I think it's not like we've got to get rid of him immediately. We don't have any right wingers, and he's put a decent shift in today, and he's put a few decent shifts in this season. And in a team that sometimes you can accuse of maybe not putting in the difficult yards on occasion, you can never accuse him of doing that. And
he always gives
I'm happy for
110%,
him that
doesn't
he's
he?
got a goal, and I think.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say he's deserved it
player.
necessarily tonight, but
He took
certainly
his
in
chance,
the week
though,
he
innit?
didn't. Took his chance,
Took his
exactly.
chance, that's all we can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Might keep it now.
Yeah, 6
Is it
goals in 9
Lindelof?
for Man United and Wales.
And
That's
Wales.
6 goals in 9 for
All
Manchester
right.
United and Wales. Does that stat still count, Steve?
But he's not playing for Wales, is he?
And
I thought Rabi was playing ahead of him for Wales.
Yeah, but he's played, hasn't he? When he last played, that's all that matters. It's not the last 9 games. It's his last 9 games. Come on. Simple. Reminder, he was 15 million. There's another thing to remember as well. Just because we ain't got any other right wingers doesn't mean that a £15 million kid who was already 22 when we signed him is meant to be the next Ronaldo.
Yeah. It's a fair point.
Anywho.
Hopefully
Martial can get on the ball a bit more and do that.
Yeah. When he's, like you said, when he's like that, he's in his groove, isn't he? But he's a passenger if he's not doing that.
It may have to be you to do this, Steve, because you're sort of statistically sad enough to do this. I need to know why Martial's been so much worse this season. I've not seen a proper, like with the Maguire thing, the defence thing, Ollie's admitted it, you've been saying it for a long time, we're playing higher up the pitch so we get exposed more defensively. I can't explain the set pieces thing, but that's another thing. I haven't seen a real proper scientific or even attempted statistical reason why Martial's been so shit this year. And I need to see that. I need an attempt at why he's been so bad. Because it doesn't make any sense.
And sort of spot the patterns.
Yeah.
It's not something I've done, to be honest, so
no.
I'd have to say.
It is confusing how you can have a season like that and then the following one have a one like he's having.
Yeah.
It's a bit, but
it don't make sense, does it?
Inconsistency.
We should be back. I think we are back now. Sorry about that. Just a little crash there. We have them occasionally. We try to sort them out, but there's about 4 different things that can go wrong on any given day, and sort of 1 in 2 times, one of them tends to go wrong. But we should be back now. Not Cameron's fault. He actually fixed the problem. I know it's a bit of a meme, but yeah, it wasn't Cameron's fault at all.
Go on, drive.
It's going to be banter when we do sack him, not innit?
A bit. Rashford.
Oh, nice.
Not enough on that.
I thought, because of the colour of the keeper's boots, I thought it had
Went
come out
through
the
his
keeper's
legs.
legs.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's not fucked this up.
How many
love it if he
times?
did.
Oh, the dip on that.
Bit of whippance, wasn't there?
How
So
many times has
his
Rashford
legs
made
flick out
people-
just at
made
the-
people about 3 times today, hasn't he? Taking a mick, the lad.
Foul throw.
Looked like it, didn't it?
There's far too many in pro.
It's ridiculous. I always say this. I think it's the rule that is one of the few rules that is adhered to more at non-league than it is in professionals.
Yeah.
Oh mate,
They
we've
never-
had
they
like
never pull
3
it
or
up, do
4
they?
in a game.
But in the
Yeah, but
Premier
they
League.
get called up on those.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I'm
don't in the
saying.
Premier
3 or
League.
4 in a game, and you're like, fuck's sake,
But
lads.
in professional,
Great
they
ball.
go-
Finish.
You've got to finish that.
Oh, was
Heavy
that?
touch, wasn't it?
He was all over his back.
Offside, anyway.
No, offside.
Great ball from Rashford.
It was a great ball. Poor touch though from Marshall.
Dan says, could RH help Tony with his movement in the box? Is the
He's
movement in the box
onside,
you
by
do?
the
Is it
way.
more the
I reckon
technical
he's on there.
touches on the ball?
Can do anything.
You can
do
do
it
anything.
all, the boy. Don't
You
I?
can do anything.
You can do it all.
Do you do defending?
I can work on defending with a defender.
You do
Body
defender
shape.
stuff, yeah?
Yeah. Nice and low, turning hips and all
I was going
that.
to say you had Mengi in it, don't you?
Yeah. It's not all about the finishing and stuff like that. Listen, when you go into details about the movement stuff, obviously it's a long-winded process, but...
Can I come and watch from a socially distanced spot from one of the agency ones?
Yes, you can if you want.
Let me know when.
Again, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm sure most of you do know, but Ryan Hopper RH Elite Coaching.
Won't be all right.
Coaches a lot of professional footballers, including a handful of United players. Bruno, Fred, Mengi being the standout player. So that's what we're talking about there. But I'm sure most of you know that now. But for some that may not.
That lad of MK Don's doing all right.
Yeah, he's doing all right, the boy, isn't he?
Ethan Laird.
Ethan Laird, yeah.
I was trying to not say the name, but okay.
Well, I mean...
Laird out. Go on, Fred.
Dan James on the right.
But yeah, there's a lot of the bigger agencies like bring them down like as a busful, don't they?
Yeah.
So like, and don't publicise it. So like when you did Bruno and when you do, some of the other lads, like you can film them and shit like that.
I can film and stuff with these
guys. Do people tell you? Let's keep it under.
Let's keep it under.
There's a few you don't film.
Yeah, you can't.
Fair enough.
Due to just a lot of it's copyright stuff and all that though, because you're working with top players and the image rights and all that. You can't.
Yeah, mental.
Yeah, you can't do it. But do as they're told.
We've got a super chat from Amateur who says there's a correlation between Martial's performance and new players who threaten his role. Ibra came and took his number. Martial sucked that season. Lukaku season, the Sanchez season, and now Cavani. There is a correlation there, not necessarily a causation, but the correlation has been noted, my Amateur. And there may be something in that. As we've seen some players, terrible from Harry Maguire there, as we've seen some players, namely Luke Shaw, and I think up until a few weeks ago, David Gea, had improved by having another player in their position and competition. Maybe Martial isn't the type to do that.
He needs to grow up then, doesn't he, if that's the case?
But we don't know that that's the case. It's a fair correlation, but again, we don't know if that is why. There's plenty of other factors in there. Joe's Kindle says, can Jimmy Garner be our number 6 next year? Bit early for that. Decent run out for Forest today.
Like, you do something like Neves has done, where you've played in the Prem now for, was it 4 years he's played in the Prem?
3 or 4.
Yeah, 3, 4,
You do that and you put in consistent performances like 150 games or whatever the fuck it is he's played over that time. Then you can say that number 6 position is so important in the team.
You can't afford to put a 21-year-old in who's never played for a Premiership team and just go on then. Because that can fuck your whole season up. 10 bad games in that role.
Yeah, you're done.
I can't think of anyone that United have
done.
ever had in that position that's come through the academy and been that.
Yeah.
I mean, Phil Neville and Nicky Butt got a bit
No,
of that, but they were never the guy there, were they?
Yeah. No, when you're talking about even Robbo, Roy Keane, Michael Carrick, literally all of them came through somewhere else.
Scholes?
Again, not as a 6.
No.
And you're talking even generational players. We've not really brought through one of those.
No.
Not from for a long time. Not that when you bring, we can bring through wingers. You can. I mean, United have struggled bringing through strikers, arguably.
Never really.
It's all up until.
Have we ever done it?
Now,
I mean,
striker.
I mean, obviously,
Mark Hughes.
Yeah. Have United ever had a world class striker from the academy?
Well, I mean, you're talking through the babes. Yes.
Well, yeah.
But
let's talk.
Modern day,
modern
Fergie
era.
onwards,
or modern era.
Fergie onwards.
Obviously Rashford come through.
I'd call him more of a winger
now. Yeah.
You're out and out number 9s. You're proper predatory number 9s.
That's what you paid a big dough
Stephen
for.
Showers, says Welbeck.
Welbeck.
So, yeah, there's one.
I don't think he was world class. He was a good player, good Premier League player, and there's nothing wrong with bringing through Premier League players.
Come on, Martial. What we on here?
68.
I mean, I think at one point,
changes?
Mark Hughes played for fucking United,
Greenwood coming up,
Bayern Munich, and fucking Barcelona. I think at some point he was definitely world class.
Yeah.
Is it for
who's
Marshall?
Coming off? James Marshall, you've got to keep James on now. He scored, hasn't he?
Scored, and he's also contributing in defence. I don't think you can take James.
Number 9. Yeah,
it is number 9.
No surprise there, is
it?
It's
a fucking fair shoot.
Fair one, certainly is.
Is he leading the line, or is he going to move everyone around?
I presume he would be leading the line because Dan James is not going as a number 9.
Yeah. Left even.
And why would you switch Rashford about?
Yeah, you're not going to.
I'm starting to feel a bit sorry for Martial, to be honest.
Oh, Daryl says Choupo-Moting played for Bayern and PSG. Is he world class? Fuck off, mate.
No.
Like, there's a difference between being a player at a club. What was he called? Fucking Dalglish's son? Paul Dalglish played at like fucking Liverpool, Celtic, and somewhere else as well. Was he world class? Is he fuck?
He's got a good agent.
Jordi Cruyff played for United and Barcelona. Is he world class? Was he as good as his old man? No. Like, but Mark Hughes played, started, and bagged for all of those.
Yeah,
I think Mark Hughes.
You can see the
played.
difference. It's not this,
2 games in one day, for Wales and Bayern Munich.
I love that.
Good.
Proper old school MMA stats, that, innit? Dan
look
James.
again, he's
getting
coming
it.
to the game a lot more now, isn't he, James? This half.
Greenwood
Coming into
immediately
it.
is the number 9 there, down the middle. Matthew Coward said Neves was the youngest captain in the Champions League at 18. I think De Ligt is hot on the tails of that one as well. He's captain it for Ajax.
Well,
at
someone like
19, I think.
Dendonker, Tielemans, I think they've captained very young as well.
Yeah, Club Brugge, I think it was. Dare Taylor says Dan James greater than Eden Hazard over the last 2 seasons. Yeah, but has Eden Hazard even been a footballer the last 2 seasons? Just had a few sausage rolls and been injured, hasn't he?
He's fatter than you in a minute.
Say that again, Steve.
I think Eden Hazard's fatter than you, Joe.
Do you know what? Either way, that's a compliment because he's thinner than me because he's a fucking footballer.
Is he though?
But if he's fatter than me, then
have you
great.
seen the badonka donk on him?
He's a big lad.
Yeah, I ain't got that.
Mate.
He's always small,
He's got a
isn't he, as well?
booty.
Yeah.
Good luck.
To be fair though, he's alright. When he was at Chelsea, he had a big booty, didn't he?
He's been shit for Madrid though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was unreal at Chelsea. To be fair,
Chelsea. Did you
Bad
sell
at
him?
Madrid.
Did you sell him, Cam?
Yeah, they sold him for 100 million
Oh, shit,
with
yeah, they
1
did.
year left on his contract.
That was
Is
some gangster shit.
astonishing.
Yeah,
that
it's
was some
unreal,
gangster
Maybe the
level.
most overrated not overpaid transfer of all time. Up there
Greenwood
anyway.
on left-hand
With
side.
Ousmane Dembele. We've got 20 minutes to go, but after the game, me and Jay will be here reviewing everything. The match review is pinned in the comments.
Wait, Jay Marty from Scotty and Marty?
That's the one.
The award-winning
Jay, what a
Q103
guy.
journalist.
That's the one, yeah.
What a guy Jay
What a
is.
fucking channel this is.
It's great, isn't it? You get all sorts here.
Do it all,
There's the
eh?
current table as things stand. Actually, that isn't as things stand. That is if we were drawing. As things stand, United would be on 49 points and ahead of Leicester.
Fuck's sake, lads.
But ignore that.
Get a grip. Steve Bruce turned us round. I don't know if anyone noticed that, obviously. Does it really matter when there's no fans in there?
What do you
United
do?
usually finish games playing towards the Stretford end. We're playing towards K-Stand at the moment.
Yeah, always a bit weird.
Brucey turns around. It's always the old players that know that and fuck us about with it.
Yeah, it
Man
happened.
users love that.
When was it?
Stoke and
It happened
fucking
against
Blackburn.
Liverpool the other week as well.
City as well.
Was it? Egbert says, what do you think of Bruno tonight? I don't think he's been very good. He's been pretty anonymous, hasn't he, Bruno?
Yeah, he's not been
That's
as
a fucking foul,
effective as he usually is, but
Yeah.
not been bad. Not been terrible. He's just not been as
Not been on the ball a lot.
involved as.
There you go. There's the table as it stands. United back in second.
10
a
points.
full 10 behind City. But you
Yeah,
know,
can we start dropping number one off that like we did with the Scousers when they were top of
we
the
might
league?
have to. Bruno's got a free kick here to make up for it. Tim Jones says Dan James can certainly evolve into a player who can play a Park Ji Sung role type role at United. Don't expect too much, and you get a lot. I think that's probably the best way to look
Well,
at
that's
it.
it. Sometimes there's a.
That's it.
I definitely think there's games where Dan James
He's
needs to
effective.
be starting.
Like the Sociedad game, perfect for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have probably said that before the Sociedad game. The way he played in it,
Yeah.
there was elements of what he was doing that I definitely think were the case.
Nice again, Matic, is it?
Matic,
Good.
Rashford.
What, Marcus?
Oh,
Pen. Is it?
gotta be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
penalty.
Fucking hell, that was quick.
It was.
No,
it was
yeah,
clear though,
it
wasn't
was,
it?
Well, I don't know.
Will they check it?
Yeah, they check
Oh,
everything.
There we
It's
go.
annoying
So
that,
we've
innit?
just been saying, and I don't know if it's gone in or out yet, but like Bruno's been shit today.
Yeah.
He's got an
Will he
assist
score?
and potentially a goal on the way. I don't think that's a pen,
you
lads.
know.
I don't think it
It's
is
a bit,
either.
bit soft, isn't it? Does he slip? Oh, it's his trailing foot, isn't it?
It is, but I don't even know if he connects. So he touches him. It's fucking soft, that man.
Yeah, it is,
I'm
Get a
surprised
fucking
if
grip.
that stays.
Yeah.
Have they given it?
Get a fucking grip, lad.
Yeah, that's not a penalty.
It's a bit soft, like, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's soft, but VAR will give it because it's not like mistaken identity or fucking
No.
anything like that. It's contact
Yeah,
and they
it's
go,
a joke,
well,
that,
that's a
mate.
pen. But that's not a pen for me.
No, that's like a pre-VAR pen. That, but again, they're not going to overturn that. But that was like, he went down thinking this ain't going to get checked, but it does, and it's fine. I think they're taking
Again,
it.
what you said there, Steve, could be an assist, could be a goal.
Bruno, it is a goal, 3-1. Manchester
it.
United.
Yeah.
That's got to be game over now
Love
as well.
it.
What did I say? 4-1?
Yeah.
Come on, the fucking
There
lads.
you
Get
go.
our man on, let's have it!
Bruno, who
What did you just say?
has been poor all game and now
and a goal.
gets a goal there. And as Cam was just saying there, the last 2 times United have played Newcastle, it's been 4-1.
Wowzers.
What's going on here now? What they're doing?
I think they're just protesting to
And
the
they're
referee.
going, he dived, mate, and they're going, what do you want me to do?
What's going on here?
There's no point bringing Diallo on now, is there?
Yeah.
He didn't
I'd
throw a
to
hop
see
then,
it.
did
No,
he?
it's like we can't just bring him on every time.
No hop.
Would we not rather?
yes, we can.
Yeah, but would we not rather
Reverse.
win
Straight pen
4-1
that.
than
Yeah,
sort of
but
weakening the
Geezer
squad?
need, how are you weakening it? Oh, did he look
Well,
like
we
he
don't.
weakened
We don't
us when
know.
he came on?
We don't know. Is the thing, isn't it? That's of course. If we weren't weakening it, it would have started. Does that make sense somehow?
Nope.
It does a bit.
Scratching
Does
his
it?
head, the
A
lad.
bit, because you don't know, do you? He's very young. Oh, fucking no. Get him on.
Bruce is like,
Yeah, get him on. Let's
He's
have a look at
conceded
him.
4 at Old Trafford. Loads.
Ross Murphy says Bruno scores up the RH.
Up the RH.
Do you feel
Cheers,
like a little
Ross.
pang of like, my boy, every time he scores?
Yeah, it's sick.
Is it?
Yeah, it's unreal.
Do you ever text him?
Not really.
Do you ever send
no.
him pictures of you doing wicked training in that?
Not really, no.
What about you, like with like headband?
Yeah.
Stay with me.
Stay with him.
Wristbands.
Bands.
Not
nice.
one.
Bands.
2.
Two. Yeah. Go on.
Like, and maybe like a Sergio Titini polo shirt, and then some like super tight,
Tight.
cotton,
Right.
Like stiff cotton, very short, like short shorts,
Yeah.
and then like sockless loafers.
And then you're
ever send him any pictures?
Then
like
you're
that?
leaning against the kitchen counter with like a
No, Joe.
vodka Coke.
No, outside in the sun, just like.
Yeah, fair enough.
You all right?
Any of
lads?
them?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
fine, mate.
Nothing like that.
Obviously,
mate.
factor 50, but
Factor 100%. Factor 100, mate. Some ain't ginger skin.
Zachary Purvis with a super chat. He said, "Get Ahmad and Shola on. Give them Premier League debuts. Take off Marcus and Bruno. Give them a rest." Called this score on the super chat at half time.
Go on,
Go
Fred.
on, Fred. Go on. Oh, I love it if he
Go
scores,
on, Fred.
man.
Pass it though.
That's
Is that a shot or what?
Imagine if that's a
Did I
goal
get
kick.
blocked?
Imagine if that's a goal kick, you
I think
know.
he got blocked. Please tell me he got blocked.
Please tell me.
Please tell me that was
I'm,
blocked.
mate, I'm getting off if he doesn't get blocked.
Fucking Christ.
No, my God, you're messing. Honestly, what is going on?
I reckon it was a bubble there, you know.
No bubble.
Newcastle have essentially given up here. I think
Murphy's
St.
coming
Maximin
on,
has
eh?
come off. That is one of the worst shots I've ever seen.
Oh,
Reckon?
By Fred this game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This game.
Yeah, sorry, not ever. Fred. He's proper. Do you know pro clubs, lads, where you're like, we're fucking 4-1 up. I'm allowed to have a shot. Like on the edge of the fucking centre circle. That's what Fred's like. He's like, well, it's 3-1 up. I'm having a shot with my wrong foot and I'm shit at shooting and I'm 30 yards out.
We was adamant that he got a touch, and then when you look back,
It looked
horrendous.
It was the cleanest,
Oh.
cleanest. No one got a deflection on its shot that I've seen in months, honestly.
Gosh dang it.
Well, that
if I
was
was
a bit
American,
ropey.
I'd say gosh dang it right now. Wow, fantastic.
Greenwood.
It's a good turn, that. Matic has got that. I like that about Matic. Because he
Calm and he's composed
I mean,
on it. I like,
whereas
Maguire, Jesus Christ.
Hey up though.
I can hear Maguire screaming.
I hope he's done all right. But Matic has got a bit of composure because he got pressed hard and he just let the ball go across him,
Lindelof.
found the pass. And actually, they've played out well here.
Nice.
They've played out really well.
Give
including
it.
Maguire.
Far side.
Oh, forced that, didn't he?
He did a touch.
He did.
You know.
Should have gone out the other way, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Lindelof.
mate, as if it's Sunday night. Fucking 8 Europa League. It's fucking shit.
I know.
Mate, are you kidding me?
Sunday night.
Oh. Is Boris going to give us the good news tomorrow or what?
Oh, I hope so.
Well, have you seen the rumoured leaks?
Yeah, Jim's not till mid-April.
Well, that shouldn't be the first thing on your mind, though, should it?
Is it?
I mean, really?
I mean, it should be. But all right, let me rephrase that. That isn't the first thing on your mind, is it?
It is.
Is it? Why?
I mean, like, I'm not going and getting on a fucking treadmill
Yeah, but going
like a
to
yuppie.
working out
But
is
I like
one of the
throwing
few
metal
things
around.
you can do from home.
Oh, right, yeah, because I've got a fucking weight bench at home.
If you did press ups, you'd
Right,
be ready.
Gale's coming up.
I don't want to do press-ups.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I do deadlifts. The shit that makes you a man and put air on your sack.
Yeah. Like eating a chicken nugget pizza.
With gravy.
Yeah. He's a proper man, honestly. He ate a KFC on a Pizza Hut. Proper man. And he does deadlifts. What are the leaks, Joe? I can't remember the specifics. I'll get them up. Do you want to get them up, Steve? Essentially, the one that I was interested in.
Everything gets leaked,
nightclubs,
doesn't it?
August.
August.
Can you,
nightclubs,
right, in my head, I can't imagine ever going to a nightclub again. The idea that you're ever going to be allowed to sweat on someone at 0 yards.
Do you know what? I've got
I'm
a video
fucking
of
well
you
excited for
singing
that.
to the Spice Girls from Australia.
I wasn't singing to it, I was miming to it, but whatever.
Okay.
That's what they did on
And
stage,
I just
innit?
think, I don't know when that's ever happening again.
Yeah.
Because there's strangers near you, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
There's strangers
Yeah.
in between us.
And I was doing a mess about dance pointing at the camera, and some lad who was in between me and the camera went. I was like, no, I'm pointing at the camera behind you, fella. I'm going behind you, fella.
Love it. Is that a
Right,
good
the
trip,
leaks
that?
are 8th of March, golf and tennis, fucking Tories.
Golf.
Oh, mid-April gyms. May, cinemas, theatre, indoor pubs, restaurants.
Yep.
So it's not mentioned outdoor pubs here. August, foreign holidays / nightclubs.
Where's grassroots football in there, our kid? That's what the people want to know.
That's what you
Paddock.
want to know.
That's what the Paddock
That's what
want
the
to
people
know,
want to
innit?
know. The people,
August
Joe.
holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
So it looks like we'll get next
Vegas.
season, at least, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the stadium. Because here's the problem. If we ain't got it back for next year, that means we had to do a new vaccine and we were fucked. And that means we're fucked forever. So
yeah.
if it's not fixed by next summer,
But you know what,
we
though?
are
We're
never
fucked.
getting
If
out
it's
of
not
this.
fixed by next summer, I'm just going out, Joe.
Yeah, because everyone will have had a vaccine by next
yeah.
summer or
I'm
by
just going
by
out.
August. So if it's not fixed after
Listen,
that,
I was grounded for a year, and I didn't even eat the bat, Joe. I didn't even eat the bat. Wasn't me. I was grounded for a year, and then I give you an extra 6 months of grace because I'm gonna play the game, right? But if it goes past this fucking summer,
mate,
you
it's
can
nice.
fuck right off.
Greenwood,
Grassroots in April.
Dan James on the right, plays it across.
Oh!
Deflected out for a corner. Got a
Grassroots
couple
football in April, RH.
couple super chats.
Paddock's back.
We got a fucking league to win, brother.
Thomas Dickinson,
Sick.
man of the match. Dan James really put in a shift in tonight. Well done, the lad. Hashtag loving the ride. Hashtag
at the
mental
Butchers.
health awareness. Would you
Oh,
say?
sorry,
would you say Dan James has been man of the match so far?
First half I thought it was quiet. Second half, yeah, he's been good. He's been good. First half, yeah, as I say.
I think people like to give him man of the match.
Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah,
because it's
Yeah.
a bit. Well done, lad. Well done for trying. And I think it's a bit taking the piss. I'm not saying you're taking the piss out of him.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think that the instinct to give Dan
Fucking
James
hell,
man of the
him.
match for being a semi-competent
Yeah,
footballer
yeah, but
is a
it's a
bit
bit insulting,
derogatory.
yeah.
To be honest, I think he's been good. One of our better players.
Second half has been good.
Yeah.
First half I thought it was a little bit quiet, but
Yeah.
as I say, for a lot of them, well, all of them, first half was a bit
Yeah,
quiet.
and no one's been particularly standout, so maybe
Yeah.
you could give it him. Paul
Yeah.
Madison said, "My favourite part of Fred driving to shoot is watching Joe blankly stare as he already knows what's about to happen. Is he even from Brazil? Up the RH.
Up the RH. You had to get that in at the end, didn't you?
Mm.
Great save.
Good head. Good save.
You know, you do know though, Joe, don't you, Joe? When he goes through, you do know. You can tell that you think,
Yeah.
"Oh, don't shoot."
But- and the thing is-
like,
But
please
someone
don't
was
shoot.
on to the right hand side of him.
Yeah,
If he'd have
just
passed it, you
slide the
go,
ball.
"Do you know
Yeah.
what? You've advanced the ball 40
Yeah.
yards up the pitch.
Which
You've laid
he's
someone
great
else
at.
in. Well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
You don't need
Yeah.
the fucking miss at the end of it.
Yeah.
That might have just hit the bar anyway, that.
Mm.
4-1 would be nice, lads. Can we
4-1
have-
would be nice.
Can we have 4-1, please?
Police.
So
Corner.
Mid-April's good. Yeah, I don't know if we're
Maguire.
back in the stadium,
Oh,
but I would very much love to be back at the Butchers. Oh yeah, how's that fella doing with a £70 bet?
On Newcastle.
Wow.
He'll be lucky if he can still cash out. 1 pence.
What's all about the Butchers now?
I'll speak to Dave.
Yeah.
Speak to Dave. I don't think he's the drama. I think Tameside Council's the drama.
Yeah. Not expecting that many people there, that's why.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So yeah, Paddock FC got more people at Droylsden Stadium than Droylsden were getting, and Tameside Council shat it and shut us down.
I mean, in fairness, you were pushing the not
Boundaries.
necessarily the rules, but the expectations of those rules.
What do you mean?
As in, when they said no large crowds at football grounds, but non-league you can do what you want. They thought no one turns up for non-league, so it's fine. So when you start getting a few hundred people turning up, then they go, oh.
When you
yeah.
advise them not to come, but then you are at the
Yeah.
same
Right.
time.
Here's the thing.
You've ruined it for yourself, Steve.
You go-
That's what I'm saying.
They said there's no limit at our level. It's not my fault. We're mint.
Well, apparently, because they shut you down quite swiftly afterwards, yes, it is. And that's the thing. You're like, well, you said we could. Yes, but we can also change our fucking minds at any moment.
Yeah.
And
Fucking boo.
We reserve the
No,
right
no.
to shut your shit right down. Mario De Silva.
Would you not think my catchphrase was good? The only time you can watch football in Manchester.
Yeah.
People's
That was
like,
good.
I love
Yeah.
a bit of that.
We're on a counter-attack here. Mason Greenwood.
Oh.
The council trying to speak to Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so David who owns Droylsden, he was like, "Hi, we're from Tameside Council." And I think he went, "Fuck off." Shut his door.
Speak to my wife.
We were very surprised that
Speak to Stella.
he shut us down. We were very helpful.
Mario De Silva with the super chat says, "Good to see Mason actually making runs." Yeah, he's put a few runs in, hasn't he? Looks all right. Matic, some people saying could be the man of the match.
He's been steady,
He's
hasn't
been
he?
all right, hasn't he?
Been steady.
Teresh would like to know whether Paddock are coming to India at any time. Again, we've said before, we'd love to come to India. It's hard to justify a trip to India unless United are playing there, would be my
like a little
point on that.
pre-season.
Yeah, if they play their
tour.
pre-season, we'll be all over it, and I'd love to go to India. But good, nice bit of play now. Newcastle are opening up a little bit.
I bet you got some of them proper fucking hippie yoga. I've travelled to Bali once.
Oh,
pants,
nice.
have you?
Love
Great
that.
pass
What
there.
a ball, Marcus.
Oh, what a ball. That is from Shaw. Great area.
Yeah. Mason, left foot.
Bam.
Across goal.
Oh, just too many bodies.
Yeah.
Look,
Good
Newcastle
play
have
around
literally
and
got
left
their
that.
entire squad
Rashford and Shaw.
and the reserves in the box by the looks of it.
Ian with a super chat. People are too harsh on Fred. Yes,
Thank you,
he
Ian.
can't pass, shoot, tackle, dribble, cross,
Thank
speak
you, Ian.
English, or head a football. But what do you expect for 50 million quid?
Honestly.
You've been stitched up. You've been stitched up, RH. What do you make of
Oh, he
that?
had us in the first half, didn't he?
Honestly, I thought I was that's like I said there. I thought, yeah, good on you, and then it carried on. I come in too soon.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Egbert with a super
Oh,
chat.
fuming. Nice one, Ian.
Man of the match, Luke Shaw. I don't think he's
come
done
on,
that
mate.
much.
What
has
game
he?
are you watching
I think
here?
maybe Rashford, to be honest. How's Fred played? It's been all right. He's done all right in the midfield.
As he always is, right?
We're mostly
Really
just taking the
effective,
piss
great
out of-
energy.
Yeah.
Don't shoot.
Yeah.
but
if you didn't shoot, we'd not have a lot to criticise you on. Really,
He's
not
kept-
a lot.
Usually he can be sloppy at times, but he's kept the ball
I think
quite
he was,
well
he was a
tonight.
bit
to
sloppy
be
last
fair.
week, but
Yeah.
aside from that, he's
and his energy
he's usually,
his energy's
he's usually
brilliant.
bang on, like.
But for Joe's sake, don't shoot Fred.
Yeah, you like in the comments. Who's your man of the match? Like the video, you slags, and let us know who you think for man of the match. You're not allowed to comment until you've liked the video. How's that?
That seems fair.
I mean, it's unenforceable, but it's the rules.
Mm-hmm. Like jaywalking. Oh no, that is enforceable.
Pruno's been given the official man of the match, apparently.
The assist.
Oh, the assist. Sorry.
Which, I mean, it was his assist. He got the last touch. It took it through the defender's legs.
Shane O'Connor says, "Imagine Howson tries to say, tell us over Shaw." It's my preference, mate. So I am going to say
1v1, beat him.
Yeah.
because we literally the goal we conceded
Oh.
was in large part down to Shaw switching off for the exact thing that I keep telling you that he does.
Maguire's
Not
header.
tracking his
I'm not being disproved by anything I've said here.
Good.
And my own personal preference isn't going to be fucking changed in in a month of a decent form, not perfect form, just decent form.
No, he's been good. He has been good. Pass Rashford again.
Rashford.
What? Oh, I don't know about that.
It looked like it.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Oh
That's
shit!
fair play.
We're
Fair
getting
play.
a fucking debut for Shola.
I love that.
We're gonna have to learn how to say his name now. Bastard.
Shoretire.
Shoretire, yeah.
Why don't you just go with Shola?
Love that.
Shola.
It's good that he's giving him out an opportunity. That's
so
class, that.
small and young looking, though, isn't
Yeah.
he?
Is he taller than Matter, though?
He looks tiny, and he looks so
Magician Matter, innit?
young. Yeah, I
He's
like
got
that.
the legs now, but his technical ability is unreal.
What is he?
isn't it?
17. He's just
Yeah.
he's just done his first pro, hasn't he? 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
What a moment for the boy. Love that.
For Marcus as well. Nice.
How long's he
Nice
getting
little
here?
touch that there.
Love that.
Getting 2 minutes, mate.
2 minutes. Yeah, get his bonus.
He doesn't fucking shoot.
He'll get his bonus.
Doesn't fucking score. He's fucking
Ah, it's
shit.
class that.
Oh.
Brilliant.
What?
I said if he don't score, he's shit.
Oh yeah. I wonder if this is just a sort of welcome to the
I think this is his
professional
Yeah, it's a
game.
nice moment.
Well
that,
done
innit?
on signing your contract
Yeah,
last week.
I can't see he'll be in the squad every week for the rest of the season.
Do you know that a lot of the times when you're signing your first pro, especially, there's the negotiations of I want to debut. Like,
Yeah, within a certain time.
yeah, that happens a hell of a lot. So this might be ticking a box.
Yes.
Which isn't the
But
greatest
it's good for the lad,
reason for a
mate.
debut.
Good for the family. Good for the lad.
That was another foul throw.
Oh, mate, has he put it through his legs? Great
Ball across.
Good. Oh, it might be his first touch.
Look sure.
Oh.
Probably Shola was with Newcastle before he came to United in 2014. I mean, that is ages ago. He was
I didn't know.
11. So it
11.
still counts.
Good start, though.
I watched the game where he became the youngest player to play in the Youth League. I think he was
How old is
14.
he? 14.
Was it Juventus? I think he played.
Oh, brilliant.
Impressive. Couple super chats. Dan Andy says, not going to lie, fellas, looking forward to the +4 at a time, Ajo. Yes, I've put £4 on, but I keep saying they were vanity pounds, they were water pounds. I'm also had wet hair at the time, and I was holding my breath. I should have actually exhaled before I weighed myself. Beeler Pollock says, can't wait to see this kid's debut. Here we go. It looks like he's playing on the left-hand side,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Left of the midfield.
Thomas Dickinson, Shoretire is Angel Gomez and Marcus Rashford love child. Ross Murphy says Rashford man of the match for me. Scored a goal, won a penalty, looked really good, but there's been a few likes of James, maybe Matic, who have played well.
Yeah, his first touch, is it?
Chris,
here we go. What's he got for us?
Chris Todolo.
No,
he's not scored yet.
Chris Christodolo. I'm not sure. Hi. When is the next Howson McCullough Uncensored? I'm not sure. Hopefully, next Sunday after the Chelsea game would be
ideal.
My best guess, but we're not sure. We'll let you know. Maguire
yeah,
out for the
nice
back.
That.
Luke Shaw.
Keep the ball now.
Just holding the ball, aren't we?
See it out now.
I don't mind that, to be honest. I thought this was going to be a tougher game than this, especially after that first half.
Yeah, it's dull, wasn't it?
It was really shit. Just a bit of separation in quality, wasn't there? The second half just pulled away.
There's been a lot of this lately with United. Like so many times, like, I can hear myself saying, "Be patient after the first half," and inevitably we're getting it done in the second half more often than not. And I think it just is a case sometimes. You know, the Sociedad game being an especially one. Like it was tight in the first half. We kicked on and opened our legs up a little bit.
Yeah.
Joe's Kindle with the super chat. It's good that Shortire and Ahmad both debuted left wing. We're a bit short in that position. we used to have loads of left wingers. We actually don't now. Now Martial's not
Go on, off you go. Keep
a left
going.
winger. Now Sanchez is gone.
Go
Greenwood.
On, Greenwood.
Luke Shaw got the official man of the match.
It's a bit of an odd one, isn't it?
It's a little bit. I think he's
Go
been
on,
all right.
Go on, half a yard shoot. No.
Keep the ball. There you go. Luke Shaw, man of the
just
match.
Keep it in,
just keep it.
There's no point. Look, if Shola wants to try and take 7 on, fuck it. Let's have a see.
Just let him do it.
There's no danger here now, but otherwise, keep the ball in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people talking Dan James, Shaw. Couple comments for Maguire, couple comments for Matic. I think Maguire's header for the first goal. Oh well, Newcastle's only
steady,
goal
to be fair.
would rule him out of that. Yeah, Matic has been steady. He's been all right.
Oh, nice.
Unlucky.
I think Mata could play the 10 when needed to give Bruno a rest.
Yeah,
especially if he's got pace around.
Oh, it's a great ball from them.
Block the cross. No,
that's a poor ball.
It's a poor ball. Not that bad. He'll keep it in, I think.
Shelby pops one in. Shaw away.
Yeah,
short out from inside his own half. Go on, you little bastard.
He don't want to go out. He don't want to go, does he? He wants to come back and keep the ball there. It would have been nice to see him try and stretch his legs a bit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Although, how can you be fast if you're that small? That'd be my question.
I don't know. Have you ever tried to catch a gerbil?
No, but I can see what you're getting at.
No, there you go.
Have you?
No.
Good. I dread to think what you'd do if you ever caught it. I think you'd gobble it up before you even knew what was going on. You'd be so excited at catching it, you just go, no. Just pop it straight down.
Fucking shave it, Joe. I'm not an animal.
Oh, of course.
You know.
Bruiser.
Yeah. Looking upset.
No, it's his usual face.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like how he's got a polo
He's fucking.
shirt on.
Do you know what? He's been about as good as Rafa Benitez was for him. But they never wanted him.
Yeah.
They've never took to him. They've never respected him. They've never given him a fucking go. And he's got a far inferior team than what Rafa Benitez had. And he's a fucking Geordie lad.
Yeah. No, you think you would have the backing, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Full time there then. 3-1 to Manchester United. We've got a super chat. Zachary Purvis says, Shola, let's go. Stephen, what did you think of that overall then? Talk me through that game a little bit.
We navigated a potential fucking banana skin with a team that's fighting possibly relegation the way it's going for them. So we've dropped points against that sort of shit lately. We navigated it quite well. We come away with 3 points, some decent play, some good goals. Rashford and James obviously scoring from open play. Bruno from his usual. And jobs are good, man. 3 points.
Yep, that's it.
A goal and an assist for Bruno as well today.
And
love it.
And
on a quiet
according to
day.
the comments, was shit.
Yeah. What did you make of the game?
Like we said, first half we all agreed that it was a bit flat, but second half, a lot better. Tempo raised. Daniel James come alive a little bit. Good result, like Steve said.
It was a good result and a necessary result as well. Me and Jay will be back in a few moments for the review, so make sure you stick around. The review is pinned in the comments, so make sure you click that link and we will be there in just a moment if you wait for us there. Thank you very much for joining us. Man United go back into second place after beating Newcastle. A tricky fixture averted.
First. Is it moral first?
It's moral first, because if you take away all the bad stuff, we're top.
Yep. Takeaway.
Not too bad when you think about it. Right, we're back in just a minute. We'll see you in a bit.